Cheers,
successful 2023.
RyanWilsonPodcast.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I'll talk about whatever. My life's all kinds of crazy.
Hit the bell!
Because you have an Android.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Just suck.
Just subscribe already.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was having a baby.
I
forgot.
What? Good for him. That's awesome.
Yeah, maybe.
I haven't talked to him in a long
I have
time.
not talked to him.
Yeah, I guess he didn't make an announcement on Facebook.
Which is sad that that's what it takes to like keep up with people's lives. But yeah, I haven't known anything about
But
it.
honestly, isn't that the great part? Isn't that what's so great about social media? Like, that's what
yeah.
it's there for.
Yeah.
If you're gonna look for a bright side, then yeah, I would say that's it.
I think that's what like it's kind of intended for in the beginning, to stay
Yeah.
connected.
Yeah.
You guys, YouTube's telling me that 75% of you guys are not subscribed. That's absolutely insane because I upload almost every single day. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe with the bell so you guys never miss a video. You know, and then it just became like this.
Whoa, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just hate getting on there, and now it's just kind of this feels like a political engine. But maybe that's
really
because
is.
of what it tries to tailor to what I watch, but it's not that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You do
tried to-
TikTok?
No TikTok, no Twitter, no Instagram,
Just Facebook.
just Facebook and Snapchat.
See, I freaking kicked out Snapchat a while back.
See, I'd like to, but
I think if
some
you
of
have
my
Snapchat
friends-
past 21, you're a child.
I'm a child then.
same. Some of my friends I only communicate with like on Snapchat,
Yeah.
which there's no reason for it. It's just
Exactly.
that's how it is.
Exactly.
It's weird though. Like the only thing I use Snapchat for is to snap Kelsey. That's really all I'm using it for.
But isn't it annoying? They have to open up a whole app, load in, find their name, click on it, view the stupid picture, see what they were saying. Hey, good morning. Like, okay, good morning. You gonna text me that?
Okay, so yeah, children probably do that. I don't do that. I don't know.
Don't do that,
It's just nice
dude. I had a guy
to share stuff, I guess.
for probably 2.5 years snap me good morning, and I never snap back.
Well, that's just weird.
That's
Let's talk.
weird.
Let's
That's
delve into
weird.
that a little bit.
Yeah, that's a little goofy.
Guy's nice.
Where'd you meet him?
He's a local guy, super nice guy.
Local single? How'd you find him?
He's just a nice guy. I don't know why he's doing it. Like the whole streak thing, as I guarantee you is what it was. I bet he had so many streaks going with people that I guarantee is there a send all button on Snapchat?
There's not, but you just go through your tops and you just click them. Yeah.
All the way down it. I bet that's what he was doing.
I don't know what you're.
Because I know somebody else that said they snap him every morning too.
Streaks.
The streak, yeah, that's the thing. That's me and Kelsey do that. So, and that's kind of a thing.
Child John.
I'm sorry. Like we're on an absurd streak right now for me. It's like 850 days straight.
Oh, of like stabbing somebody?
Yeah, and you can't miss a day.
Can't miss a day?
Yeah.
Okay,
That-
so
you know
that's
that-
a little weird.
That's a gimmick.
Oh yeah.
That's just Snapchat's gimmick to get you.
Oh
on
yeah,
their
it
app
keeps you
every day.
coming back. Yeah, for sure.
That's why I hate it.
That's why? Well, I got
that's
news.
one of the reasons.
That's not even a thing I knew about it, and I use it. So
Yeah. Well, I just hate the like. Sure, like there's times where I'm like, oh, this would be neat to take a video of and send to my friends.
right.
But outside of that, all my friends my friends won't text me. My friends, all they want to do was send me a snap, and I get to the point where Snap was so annoying to have to like get the notification. I couldn't. All I seen was if John snapped me. All I could see is John snap me. I can't like read the text through the thing, so I had to open up the stupid app, click on it just to view the text. I'm like, why didn't you just text me that?
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Jesus Christ.
I don't want to
You sound like you're 60.
It sounds like one more press on your phone with your thumbs right there.
Well, what's the point of it? Like,
See what John's about that day.
why can't you just text me what's up? Why do you guys
That's
send it
lame.
on Snapchat?
What if you were on a trip or something like that and you saw something cool and you wanted to send a picture?
No, that's cool. That's fine. That's
But
why I think
that's
that,
I think
Snapchat.
that's what it's for.
that's not how people are using it. That's what I'm getting at.
Right. Those people who got 850-day streaks. That's
I
their-
don't have. I had
Sorry, John.
nobody.
I'm sorry, John.
I had nobody text me. Only through Snapchat. It was the only form of communication.
It's like everybody picks their own like form now. Like I don't want people to call me, which is dumb. I understand, but like I don't really like talking on the phone anymore because I'm just so now ingrained in just text me.
Is that why you didn't answer when I called you?
No, I was driving,
Oh, okay.
but I then texted you.
Yeah.
Not a good thing, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't answer unless, which is silly. It's like you rank them. Like if the bank calls me, I'll answer, or like if the doctor calls, I'll answer.
Yeah.
But like if it's
But if
John,
But if it's Ryan, no.
not
I
gonna
ain't-
answer. Not gonna answer. I don't know why that is.
Those aren't going to text. Those guys aren't going to text.
All right. Well, I guess yeah, that's true too. And if they are texting me, then it's probably serious, even way more serious than it should have been.
Call me. The results did not come in.
Right.
Can we do these cigars? We're going to try the cigars out.
Yeah.
I've never smoked cigars on the podcast.
Okay.
And mainly because of my filtration system for the smoke, which is null. None.
There's some different ones in there, so.
And I've smoked cigars in here before, and I literally hotboxed myself in here. Like, it just got
Hell yeah.
too much smoke. So,
You said they're different?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's-
they are.
Yeah,
it's
I
a
think
variety
there's
pack.
3 different ones in there.
It's all in Spanish, so they're
So-
all. Maybe it's not.
Mitch, you into anime? You like One Piece?
Never watched it. So here's my take on anime. That, including a lot of other things that were like taboo when we were in, I don't know why I'm getting all of these out. It's the thing that I've tried once after like boycotting it, thinking it was super nerdy, like even too nerdy for me, and then watching it and going, I definitely see the allure to this.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched 2. I think it's Death Note and then Attack on Titan. And I know John's watched Attack on Titan.
He made me. He's the reason I watched it.
I asked John. I was just wondering. I like One Piece. So,
I've heard of One Piece many times.
this is the Sunny.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
So that's
That was cool.
That thing's sweet.
Yeah.
it's pirate based, I assume.
Yeah. The guy's name's Monkey D. Luffy. It's like Papo right here, but he starts out as just like a guy by himself, wants to be king of the pirates. He gets a boat, he sets off, and he's just on an adventure. The whole entire show is just him on an adventure. And like he goes through and he gets a navigator, he gets a swordsman, he gets a cook, and he gets all these different people on his crew, and they keep going to different islands, he keeps fighting new people, and he's supposed to be a pirate, but actually he's like
Explorer, it sounds like.
he's just a really good dude. And so like first he had to like save the swordsman, and then like the navigator, she was from an island that was like taken over by these fishmen, so he had to go there and get the island back because they were like blackmailing her, and like she had to save up all her money and give it to them. So he had to go there. He fought the guys so she could be free basically, and they could get their island back. And then everywhere they go, he's just saving somebody's life, or he's doing a good deed. Like he has like this massive bounty because there's like the Marines, which are the government, and like they're after all the pirates, trying to capture the pirates. But the government is actually the bad guys.
Weird.
In the show, yeah, right. And
Real
it's just
original.
like this whole thing where he keeps getting like a bigger and bigger bounty, and he's happy about it. But every time he gets a bounty, it's because he killed a guy that was like actually a bad person.
Right. The higher the bounty equals, the more success he's having. And
Yeah.
right. And
Yeah.
it's just one of those that's like crazy long.
Yeah, it's the longest running anime. Yeah.
So yeah, no thanks. Those go for like
No.
ever. I mean, they're thousands of
running.
episodes. Yeah.
Still running today. Still making episodes today. Started in the 90s.
What's
still
their?
making
What are they trying to do? Just like catch
Started
the
in the
Simpsons?
90s.
Yeah, it started in the 90s.
Jeez, how many episodes are there then?
Thousands.
That's crazy.
Right. Like
It's in the thousands.
How do you jump into it?
you don't. You can't. Well, I mean, you can.
Start
Sorry.
with the first episode.
Yeah. You just can't.
Okay.
It'd be hard to binge.
Sorry.
I've been watching it for like 3 years now. Still haven't finished it.
That's crazy.
Not to sidetrack, John. I think you got an individual flavor, and then the other 2 flavors are, and I'm gonna butcher the shit out of them, Maduro, and then this one's easy, Shade.
Ah,
So I have
big word there to pronounce.
I have a Shade in front of me,
Or
open,
Joe.
and then we need a Maduro open if we want to sample all of these flavors of
Okay.
cigar.
Well, okay. So I bought this really cool cigar cutter,
What is
Colbury, and this is like actually deprived from like a very fancy brand of cigar lighters and stuff, which is like the lighter is like a skinny lighter, and they make them out of gold and silver, and it's just like it's like the Gucci or the Prada or whatever, a very expensive brand of
Dolce
the cigar.
Gabbana.
Yeah, whatever. And I got this cool lighter too. I just picked these up. Haven't even.
I thought that was a dugout. The whole time that was sitting there, I thought that was a dugout.
Nope, it's not.
Okay, not a
Now that we're
dugout.
clear.
I'm not really. I mean, I've smoked weed in the past, but I want to get weed for hospitality reasons for the podcast. Other than that, I don't really.
Yeah, I guess now you sure can.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah. You can just straight up walk in, right? From
Yeah.
what I understand.
I guess. Yeah, I think you can.
You
Just,
haven't.
Absolutely, you can.
I haven't gone into one.
I
Can
have.
you not smoke weed because of your job?
No, I definitely can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't drug test.
Was that because of the law change?
No, they never drug tested, from what I understand. Certain aspects of the state do, I believe. I mean, obviously, MoDOT and them, they're operating heavy machinery and whatnot. But I'm not sure how that's going to work, like in the future. I mean, they're going to have to evaluate that.
Yeah.
Federally and state is different. So
I would say, yeah, like you can buy it if you want. Like we went and bought some stuff, but your job's different than the law. I mean, your job can still say, no, we don't want you, and we can still test you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, you legally could do it, but you might be risking your job if they happen to test you.
Right.
Yeah, that's weird to me.
Very. I mean, there's just so much gray area there. Well, I guess gray area, unless they want to be hard nosed about it. But you would think that when all that came legal, they would have been sending out a bunch of new, I don't know, memos, like outlining how this works.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, if I didn't have so many, if I didn't know so many people that smoke pot
right.
that just talk about it, I would never even know it became legal.
Really?
Yeah.
That's been.
I don't watch the news.
Yeah, but if you've been around people like that growing up, I mean, that's always been the hot topic. When's it going to be legalized? It
Yeah,
should
but-
be legalized.
But I really don't hang around people like that. So it's kind of like one of those things. Like, I mean, I play video games. That's literally the only reason I think I know why. And that, like, the guys that I play video games with smoke pot.
Oh.
And they're like, yeah, I can just go down and buy pot from the store now. I'm like, really? Like, you just walk in?
Yeah.
They don't arrest you? It's not a trap?
No, it's
He's
Not
like,
at
no.
all,
He's like, I
totally.
just buy some all the time.
We were at Tennessee, and I don't know the rules there, but we were walking down that main strip.
Gatlinburg?
No. We went to Nashville
Oh, okay.
for a wedding. We stayed for a couple extra days. But, gosh dang it. That main strip that's got all the bars on it. I mean, all like the country music
Never
bars.
been.
Broadway, maybe? I can't remember.
Probably. Yeah, I think it's Broadway.
But there was a guy who just had a little canopy set up, and he had all of his dope hanging out there, all of his marijuana products and glassware and stuff. And I thought that it was still like not recreationally acceptable there. But then I look across the street, and there's a bunch of canine units and everything just kind of hanging out. I'm like, well, I guess he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's just still taboo to me seeing it that open, but I guess it can be that open now. I
it's
don't know.
weird. It is weird for sure.
No.
Yeah.
We went once and it was kind of awkward. Like felt like we were doing something wrong.
In the dispensary?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's on a private room, right?
It is, yeah, kind of.
Unless it's just a dispensary. Where you went, was it just a dispensary? Or was it like a smoke shop that had a dispensary?
It was a dispensary.
Just
That's all it was.
Oh, okay. Because don't you have to? I heard you got to like sign up.
Yeah, we had to give off our license, and then they let you into the next room once it's open, and then you.
But
do
it's
your
not
thing.
like before. Whenever you got like your medical card, you couldn't like it. From what I understand, before it became legal in Missouri, you could smoke it medicinally, but you had to get a license, right?
Medical card. Yeah.
Medical card, and then, but you couldn't buy weapons after that.
So that's.
Is it still like that?
And I'm dumb, but I think that's the main like deterrent is if you have a medical marijuana license, you then are no longer able to purchase firearms through
But-
correct channels.
But like now, you don't have to have a medical card to get it.
Right.
Right.
So can you still buy weapons if you buy it?
I'm not sure.
I would assume so, but I don't know.
I would assume so as well. I thought them taking your information is because they track how much. Because I think there's limits on how much you can get. Maybe not recreationally.
I've understood.
But there's limits on how much you can have like per month or per
Yeah.
quarter or however that works. Especially if you have a medical card, they track.
But I think that's only at, from what I've understood, only at per facility. So you can keep going to different facilities.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is it? That would feel really silly to me if that was the case.
I just don't think. I think you have like different. I don't know. I've never tried.
I don't know. They couldn't track how many pain pills people were getting from different doctors, so
Right.
who would think they would be able to do that?
Right. Yeah. I'm sure there's still people in there selling cash.
Wait,
Like you come in and like still sell something for cash.
right. Oh, you hit your limit, and you're like, well, fuck.
Yeah. What if you had cash? That's fine.
Oh, we got a drive-through. Oh, okay.
What cigar you want, Mitch?
Don't care. Shade or Madura. You
Or
choose.
this fancy one. That's
Your
apparently
podcast,
different.
bro.
Yes.
You can't
I'll
do
take
that.
this one.
All right.
So what I was saying about this lighter, this
one I wanted.
cutter though, it's got two sides, pops up. I just think it's kind of cool.
Looks like a lighthouse.
Kind of, yeah.
Sorry, just can't keep my thoughts in my brain there. That looks like a lighthouse.
But yeah,
Wait a minute. Does it have a cutter on both sides?
yeah, a V cut or straight cut.
John, do you want to double cut?
Double cut.
Yeah, didn't you?
Same time?
Yeah. How'd you raise that up without cutting your finger?
You press down on it, spring load it, and then you just press down to lock it in.
All right, John. I think it gives.
I
us
don't
a
like
little
V
cheater
cuts.
line.
I don't.
You guys V cut it?
I don't know if I've never done a V cut. I don't think I'm going to like it.
wouldn't.
Just looking at it.
It's a different type of.
Yeah, I don't even think I'm
You
going
don't
to.
have to press in hard, Mitch.
That looks weird.
You just press it in to the. You're gonna V it that way too.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Do it straight then. Do it the other way. Don't V cut it. Just do that one. Yep. Cut straight down. Yeah. There you go.
Well, that is slick as shit.
Yeah, it is.
This thing's heavy too.
For $150, it better be. And I figured at the very least I could throw it at someone and knock them out if they're breaking them out.
Oh yeah,
It's
doubles
solid.
as a brick.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah, that thing's cool.
The gentleman that owns the cigar lounge, his name's Robert Brunk. Him and his wife Julia own it. So over in St. James. Have you been?
I've never been, but I saw the short. I don't know if it was a short. Recently, you posted it.
Yeah.
It looks pretty nice
Place,
in there, man.
Very cool place. It's just it's just a very cool environment that they've made. And they have a whole humidor that you can walk in, choose lots of different cigars.
Mm-hmm.
You do have to pay a day pass. If you can pay for a membership, have a locker there, and you can keep all your liquor in it, all different types of liquor in it,
Oh, and just hang.
and just hang out. Yeah, so you can pay I don't know how much it is, say whatever the yearly membership is or the monthly membership, and you can come anytime you want, walk right in, and it's a private hallway. It's like a bookshelf. It's a hidden doorway. Walk down through it. It's back in there. It has a bar. You can give them the liquor, or they'll get it out. They have a key. They'll get your liquor out. They'll pour you the drinks.
It's like speakeasy-esque. It sounds
Very.
That's cool.
That's
Very.
cool though that you can just kind of store your stuff there for the next time you come in. That's pretty neat. I've never known that.
So you've tried
alimony.
alimony, right?
Yep.
So I brought a bottle of alimony. I went to a thing. It's called, it's a collective group. It's young professionals. It's just like a networking thing. You get together, talk, hang out. Well, all the guys from the collective group want to do it, get together and just have a networking thing.
Yeah.
And we went over there, and Caitlin Mace, you know Caitlin Mace, right?
Photographer, yeah.
She has a locker over there, and she had told me about it before. And I brought the bottle, and we drank about half of it. And because of Caitlin is how I got in the whole collective group, which is a part of Rala, and how I ended up there. So I ended up I told Robert, I'm like, hey man, can you put this in her locker for her and leave a note for me, saying thanks for the connections.
Right. Thanks.
that's cool.
Right. That's
So-
Scratch your back. Scratch my back.
Yeah. So then next time she comes in, she'll have because she is a bourbon whiskey girl.
Oh, I know.
So.
I hung out. I think last time I saw her was at Sputz. She just received an award. Actually, I think it was like a photographer of the year or month or some kind of award
year.
for her. Yeah, for her area. I don't know why I was off work that day. Probably somebody dead president's birthday. But
You get off half the days of the
yeah.
week. So
So we were there, and she was there and got that award. But yeah, she was had a celebratory bourbon, I think, there. So
Yeah, she's big on it. Let's try these out. Now it might get too smoky in here. We might have to put them out.
that's fine.
it's on you, man.
Yep.
But I've been into cigars lately.
Well, you got to if you're joining the lounge.
And you just got top of the line stuff all over the place for this stuff. That's cool.
I've never had a cigar as good as the ones we had at your bachelor party.
Oh, really?
Oh man.
Ariel, what's it looking like on the camera? Huh? Can you pop it over to me?
Yeah, we can just
Yeah,
see
get
if
it
it's
off
going to
me,
work real
please.
quick.
I think it'd be okay. Just let us know. Well, I think
We're gonna have
we'll see.
we're gonna have three of them, so we'll see pretty quick, I would say.
I mean, you just lit it, so.
Yeah.
No.
But these ones are rolling too.
Is this a cash tray?
Yeah.
Never
It's
heard
a
of
good cigar, John.
Never heard of a cash tray before?
So John, no, I maybe heard of it, but
I think they're like rubber, but that's for like all the people that smoke weed will know what that is.
oh, I thought maybe someone just mispronounced ashtray.
No.
John brought cigars as gifts. So, and this is this podcast for me. I'm very bad about getting tunnel vision in whatever projects or things I'm working on in my life, and so I want to have fun podcasts where I just hang out, my friends, talk, BS, whatever, banter. But I love the business ones as well.
Right.
That's who I am, and that's why I started with the network. But I realized I had got in and just started just rolling on these basically business only podcasts, and I had to even got to the point where I burnt out. I had to take a whole week off, and then I was just thinking about it the other day. And I'm like, why haven't I had a fun one in a while? Where we just hang out and just talk. And that's the day I texted you guys. But I actually, that same day, I ended up texting Tyler Arian.
Yeah.
And Tyler's like, well, I'm off for the summer now. He's like, I can do one whenever. I'm like, you want to run one today? And he ended up coming out that day. And we
Oh,
did
no
one.
kidding.
So that's what, I wish I had more people like that.
Which he's a busy dude, so that's
Yeah.
that's
That's
cool.
that's his third time out, isn't it? He's been on a few times. Because he comes with the band. I mean, he came with the band on the first one, and then I think he came with Clay.
Yep.
That's right. I love that one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I like TA, but man, Clay's just a good time. I like talking to him too. I think I just because I see him less than I see TA probably.
Do you know he was going to start a podcast? Because I know he did some episode. I went on one of his episodes.
Really?
So I'm not sure why he hasn't launched it yet. I know he's like, I know he's made a page for it. I think he said he was trying to like get some like episodes in the bank
Right.
to get him ready because I understand that. Like,
You don't want to be fighting to fill. Right. Get product.
You want to get
out.
on a schedule. You want to get on an upload schedule. And it sucks, like, because I could upload 5 in 1 week and then have none for the next 5 weeks.
Right.
So you're better off just to upload one
Keeping
week.
it consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people can kind of expect.
And you can give yourself a break.
And if you need a break, you
Yeah,
can take a break. Which
exactly.
if something happens in life, you can have some. Like
You've got
right
a
now,
couple
I have
weeks.
about 4 or 5 piled up, and so it's they're all scheduled, ready to roll, everything like that.
Yeah, I know. I look forward to them. I mean, they come out every Wednesday, so every Wednesday I'm looking for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some that at first I just like, oh, I know that guy, so I'll watch. But then I started watching some when you're talking to entrepreneurs, small business owners that I don't know. Those are good too. I just kind of like the banter, I guess.
Yeah. A lot of times,
I'm sure there's bias, obviously, because I know you.
Sure.
But it's just interesting to hear other people's perspectives on things, which is what.
And I feel like you've got a pretty good variety of people coming on too. It's
it's
a
been
whole
such a
range.
cool experience.
Yeah.
I was astounded at how many books that guy could read or what he
Dude
mentioned.
is
That's a lot.
so cool.
Made me want to read more. Listen to that.
Yeah. You read any self-development books?
No, I mean I'm with you on nonfiction. I only read nonfiction when I did read, but
You're
it's
a history guy. Though.
right.
You're a
it's,
history buff.
it's always historical point of views from stuff.
Sure, I get that. I think we should crank this fan up out here.
Sure,
Smoking up.
these are
What's
nice
it look
cigars.
like, Ariel?
Yeah.
You do it well. We're gonna have to start doing.
I didn't make them.
I want
Smoky
to.
in here.
But thank you.
I need to stuff some in my golf bag. My golf bag's becoming quite the utility bag. I've got it all now.
Just got extra stuff.
Every time you run into a problem on the course, it's like, all right, we need to have something to fix this issue. Stuff it in there.
I'm like, what?
Bug spray.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just the latest.
Okay.
The latest ad.
That's all I got.
Yeah, bug spray. Shit like that.
I could have used some sunscreen the other week.
Yeah.
I burned my legs real bad.
Did you? My problem is I don't reapply
I don't.
because we're not just gonna play 9, especially when we
Right.
start in the morning. So it's just
You guys talking about sunscreen right now?
talking about golf, bro. Which you don't like for what?
I like golf.
I thought you didn't like it.
I like golf.
You need to do it.
I want to more.
I want everybody to get into it.
It's so fun. It'll only take you one time and you'll be.
Yep.
I bet you'll be hooked.
Yep.
Oh, I would love golf. My fear is actually getting into golf and then always wanting to do it. Because when I go into something, I have tunnel vision on it. That's all I want to do.
That's my biggest problem. Is I consider myself a hobbyist, but it's also bad to be a hobbyist because I don't want to if I like something, I'm not gonna just get the starter shit. You know what I mean? I want the.
Yeah.
I want.
go in.
What's everybody using? I
yeah.
want that stuff.
I'm
so
the same way,
it's
man.
crazy expensive.
It is expensive.
When you have an addictive personality and you do all that, it gets expensive doing that.
Yeah, just getting the equipment's expensive, but then playing is not cheap.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
What do you mean playing's not cheap?
It's expensive to golf.
It's expensive to golf.
Yeah, you got to go pay to play, and nice courses are obviously more expensive, which they should be. But if you want to play multiple rounds in a week, it adds up.
Yeah, it adds up quick.
Yeah,
Plus, you're gonna eat and drink while you're on the course.
absolutely.
Yeah, but at what point do you guys just get a membership?
Well,
Country club.
that's a good question.
That's a lot of money.
Neither one of you guys have a membership?
No,
I've done it before.
I did it.
You guys like to go different places, right?
That's the problem with me is so I golf in Bell the most because that's closest to where I live.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get a membership there because any chance I get, I want to go golf somewhere else. The people that I golf with more so than others, we try to make a point to go to a different course every month. You just experience a new course just so that you can say you played all the courses near you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have favorites obviously, but I'm not going to go get a membership at Herman because I'm not going to be going to Herman that much. But I don't know. And then each course.
Herman
has
your
its own-
favorite?
Huh?
Herman your favorite?
Around here, Luder and Herman is probably my favorite
Herman's
course.
cool. That's probably the course I played the most.
Yeah,
I would say.
I love that course.
We used to
That's the one
go.
you play the most.
I would say in all time because whenever I used to work in Washington, I had a buddy Jordan Aubin. He had a membership out there, and we'd go at least twice a week after work. We'd just go get 9 in real quick.
Let me say something real quick.
Yeah.
For the people that are listening to the podcast right now, for one, we just started we just like cruised right into it.
Yeah.
You guys have seen Mitch Schultz before. He's been on the podcast. I don't know if he's bad luck or if my podcast setup just sucked that bad.
Well, you got a producer now, like sitting in the room, so I think she's probably fixing
Yeah,
it.
we have some help there, and I've upgraded so much that I'm much more confident.
This is a whole new house since the last time I've been here, which wasn't that long ago. So kudos, you got a lot of work going on.
I'm really trying to pump it all up.
It's awesome, man.
But we got John Langdon on too.
Yeah.
So like me and John go way back. I mean, like probably one of my earliest friends.
Wait, I mean, what, 4
Yeah,
years old probably? I mean, 4 or 5. I mean,
Dude, that makes me feel so old. I'm about to have a kid turn 4.
Yeah.
I mean, lived less than a mile away from each other, and I mean, grew up together basically.
Me and you were pretty close.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
It's cool that a lot of people don't remain friends with people for that long. Just have falling out, stuff like that. I mean, we've definitely butted heads and stuff before, but
Yeah.
like,
Well, you have
I don't
to
wanna-
be a good friend.
But it's one of those
Yeah.
things where you butt heads and then you get over it.
yeah.
Yep.
You know.
Right. And I'm glad to have friends like that too.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to finally have you out on the podcast. And like I was saying, I've been wanting to have some more fun podcasts. And dude, you listen to most of my podcasts.
I think I listen to almost all of them. There's some I've missed for sure.
hearing that.
Yeah, there's some I've missed for sure, but I think I've listened to the last at least 10 to 12
Oh, wow.
for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And that honestly, like that's how I know like you're a solid friend.
Fuck it.
A solid friend. I do. I'm not. And
Start listening.
no. Don't take it that way.
I'm not fucking with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't take it that way. I don't think anyone is required to ever listen to my podcast. Like, I'm not ever mad that someone doesn't listen to my podcast. I might give someone like Jay Kell or something just because it's fun.
It's fun. Yeah.
It's fun.
Has he subscribed yet?
Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue.
Hit the bell.
I wouldn't be surprised if he never subscribed.
No.
Jake, you need to subscribe.
He's like, I don't like logging in to ask for like an authenticator. Fuck it. Like,
Yeah. But to have friends that just support me is cool because like I do try a lot of different things, and so like I don't know. It's just kind of like one of those things where it's cool to have some friends, especially some really old friends that like it's nice to know you have someone kind of have your back.
Yeah.
And I don't like it's a lot. There's a lot. I upload a lot of crap.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I'm uploading every single day. Maybe not podcasts every day, but I'm uploading content every day. I don't expect all my friends to like everything and share everything and, like whatever. But
Right.
it is cool, like, just to hear my friends listen to it and support me. And I do appreciate it.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's cool to see.
It don't go unnoticed, I promise you.
Yeah, it's cool to just see. I mean, a close friend working at something and growing. I mean, it's just neat to watch happen. It's cool.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know. I would go crazy if I didn't do something. and the more I do, the more I have to do more stuff. Like, it's just who I am.
You think you're your own worst enemy with that? Which I know is cliche to say, but
I don't know. No, I think it's what gives me fulfillment in life. I wouldn't say I'm my own worst enemy. Do I battle with
critic,
like,
I guess I should say.
Yeah, definitely my own critic, but it's because I like to grow, and that's where I find the fulfillment in it. It's not like
The process.
yeah, it's the process side.
Failing, but knowing like, all right, now I know how to be better.
That's what I enjoy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy just being on the podcast, learning the equipment. Now, I don't really care about learning. Like, I don't want to be an expert on the equipment, but going through the process of it all has been fun. But just learning how to talk to people too, learning the banter. Like, I remember listening to some of my early podcasts where I just said and like a lot, and being able to re-listen to myself and critique myself, and just try to get better over time. And I'm still learning right
Sure.
now. But
Yeah.
it's like, for me, that's huge.
That's probably helping you on other aspects too.
For sure.
mean,
Everyday
absolutely.
life.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Especially as I grow in like business and I'm meeting new people. That's
And
something
you're not
just
saying
would-
You're
Yeah.
actually having a full conversation.
or learn just how to talk to people.
Yeah.
Learn how to talk to people and like feel people out too. Get conversations going. There's some podcasts you just can't get around it. Like, it just doesn't matter. I had a guy on that I could not get to talk.
I remember you saying that, yeah.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
And it's just like that wasn't on me. Some of them it's like I got to warm them up, but some of them are just it's impossible to do anything.
But, I mean, not to give them an out, but I'm sure this is new to a lot of
oh yeah.
people.
Yeah, no, and I understand that. Most people, it's just like, just talk.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's why these are easy. Like, I'm not advocating for anything. I'm not a small business owner, so it's just like I'm just hanging out with two of my buddies.
I'm
Like,
just a guy.
yeah,
That's why I like it so much.
Yeah.
Because they're like at the end of the day, there's pressure on me when someone I've never met comes out to my house, and I gotta like I'm working the first half of the podcast
keep the flow going.
just to get the flow going and get them to relax. They're tense, you know, and like they there's just like this vibe.
That's what all this is for.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. Hey, you like tequila?
Hey, you want a shot? Yeah, it definitely helps. Not all of them want to do it, and a lot of them like early morning podcasts. They like to start the day off with it.
Yeah.
It's hard to get someone to have a whiskey shot at 8:30 in the morning, especially on a Monday.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, if it's on a Friday, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm
No.
making an absolute mess, by the way. Sorry.
You're good, man. You're good.
Yeah, well, you're making it worse.
You guys okay? I feel like I cranked the.
I'm doing great.
Oh, so that's what I was saying.
That's working really well.
Actually, I think it's doing well.
That's what I was trying to get at, and we kind of just went off on a tangent. So I wanted to introduce you guys.
Oh, shit.
You guys know Mitch. If you don't, that's Mitch.
Hello.
And then I want to introduce John. So just so everyone, because people are gonna be listening in a car, and they don't see our faces. So
Lucky them.
we got John.
Yeah,
we got
thankfully.
Mitch on the podcast. And there might be like a little low end noise on the podcast. I'm gonna try to get it out, but we got a fan going because we're smoking some cigars. It's a Saturday, and yeah, we're just having some fun. So John brought some cigars out. We're smoking some cigars, but we need a fan because we're gonna hotbox ourselves.
It seems like it's keeping up pretty good, though.
I think so.
Honestly, like I don't see. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see a cloud.
Hey, digging the map, by the way. That wasn't here last time I was here.
Yes, it was.
Okay. Never mind, it's shit.
Yeah, shut up.
The map has been here.
What's the reasoning? Like, I have maps, but that's because I'm a little nerdy.
I'm just kind of getting into traveling. The older I get, the more I'm interested in the world.
Does it have all the country's flags at the bottom?
Looks like it.
That's freaking cool.
I don't care about that.
Are you marking it off or something?
That
Like as you
is
go
cool.
places?
Yeah, and clearly I have nowhere marked off because I've been nowhere.
You haven't even marked off Missouri.
No. I'm just in nowhere. No, I mean, I knew so little about, like, the world that I have a globe down there, too. I mean, my perception on the world was so off. Like, I didn't know where, like, Europe was. And, like, I knew Europe was a country, but, like, I didn't realize, like, where it was, like, to us. I just wasn't into it, man. I don't know. It was weird.
Just not into geography
Like,
at all.
no, I wasn't, and I don't know. It's weird. Like I didn't, like I don't know if most people realize how close Russia and Alaska are.
Oh, it's insane. Yeah.
It's crazy close,
You
actually.
can see it, I think, on like a clear day. from
Yeah,
Alaska.
and from what I understand, that I've kind of gathered, is that they kind of like there's a theory that that's kind of how some Native Americans got over to the United States. Is that apparently from Alaska to Russia? You know where I'm going with this?
We'll see.
So apparently there's a spot in Alaska to Russia that in a certain tide, the tide gets down so low that there is a pathway that you can walk across at a certain time of the year when the water's down. You can cross. It connects Russia to Alaska, and there's a theory that there's natives living in Russia. The water went down. They were exploring. They went over to Alaska. Water rose. They couldn't go back. So then they just kept exploring the land
South.
down and down.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you never heard that before?
I've never heard of the cross. I mean, it makes sense because it all kind of originated north and then kind of came down to the southern area, but that makes
You
sense.
look that up, Ariel, and see like what it's called.
Nah, I believe him.
I just want to know what it's called.
That's best way.
Just like look up like Alaska.
Yeah, I've never known that I'd never known
You
that.
ever heard that before? But it's damn close, right? And I just never realized. As a kid, I never realized how close they were.
I think that's a pretty common one though, because they always display globes and like maps where Alaska's here and the rest of the world's over here.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah, they do it all flat, so then it's just, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you look at the map behind us, Alaska looks,
On the other
Russia
side.
looks as far away from Alaska as possible.
Right.
Yeah,
So
but
unless you
truthfully,
have
they're
one.
right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's how I looked at a map as flat.
Yep.
You know, so I'm like, whoa, like
Whoa, man. They're like right there.
that's pretty crazy. So I don't know, and that's kind of, and I watch a lot of travel vlogs too. on YouTube,
Yeah.
and it's just interesting, like Thailand and Vietnam and stuff, like how cheap it is there and how pretty it is there. I'm like, I'd actually like to go there.
I think it's like, what is it, the Philippines? I'm sure there's a lot of
Philippines
places,
is right
but-
there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super cheap.
I've heard about that a lot. People just go down there and feel like they're a king, coming from here.
Yeah.
Just because your money transfers to much higher economic.
Way better,
down
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, like the guy I listen to, it's like, I think his name's Brett. Brett something. He's on YouTube. He's a travel vlogger.
This is
What's
wild.
this, Ariel?
That's it.
So this is the history of, it's called the Bering Land.
The Bering Land Bridge, yeah. There's a lot to read.
I like this.
It's just a theory, though.
The image itself does a lot of justice, though. I mean, without reading the whole.
Yeah, when you go down.
That's a lot of reading.
yeah, for a picture book, makes sense to me.
It's just a theory. I don't know if they've ever actually proved it before. Like, I don't know if it's proven, but I've just heard about it. As early as the 1500s, early settlers and European thinkers were interested in discovering how humans had come to populate North and South America. So I could see
Beringia.
that. I could see that if it really is, if the lands really are that closely connected, I could certainly see at some time in history
Them coming across.
them coming across, the water getting low. Even if it was like, even if you had to tread water, like you had to walk through the water to get through there.
Sketchy.
cold.
That'd be scary.
It probably was cold.
Pretty
Yeah,
cold.
you're probably right.
You throw another fur on, that's gonna suck.
But at that time, it's not like they had heaters, right?
That's what I'm saying. Another fur.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's so crazy because it's still. I don't know how long the strait is, like the gap there, but it's.
Can you see what it says,
I mean, it's.
Ariel? Like,
I
is
thought
there
I've
a,
heard that before. I think on like a non-foggy, clear day, if you stand on the end of that peninsula, you can see landmass over like in
I
Russia.
still think it's like tens of miles. Like, I mean, it's not
Yeah, I don't
crazy
think it's-
far, but
yeah.
it's not short.
Yeah, you can get out there in your Evinrude, head on over.
Can you? What about if you just went back and searched Bering
This is wild.
Strait Bridge link?
What a setup.
Yeah, that's cool.
This wasn't here last time. It's here either.
Oh, we didn't have this in yet. Yeah, this is nice, and it's nice for people that are watching too, so we can look stuff up, and we can also
Pan to it.
They
and
can see it, too.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they could see it because I'm always listening on the podcast. I don't ever see the video.
Yeah. Yeah. So 55 miles, which is the narrowest point between Russia and Alaska.
There you go.
That's a hike.
That's a long way to go if you're treading water too.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a canoe.
Yeah, and maybe it was something like that.
And some-
Maybe they had a little canoe, and it
some-
was actually not walk.
Some
Maybe it was,
really adventurous huskies or something. That's a walk.
it's got to be better though, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, is Russia very mineral rich country?
Yeah, I don't know. I would assume not.
Oh, I
Just
don't
based off of.
I know so little about Russia.
I don't know much.
They got lots of bombs, right?
know. Yep, apparently.
They say.
Yeah, that's what they. That's what we see. now.
us
That's what they say. A lot of kids learned how to hide under their desks back in the day. I have fear of those bombs, so I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a Cold War joke.
Yeah, good one.
History buff over here. So nothing you guys want to talk about,
What's that?
right? Nothing on the podcast you guys want to talk about in particular?
I don't know. John got married kind of recent. That's kind of cool.
I mean, yeah, that's still pretty new.
Still married?
Still pretty new. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
still,
what's it
yeah.
like to be a married man?
I mean, honestly, it's not as different as you would think. I mean, once you're with somebody for that long, anyways, you're kind of. I mean, we were already living together. We already bought our house. I mean,
You
we
did all
were
the-
already kind of doing. We already did the steps. That was just like the last piece. So
Might as well, yeah,
it just kind of.
make it legal.
Yeah, it was kind of just to make it legal. It was just a kind of a celebration, kind of a day.
Let's have a party. I love
Yeah,
you.
let's have a party. But it was honestly, it didn't really change our day to day. It's not like.
But you
just-
guys,
the
you
next
guys
day.
aren't going to have kids right away, or you guys want to have kids right away?
No, it's not. It's not in the cards right now.
That wasn't because a lot of people get married just to have kids. All right, that's a big reason why people want not
I hope
the only
not.
reason, but
It'd be a bad reason to get married. I think
really, I think it's a pretty good reason to get married.
having
If
a
that's
kid,
the only reason, I think it's a bad reason. I would agree.
yeah,
with Mitch
that's
there.
terrible. Having a kid, get married because you're having a kid.
What's the other benefits of?
I think you get married because you want to be with that person, and then you have kids after you decide that.
Yeah,
Not necessarily you get married just to.
What are
have
you
kids.
saying? You're
I'm
pregnant, so like we should probably get
No,
married?
no. I'm
Okay,
saying,
That's
like,
what I heard.
that's what I thought you said.
No,
that's not a good idea.
In my opinion, I think one of the only reasons to get married is to reproduce, to have kids. I think you should be married to reproduce and have kids with somebody else. I'm not saying that anyone that has kids with someone they're not married to is wrong. I'm not saying
right.
that either.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, like a big reason for me wanting to get married is because I want to have kids.
A byproduct of being married is now we can pursue having kids.
Yeah.
And
I can
that's,
see
I
that,
think that's
yeah.
pretty common. Yeah. I'd say I'm
Other
in the.
than
I'm in,
that, like,
I'd
We
say-
did, yeah.
I'd say I'm in the minority
Yeah.
for sure.
Of what? Not wanting to
Of
have
not
kids?
of us not rushing to have kids.
Oh, and
by
yeah,
any,
I
Want to
by
have
any
kids.
stretch.
It's not
I think that just shows.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. It's not. I mean, it's not even in the
really.
realm at the moment.
Whoa.
Yeah.
yeah, last we talked, you guys had like a year plan. Like we'll maybe revisit it after X amount of years, right?
I mean, it's every time we talk, it's just not. It's not a thing.
There's not a right or wrong answer here.
Yeah.
I
There's
mean,
just.
yeah,
It's
you
just
don't-
not a thing. We.
Both of you guys.
Yeah, we're both on the same page, which was a big step before. I mean, that's something we talked about before we got married and stuff. Like, that was. I mean, because that'd be a pretty big conflict if one of us wanted and the other one didn't.
Yeah, that happens a lot, man.
That would be a big deal to not talk about until after.
Did you do marriage counts? Not marriage counseling, like in a negative, like, gosh, what's it called? Like where you do like pre-marriage, like counseling with like any type of religious.
No, we didn't
saint-
do any of that.
Okay. I was just curious. My wife comes from, you guys know my wife, comes from a religious background, so we did do that, like where you meet with a pastor and then like you fill out like a real big test, like to confirm that you guys have like the same mentality on a lot of big things.
Is that because of the religion, though? The religion that she.
I don't know, because I've never really heard of that at all.
I have though.
You have? She brought it up, and then obviously, like,
It's through the church,
fine.
right?
No, like this wasn't even the same like church that we got married through or anything like that. This was just in the same realm, like of her beliefs. I think United Church of Christ. It's the same. It was just a pastor within that type of religious sect, I guess. But yeah, we went and did that, and you meet like a few times. Just they check to make sure that you guys have like similar, I guess, beliefs. So that you can, I guess, just to force you to talk about it before you get married. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's probably not a good answer. Like, I don't know why we did this.
Dude, I don't think that's a bad idea.
I don't think it's. I thought
I
it was
think it's a
great.
good
It
idea.
did force us to talk about some things like, oh, I
wouldn't
didn't
wanna
even,
do
I
it,
didn't even
but-
think about that.
Sounds freaking boring as hell, but
It wasn't bad. I mean, it forces you to have some difficult. Doesn't force you to have difficult discussions. I guess it depends on your answers, obviously, but
conversations I made.
yeah,
Heavy
I mean,
conversations,
some
maybe.
of the big ones. I mean, yeah, I wrote I wanted to have 2 kids, and she put 4. Okay, we need to talk about that.
yeah,
It's
that's
like we're having 3.
Nope. We're having 2. I don't know. It just forces you to talk about some big ticket items, I guess, that you just kind of put under the rug because you just want to talk about it later because kids are after marriage, so maybe you didn't discuss that as much. But
Yeah, no, I think. I mean, how many marriages could it have? Like divorces could it have prevented it?
that's the thing about it, though. I think if the person who's providing that service, that marriage counseling service before you get married, I don't know why I'm saying married a lot, but if they deem that it's not a good thing, they'll tell you. Like, I don't think you're compatible. You guys, there's too many red flags here. So
And you know what's crazy though
So
is
start your marriage off negatively. Good luck.
Right,
It's like
here
one
you
of those
go.
things, right?
I feel like the ones that are willing to do the marriage counseling or whatever this is considered, I feel like the ones that are willing to do it are probably the ones that don't need it.
Right.
And the ones that need it
Yeah.
aren't willing to do it.
I would agree with that.
I would say that's probably fair.
Yeah, where would be my foundation on going, I don't want to do that?
Yeah,
Like,
why wouldn't you?
Right. It's important to you and your upbringing. So, like, sure. Like, we've already talked about everything that I thought we could talk about. So, yeah, I'll do the test. We'll
Yeah.
show up.
And it's it's not like it controls anything, right?
No.
At the
Yeah,
end
we
of the
walked out
day,
and going,
yeah.
I guess we'll just agree to disagree on that. But it's not.
Yeah.
Like,
But if he's like, oh, I don't think you guys should get married, you guys could still go get married, right?
Sure.
Because you didn't even get married through that church.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, it literally hinders nothing.
Which the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of thinking that is kind of silly. A person I've never met is going to give me the yay or nay on whether they think I'm going to.
I actually think I would like that better.
Just because
an
it forces the
unbiased-
conversation, I guess.
I mean, it brings
What's
up
an
some big
unbiased
topics.
opinion too.
this was a test.
Yeah. Was it a one-time meeting?
Could have had a scan. No, 3. I think it was 3. It was multiple visits. The test was like you get it on your way out the door the second visit. And then the third visit is like the heavy one. Like, all right, I've reviewed your answers, and you wanted this, and
Pop them
she
in the
wanted
Scantron
this.
and-
Yeah. Scantron. But no, it was. I don't know. I thought it was good for what it was.
Yeah, we never actually did any of that stuff. I wouldn't have been opposed to it if she would have wanted to. Then absolutely, yeah. Let's see if there's anything outlying. But I think we talked about, enough stuff to know we were kind of on the same page with what we wanted.
Right.
So.
Did you pay for this, Mitch?
No, I don't think so.
It's all free.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if you pay for it, maybe look out for an online version.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a Facebook test on there. You can just scroll through and.
No, I think this was just kind of a nice thing because it was Miranda's dad, my wife's dad. I keep saying people's names like people are going to know who they are when they listen to this, but my wife's dad is a pastor, so it was just obviously I'm not doing it with him, but it was through the same religion.
See, and that's my thing is you don't want somebody that has a biased opinion.
And he doesn't want to do it either. I mean, which showed me that's good too. If her dad was like, "Hey, you should do it with me," then that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Why? Why would I do it with you? It needs
I
to
would
be
feel
somebody-
uncomfortable.
Oh, same.
I would feel uncomfortable, and you would like to think that like, oh no, you can be honest with me. I won't judge, but
There's a little bias. There's gonna be.
Has to be. His
there's
daughter.
a little pressure on you to answer a question a certain way because that's his daughter. So I don't know what kind of questions there are.
Yeah, it's not like, is the sex good? That's not the first question.
Right.
But like, that would be difficult to have.
That's towards the end.
It would be difficult to answer those.
Yeah, I don't know. For what it was worth and for what it meant to her dad and then her to do that, I thought that it was fine. And then, like I said, we go through it and it's like, all right, well, we disagreed on these things, but they're minor. We've already got these big things figured out. So it was just kind of, I think it was to force you to have a little bit of conflict and then maybe see how you could handle it, I guess. I don't know. If you're with somebody that long, you've already figured
You've
that out.
talked about it, probably.
You've already done it.
Yeah, and if it was anywhere but a church, it would be charged
Probably, yeah.
because nobody else is doing stuff like that for free.
And I would think that'd be weird to have a monetization on something like that, maybe, unless it's through that church. But if it's through, I don't know.
I don't see why it'd be a big deal.
You don't?
No, I mean, there's like marriage counselors that are like therapists, and they charge, and it's just kind of like
Right, but if I'm
You
gonna
wanna pay
fund, if
someone.
I'm gonna fund future things through this church, like a wedding,
yeah.
then
Oh,
they're
for the
probably
church.
gonna want us to be successful on this
Yeah, but
test.
if it's not a church though.
Well, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a church.
Yeah, if after this is over, I'm never gonna see you again, then yeah, it shouldn't be biased because they don't care. They shouldn't care whether we fail or succeed.
Yeah. Have you guys ever done therapy? Ever tried it out?
Thought about it.
No,
Yeah.
never
I hear
did.
good things, nothing but good things.
Why did you want to try it?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think it's only because there's people that like I would think that have never done it, do it, and they're like, it's a good thing to do,
Yeah.
just to kind of talk to somebody who doesn't know you. But I wouldn't know how that would start, so that would probably be difficult.
I tried it. It just wasn't for me.
Why?
Why'd I try it?
Yeah, or why wasn't it good? I mean,
Oh, why wasn't it for
Yeah.
me? Well, it wasn't for me. It was a growth thing for me. I mean, I was just at the time in my life, I was single, and I was like, I'm just like now, I'm looking for growth and I'm looking for ways to better myself. And I had always same thing. I'd always heard about people doing it, and they're like, man, therapy's so good for me. It helps me so much. And I have a lot of like outlets I go to that help me, like just in lots of different ways. And I had heard about it, so I'm like, I'm gonna give it a try. And I didn't do it in person. There's a website called BetterHelp. Mm-hmm. I tried it on there just because of my location to like any therapist. It'd be like an hour drive there, hour drive back, hour there. It was just a lot. It sounded time consuming for something I never did, and I didn't really think it's not like I had a problem. It's not like I was like depressed or like wanted to kill myself. Like that's like you take this test and they ask all these questions, and maybe that's a part of the reason why, because I really didn't have any problems. Like I was just trying to like see if I could better myself or have someone that I really wanted to have someone give me an unbiased opinion. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And I felt like a lot of times if I talk to my friends or my family, they don't want to tell me what I need to hear.
Right.
Like they don't want to hurt my feelings. I want someone to hurt my feelings. I want someone to tell me if I'm doing something wrong. This is like, hey man, you should be doing this different in your life. Mm-hmm. And I reached out and I did like 8 sessions with a guy.
Oh, you committed then. That's good.
Yeah, I tried it. I tried quite a few times, and I did. I set up, and I did everything the guy asked me to, and it was a lot of like venting, and it felt like I was just talking for an hour, which I feel like a lot of times maybe that's just what somebody needs. They need someone to talk to that's not a friend or family. I just didn't feel like I got any feedback from him.
yeah.
Like I just felt like I'm like, man, what am I paying you for? Like I show up and like I felt like after an hour in, we cut the thing off, and I'm like, man, I'm just start getting going. Like,
Right.
I could talk for a while, and yeah, I don't know. I just didn't feel like I was getting much out of it, and I think maybe I should have tried a different therapist. Like the guy was nice, but yeah, I don't know. I just wanted some like critiquing, and I just didn't feel like I was getting it, and I don't know. You know, you get the choice if you want a woman or a guy, which I like that, and I didn't have an opinion. If I would have gone back, I think I would have wanted a woman's perspective.
Yeah.
Which is actually common. I think people want like the opposite sex's opinion.
Yeah.
And because I think that
Shows more vulnerability, I would think, too. Maybe. I don't know.
And it's a different. I mean, it's
a totally different perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally different perspective. Like because he's seeing it from a guy's point of view when I'm talking. And so like I'm telling him my perspective of how I handle things or how I'm doing things and why I think this way, why I think that way. And he's probably thinking, even though he knows me, he doesn't know me at all. I feel like as a guy, we still think on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, maybe I should have done it. And I don't know. I just wasn't getting nothing out of it. So I canceled it, never went back to it. I probably will try it again someday, and I think I'll go with the woman route.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just wasn't for me. So that's why
I mean, you gave it a full 8 sessions. I mean, that's pretty.
Exactly.
That's a pretty big deal. You didn't just go to like the first seminar or the first
meeting.
first meeting.
Yeah, then it was the
guy.
next guy's turn, and he had the same shit going on. So. But that definitely.
Well, what I think I need is I think I actually needed a mentor or a life coach. I didn't need a therapist.
Gotcha.
So I started like after that, I started to realize like there's a difference. There's a therapist. There's a life coach that is more like for like someone young looking to grow. They can kind of help point some people in the right direction. But I think I'm already past that. I think I need a mentor because I was looking for help, and I've talked to some life coaches too, and I know what I want to do. I just don't know how to do it. And so, like, that's where I'm confused. It's not, like, I wasn't confused with my life. Like, I think a therapist is more like if you're confused in life where you're having depressive thoughts or suicidal thoughts, or you're having problems and you can't get yourself out of them, it's all in your head. I think that's, like, where a therapist is good. And then life coach is like, okay, I don't have any problems, but I'm confused where I want to go in life.
Yeah, I
so
just
you
don't
need
feel...
somebody that can be like, you need to, like, that can kind of, like, push you in a direction to kind of guide you in the right way.
Yeah.
But I think I need like a mentor. So I still think I need that, but that's hard to find. That's not a service most people sell.
Really?
I don't
Okay.
even know how you would.
Not for the, I'm looking for a mentor in business, and I'm sure I could probably Google it, but I want a real mentor. I don't want someone that's selling a service that owns a mentoring ship, but they never owned a big business.
Well, it sounds like you're already doing it. You're bringing on people who are small entrepreneurs, small business
Yeah,
owners.
you're probably getting just as much out of that than you would from a session.
And so that's the thing. When I was doing it, every time I had this thing with the therapist, it was being set up in my background. So every time he talked about, oh, hey, I seen you got this, or you got some mics up now, or you got something going on. Like, I was doing both of them at the same time, and I dropped it when I started the podcast. So and it's helped me a ton. Mm-hmm. You know, in doing things just like this too. Like this is just fun for me. Like this is how I clear my head a lot of times.
This is my favorite thing to do. Just
hang out with friends.
I say it all the time. I'm sure I've told you both this, and I might have said it last time I was on here, but I am just not interested in going out to a big hoorah.
Me neither, man.
No, I have zero interest in that. I would much rather just join. My wife and I go somewhere with like a few other couples or friends, and then just sit, have a few drinks,
like
and
this
do
and just,
exactly this.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
I love it.
I like something I really love is like just a patio, a nice day.
Yep.
Go sit on the patio. I'm a foodie.
Let's do it.
So-
Let's do that.
Well,
Let's open up a place and do that.
Okay.
you know,
We've talked about it, right? We talked about Clancy's and Rosebud.
Mm-hmm.
I think Clancy's and Rosebud would be dope to buy.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't want to do it. I think it'd be cool to do. I would love to be like an investor in it that threw out ideas, had some control on building the beginning steps of it to get it set up the way I want. But then I'd want to be hands off. I don't want to deal with.
Take notes, John. I joke all the time.
You
I
guys
want to
talked
open.
about it.
I
You
want to
guys
open.
talked about it.
If I had $1 million right now, that's what I would do. Is I would
I don't
open.
think it would take $1 million. Well,
Well, okay, that's just a number I threw out. But yeah, if I had a revenue stream right now where it would take a little bit of stress off, because I'm currently building a house, so I don't want to do it like right now. But it'd be nice. The guy over here to my left, I want to work a business with, and the only reason I want to do that is because I know that it wouldn't be unsuccessful because of him or myself.
yeah.
Like working together.
Where do you think your strong suits would be? What would you bring to the table?
I don't know. I've seen John's work. Well, yeah.
I'm saying you, Mitch.
Oh, me?
He's like, oh, John would be great.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I only said that maybe because I'm nervous to do anything on an individual scale. So if I had somebody else to bounce stuff off of, I've worked with John in the past, and I just know his work ethic would match mine, and he would be hungry to succeed, and that is what you would probably need in a business partner. So, and I would obviously match
agree.
that.
I would agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah,
you won't want to just like open something just to.
Yeah.
Well,
We're
maybe
paying
I-
our employees and we're making it great. Like, no, I want to thrive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think you guys would both do good. I think I got like smoke lingering in my mic.
I think I'm ashing everywhere but the ashtray.
Yeah, you've got more there than.
it's good, man.
God damn
I'm
it.
actually gonna get a new table. I'm gonna.
Oh, well, let's just tear the fuck out of it.
No, let's not do that. But I'm gonna get another like foot or two added onto this one,
Yeah.
and another foot or two. So it's gonna go wider and longer.
That'd be great.
I got another mic, so I want to get 4 mics set up, and I want to actually have So I'm gonna start doing a Friday upload for my podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna call it, and I think I'm gonna have multiple different ones. Like this is gonna be happy hour. This is gonna be Friday happy hour or something like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, but I want to have just like a Friday upload that's fun, the fun podcast. Like just strictly fun. We're drinking, smoking cigars, just bantering
Yeah.
the whole entire
Yeah.
time. But I need a bigger table for it. We're crowded here. And not just crowded us, we're crowded. The cameras are too crowded too.
You think?
Yeah, because if the camera that's on you guys right now, if it goes to the right anymore, you're going to see my other camera. The camera's got to be back further.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so they'll start crossing over and stuff. So I need to expand out more. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Those are new too.
yeah, they
I'm
are.
just going to
man.
keep saying that, I guess.
Well, dude, it's
Shit's going on over
Yeah,
here.
it's set
it's
up.
hard to commit to stuff like that when you're making no money, and each camera's $500-600 a pop.
Sure.
All the all the mics are $400 a pop. The
How do you know? Sorry to interrupt you. How do you know, like, where to go? Like, I have not that I do it on purpose, but I try to maintain good relationships with people who have intellect in a lot of different areas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've got my IT guys that are geniuses with that stuff, and I've got my gearheads who are good with that stuff. But like, if I just went, oh, I need 2 cameras to replace iPhones that I'm using in this studio. What do you do? Just research online, or do you get a hold of Caitlin Mace at the Sakara Lounge? And,
So I started asking around.
yeah.
Like I had Casey Earhart on. He's
that's
really
smart.
He's
Yep.
doing the videography.
Yep.
Killing it. And I'm like, what do I need, man? Like, tell me what I need. I think I reached out. Sam Lindbergh is she does photography, so I think I might have talked to her about it. I think I probably talked to Caitlin about it. Problem is, photography, videography, and podcasts are all different. They all need something different.
Sure.
So I did ask a lot of people. I started Googling, like, what's Joe Rogan got? Turns out he's got $20,000 cameras.
Yeah.
Everything's $20,000. And I'm like, my goodness,
What's
dude.
the most successful podcaster using?
Yeah, let
Yeah.
me get his.
That's that
what I did.
hobbyist shit that we were talking about.
That's
earlier.
what I did.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Because I wanted to be to that quality. I want it for the people that are listening, the people that are watching. I want it to be all there. I want it to be all there all the way around. But obviously I couldn't afford what he had, so it's like, okay, what now? And I actually had one of these Canons before when I was doing my video games on YouTube.
Yeah.
That was like, I was happy with the camera quality of it, and I had a setup with it that I was kind of happy with, but with multiple camera views, it's like, okay, how do I make it all work together? So I knew I was happy with the old camera. I had messed up my old camera when I was doing the video game stuff, so I had like that one was like thrown out the window, but they're $600 a pop. So it's like, do I want to drop another $1,200 on cameras and see if it works out? Well, I did it because I'm like, I got to do something. I got to upgrade something. So I ended up finding a video mixer, and it's $600. And I was like, if it doesn't work, I'll return it. That's what I
Right.
told myself. If it doesn't work, I'll return it. But if it works,
Great.
great. Now I have some nice setups. So I did that, and I actually called. I had one podcast that the guest, they were, I can't even remember their name now. Damn it. Well, whatever. I had them on my podcast. The mics, it's Brush Creek Farms, but I can't remember their names.
That's
I
right.
feel
You just
bad
hurt
for
their
not
feelings.
remembering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry if you guys are listening. They're probably not, though.
Not anymore.
Yeah, after I threw away the podcast. After I couldn't remember their name, and I threw their podcast away because I wasn't happy with the audio quality. But I felt so bad about having them come out and it not uploading it that I just said, screw it. The next day, I called Will West out of Jeff City. And I said, hey, man, this is what I got going on. What do I need? And he's like, you need this Mixcast or Tascam Mixcast 4. And I'm like, okay. You have it there? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I'll be there today. Went and bought a set of headphones that John's using now. And I came home, it was plug and play, rocked it. I'm like, why did I
That's
not
cool.
do this from the beginning?
Yeah, that's cool. You don't have to figure nothing out. You can just go.
That's
Yeah.
where my anxiety would get home. It's like, okay, now I have it here. How do I get all this to work? And
Yep.
yeah.
But this is all plug and play, make life easy. Before, I was working against the grain. I had things that didn't work together, and it was all off of Google advice, and nothing worked together. So, and it was just a mess. And so I upgraded all the mics, all the cameras, all the audio equipment, everything, and life's been easy. Podcasts are turning out great. Audio's turning out great.
Yeah, it
Videos
sounds
turning out
good.
great.
It sounds
I'm happy
good for
with
sure.
it.
I was curious
Editing's easy.
I was curious how you got them all to like sync. Because like when I was doing silly shit like video editing, like games and stupid stuff like that, the hardest part was to getting like the audio to match the time that I'm in on the video portion.
Yeah.
But you have multiple videos going, like
Yeah.
multiple cameras.
Yep.
So like, cut. Do you do that? Like that's what that's for people who didn't know that. I didn't realize that until late. But yeah, that's just like you can sync everything up to whenever something happens and then go from there. But you didn't do any of that when we sat down. So it's like I don't know what he's doing, but he knows way more than I do. So
The equipment is doing it.
does it for you.
And Ariel. You're a rock star, Ariel.
That's 2 shout outs in one
Yes.
podcast.
Yeah, she's been awesome help. Jimmy Greener, he helps me sometimes too. Ariel's at a point in her life now where she has some free time to be able to help me, so it's been a huge help. If she can't, then I got to pay someone to come out and help me. So if you guys are listening, make sure you guys subscribe so I can pay someone, or even Ariel, throw her some few bucks because she'd like to get paid for it at least.
Want a cigar, Ariel?
Yeah.
She would. She likes cigars.
Hell yeah.
She's a
Hell
cigar.
yeah.
So you guys want to play this game?
Dude, I love games.
Yeah.
I threw you guys a saying during the week.
I'll do
And the game is the top 5 worst things ever.
I'm getting a beer.
Yep. I need
So
one
it's
too.
the top 5 worst things ever. Mitch, you said you didn't prep.
Sure
So
didn't.
It's going to be off the cuff. I'm actually going to go pee. So if you guys want to kind of talk, discuss,
getting a
John
new
did
table.
prep. So good on John. He did his homework.
Well, we'll see.
Fucking goody two shoes.
I'm gonna take a leak real quick, and then we'll play it when I get back.
Yeah, sounds good.
Me and John and Beer Mids go way back, okay?
Oh, back at whenever we were at my place, whenever my parents were trying to sell it,
Yeah.
that was a pretty good one.
That's when I learned how cool your dad really was.
Yeah, pyramid with a
You got some cool parents, John.
street sign in our chandelier.
Okay, easy.
Oh, never mind.
That was there when I got there.
Yeah, right.
We bought it online though. Definitely was not stolen.
No.
Dude, that was a problem.
I wasn't there for that, so if they get in trouble, it's I was nowhere around. You good, Ariel? You good? I'm gonna do the whiskey. I've been into whiskey lately.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've been into it.
That's something I haven't been able to get into.
Same.
I've tried. I just haven't developed the
You
taste
want
for
to
it
try
yet.
some alimony?
I mean, I'll try it, but every time I try, I don't know what it is. I just can't appreciate it.
There was that place in Washington, the little distillery. I went before
Want
my...
a single shot or double shot, John?
I forget what it was called.
Probably a single just to start.
The guy was pretty nice. He knew right off the bat. I was like, listen, dude, I'm just killing time. It's my birthday. I'm just drinking today. He's like, oh, well, then we won't even do like the hardcore whiskey stuff. And he had like a bunch of lesser proof stuff that they made. A couple of those were good, but I have to have it on ice, like, and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, it's got to be on ice.
I think it was Sam. Was it Sam Cobb who was here? He was like, no, thanks. I'm not doing any of that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like that with whiskey. Not tequila, but whiskey. for
Honestly,
sure.
man, I was the same way.
It's an acquired taste.
It's been an acquired taste from the podcast
Yeah?
because I keep getting bourbons and different types on, and everybody wants to try them.
It's just going to grow on you.
It's growing on me. and it was a Ross Blankenship podcast that really kicked it off for me. We sat and drank an ungodly amount of bourbon.
I do remember that because by the end of that podcast, you could tell that you guys had been drinking the whole time.
And it's interesting because at first it's like, ooh, hot, warm, sizzling down a little bit. But after a while, it smooths out, and you're not chugging it.
Oh no, hell no.
I need like a filter like that slows me down. Because if I'm drinking beer, boom, boom, putting them back, and so I get to just sit and enjoy my drink that I'm having. Because sometimes you can drink like the tequila and club soda. You can put it back. You can get a head rush off of it pretty quick.
Oh yeah,
Because the buzz comes because it goes down smooth.
tequila makes me hot, like warm. Like if I drink a bunch of it.
Yeah, sure they can.
Oh man,
Sure they can.
Yeah,
in the
gets you-
right.
same thing with rum. I mean, it just kind of makes it like hot to the point where it's like, all right, I'm starting to feel like fucking sick. Like I don't want any more of this.
Yeah.
And it isn't like, oh, you're getting drunk. It's just like this is overwhelmingly like making me sick.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing. Like beer, the only thing I like about beer is like I know exactly how much I've had.
Yeah.
Like I can know like, okay, I can have X amount of beers, but I feel like I lose track of that very easily with liquor.
I was that way for a long time.
And I don't know, I haven't learned how to control that, and I haven't acquired the taste to enjoy switching over yet.
I'll tell you where it helped me is the fact that you get a nice bourbon. And it's also the setting, right? You're hanging out with a bunch of friends. They're putting beers down, stuff like that. Like, it's hard to just hang out and sip on it.
Yeah.
Because, you're still just sipping on that thing? Like, you're not, it's, so if you're around people like that, it's just different. But, like, a whiskey glass, you can sip on it for quite a while. So you're not putting it back that fast.
Right.
So you can kind of pay attention to, you're like, okay, if you order a double shot of whiskey with a big cube of ice, you're like, okay, I've had one of them. Go get another one. You're like, okay, I'm up to 4 shots now.
Right.
I've been 4 shots in, but so you start paying you pay attention.
Yeah,
Like that.
that's true.
Here, cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming out on my podcast. I really appreciate it. These are a blast for me. I love it. It's a double whammy for me. Like you said, you just really like getting with your friends, hanging out and chatting. But also for me, I get to make some content.
Yeah, this gives
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this gives me an excuse. Like my wife's like, "What are you doing? You're gonna do a podcast?" I'm like, yeah, but like in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go drink with John and
I'm gonna
Ryan.
hang out.
Yeah, that's exactly how it should be. Too.
Yeah.
It's exactly how it should be. So thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
I love the fact that we finally got John out here on the podcast.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I like John.
So we just came back from a piss break, which, I mean, everybody that's listened to the podcast has been here the whole entire time, and they don't know no different. But we're getting back now. We're going to play this game. Mitch, do you need a couple minutes to think? Do you want to
Yeah.
go last in the...
It takes him a while.
That would be great. Yeah, it takes me longer than your average. Yeah.
John, do you have some already?
Can someone
Yeah,
move
I've-
the ashtray a little closer, even though I'm just ashing all over the table?
Well, okay.
You did that to yourself.
Okay.
You built a pyramid in your way.
Listen, I don't make the rules. Okay.
Apparently John and Mitch go way back on.
Pyramids. You have to.
I mean, yeah. That's
Guess.
I guess so. It just kind of ended up. We just ended up starting to make them.
That was the best pyramid I've ever been a part of, though. Was that one where we started doing it at your house?
Oh, and
Yeah.
Gerald there.
Yeah, like 6 foot high.
Yeah, that was a pretty big one. We got it on our dining room table, and it was up there.
So I don't have a number one. Do you have 5 at least?
I've got more than 5.
Shit.
But I don't have them like
down.
ranked.
Do you think you can come up with some off the cuff?
We'll try.
Okay. Top 5 worst things of all time. We're going to go through our 1s, through our 2s, 3s, etc. Right? We're going to go John, me, then you. Mm-hmm. You cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this
No
is the
repeating.
worst.
No repeating.
This is the worst.
5 of the worst things of all time. Things that you absolutely hate.
So are we starting with the best? Are we starting with the worst of the worst, or
Oh, what do you think, Mitch?
Dude, I'm still trying to think of one. So just
because
quit looking at me.
I did not rank what I came up
All right,
with.
I think we should start out at number 1. I know it's kind of backwards, but I think we should start out at
Hope I don't
what
butcher
you
this
think
whole
is
section.
the number 1 worst thing of all time.
Well, see, now I feel like this is first world problems for sure. What I've got down. For sure.
Having to move my third TV to the spare bedroom.
No, I that's how I took it. I took it as a first world kind of problem.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I put dropping something on the side of your seat in your car, and it goes under your seat.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, that is
That is the worst.
so terrible. Like, I'll try and while driving to like grab it and stuff, and that's just a hazard. So I ended up having to just wait, and then you got to move the seat, and it sucks.
Yeah. I didn't have a number one, so I'm going to put my number two as my number one. Kids screaming in a restaurant. I cannot stand that.
You piece
That's a
of
good
shit.
one. That's a good.
I'm looking at Mitch as I'm saying it.
He's looking like my kids follow him to his restaurant.
I cannot stand Mitch's kids.
That's my number one too. That's freaking crazy that you said that. No. Wait, hang on. What? Elaborate. Okay.
I hate that. It's like, shut your kid up.
If you go to a diner and that happens and you're mad, that's on you.
Is it?
Absolutely.
A diner?
Absolutely. I think it's completely establishment based. Like if you're gonna go to like a ritzy, like nice place to eat, then that would be something I think that would be fair to gripe about. But you guys aren't.
No, if
I don't want to.
I'm at McDonald's Playhouse. Yeah, sure. Scream all you want. That's on me. If it's a fast food, kids can scream. If I am at a sit-down restaurant that I have to tip at, I don't want to listen to your kids scream.
You're a dick. And I don't want to use the card like, well, you guys don't have kids. I'm not trying to do that. Yeah. I will say, after having kids, I used to probably be with you on that.
You learn.
You get it.
Out.
Absolutely. What are you gonna do? What can you do? My kids.
Back of your hand.
My kids. my kids can be like. I obviously love my kids, but like they're great kids. One's really young, so it's kind of hard to tell on him yet. But they act really well most of the time. But like, man, it just happens. Like kids have a bad day. You have a bad day.
Yeah. That
Stuff just happens. And it's unfortunate what happens in a restaurant. Now I will actively do my best. Like if it's like, okay, we're having a late lunch and my son, my oldest, hasn't had his nap yet. Probably don't want to go into a restaurant because I just know that he's going to be having a problem and it might come out to the whole populace there, everybody there. But that's just part of having kids. I mean, I can't control my 7-month-old, and I can't leave him in the car either.
I don't think it's anything against you per se.
Right. I would.
It still is like damn.
And there's levels too. I mean, there's absolutely levels. Like there was a toddler absolutely having a meltdown before you even get in there. Like figure it out before you get in there. Or
Mine's more. You're in a restaurant. And I'm talking nice. I mean, yeah, obviously you go to like a low end day.
When I said restaurant, I didn't factor fast food at all. Just so you know, I'm talking like you go to Rustic Garden or you go to just a small mom and pop diner restaurant.
Sure,
that's gonna happen.
Like you just go up to the local bar
because that's where parents feel more comfortable bringing their kids because they in the back of their head. At least I do.
I'm not
hopefully more acceptable.
I'm not freaking out. Shut that kid up after the first.
Well, no,
but it's whenever they're sitting in there, and the kid's throwing a fit, screaming, and the parent doesn't take the kid out and just like, hey,
that's okay.
Like first scream, second scream, okay. Well, let's get it together after that. Let's figure it out.
So yeah, we'll traverse.
How many screams can they scream before it's the problem?
I mean, we can traverse enough gray area for me to then be on your team. I mean, there's absolutely levels. But like if my kid just like gets excited or screams a little bit or he's having a fit because he's hungry, and those are things that my wife and I can fix at the table.
No, I'm not. If it's like you the first kid.
You're right. If it's prolonged, then yeah, I'm on your team. Then the parent should try to like figure that out.
There's some people that will just let a kid throw a fit and they don't even care.
That's different. I would be on your team.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
the
parent needs to be actively trying to diffuse that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that scenario goes into a few other things too, like on a plane or watching a movie in a movie theater or something.
Dude, don't bring your kids to the movie theater, please. I'm with you.
Every time I'm in a movie theater or on a plane, I get a kid sitting behind me and they just kick the crap out of the back of my seat.
That's like a massage chair, though.
No, it's not. No, it's not for me.
Yeah, like I'm not going to bring my 7-month-old to a theater show.
Right,
I'm not going to do that because he's obviously not going to enjoy it. And to ask a 7-month-old to sit still and not make noise for 2.5 hours is just kind of ridiculous in the first place. So I would agree with that.
So what age did you start bringing them?
I don't know. I think I took my oldest to his first movie when he was like 2.5, and he sat through the majority of it without any issues. But he's not like screaming and having a fit or anything. But I don't know. You just have to feel your kid. Every kid's different.
Yeah.
My kid's really cautious, and my oldest is cautious and quiet. His youngest brother is not, so he'll probably be different, and we'll have to acclimate them to those things differently. But yeah, to expect kids to not throw a fit and something like that, then yeah. But like if you're, like I said, at a ritzy restaurant, then that's a little different. I think the experience that you're trying to get at that restaurant is different. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Obviously, I just want to take my family out to eat, so we're going to go to a restaurant that isn't ritzy and get our food and get out of there.
I wasn't attacking you, Mitch.
No. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. That's stuff to, I don't know. It's absolutely something I think about. But it's different with my second kid.
Like, you're the person that it's like, that handles the problem.
Like with my first kid, I was terrified. Asked my wife. She's like, let's go out to eat. And like, he's like 6 months old, 5 months old. I'm like, no, I don't. Just because I still had that mindset of like, I don't want my kid. What if he freaks out? What if he, I don't want to be that parent. But now I have 2 kids. And it's like, that's going to happen. I gotta eat.
You're not the problem. It's the ones that they're bringing their kid. They're stopping at a place to eat on the way home from the hospital.
Yeah.
Kids still screaming from the hospital. And they're like, let's get some Applebee's.
All right. Yeah, I can see that. Is it my turn?
It's your turn, Mitch.
Okay. One I just came up with because I ran into it the other day. And I don't even really know how to explain this, but like drivers who are like, I don't want to say overly cautious, but overly nice. Like I had somebody stop in the middle of the road to let somebody out of a parking lot. Like, how freaking dangerous is that? You're stopping traffic
honestly,
to let somebody out who's waiting to get out. Like, there's only me behind them. So like, they only got to wait like 4 more seconds, and then it's their turn.
That's a great one because
I hate that.
I've got a couple different driving ones on here, and I didn't even think about that, but that infuriates me. If you just follow the rules of the road,
it's fine.
It's great.
Yeah.
But that overly nice stuff just hinders the whole thing.
It just stops traffic, and he's like, oh, yeah, your turn. You can go. It's like, it isn't their turn. You're like, I almost rear-ended you. Like, why? We're going 50, and now we got to stop because...
You know what really bothers me? The people that don't put their blinker on to the last second.
Because they know in the back of their mind that you're looking at them like, you prick. And then they're like, oh, yeah, I got to flip my blink. I know exactly. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
But I am screaming at them.
Because I'm sitting there waiting like,
they're
all right.
slowing down, like going, like we're going.
You know they're turning?
Yeah, we're going down a road that is 60 miles an hour. And they're slowing down to like 40 miles an hour. And I'm like, are you turning or what is your car breaking down?
I hate the opposite of that.
Just let me know that you're turning.
Like, I'm sitting waiting to go out, and like, they're coming, and then they turn their blinker on to come in. It's like, I could have gone 10 seconds ago, but now I have to wait for all that.
Yeah.
I hate that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or the people that just take way too long to turn. Like they could turn easily. You can, when you're going into a corner, you can slowly go around at like 5-10 miles an hour, but they will come to a complete stop in a highway, come to a complete stop and then turn. And it's like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah,
that kind of goes.
Let's get this going. Like, I don't want to.
I have so many driving ones now.
Yeah, the highway.
We're all road rage.
Yeah.
Everybody hates driving.
Yeah, the highway ones too, because then you get the opposite of that, where it's not the angry, but it's the guy who goes a little bit on the shoulder to get out of your way, and that way you don't have to slow down the whole way. That guy's the hero. Hell
he's
yeah,
a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I don't know. I pay attention, like, and I'm sure others do. Like, if I'm going to pull out, but I see, like, a guy coming in, but he's got, like, a boat or he's got a trailer behind him, I'll stop early because I want to give him more room to swing wide to get in there and not have to worry or freak out. But then I got people behind me either honking, like, why aren't you going all the way to the line? Why can't...
Not me!
Or they're trying to pass me. And it's like, what are you... Like, I'm trying to be overly nice. I don't know. It's...
What about the guy that pulls out, like, cuts you off, pulls out in front of you, cuts you off, and then doesn't get up to speed.
And just go slow.
Yeah, it's a 60 mile an hour highway. They pull out like right in front of you and then just slowly get up to speed.
Yeah.
Just
takes
like
forever, and then they go 50 to 55.
Yeah, they're going below the speed limit, and they just took their time getting up there. It's like, why did you pull out in front of me?
There's nobody behind. It's not like there's a line behind me.
I've seen people spinning tires out to get in front of me and then go onto the speed limit. It's like, what is wrong with you guys? Like, what was the importance there? All right, John, what's your number 2?
Honestly, well, I guess I'll keep it with driving. People that just ride the passing lane on an interstate.
Trying to cut in front of, like, stop traffic.
No, just like on 44.
Yeah, it should be like you can cruise 80 down the fast lane, but they're in the fast lane going 65, 70.
And I'll even go further to say you can, if you're going 80 in the fast lane, you should still get over.
If someone's going 90.
It doesn't matter to me.
Oh, like you're saying if you're in well, you don't want to get over behind someone that's going slow.
No, if you're passing, it's a passing lane. So if you're actively passing, absolutely stay there. with consideration to people behind you. If there's somebody clearly that came flying up on you, you should probably try to find a gap to get over and let him around. But if you're actively passing people, stay in the lane, get around them. But once you're around them and you have a gap between the next car, get over.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is about it, but it just
I'll
bothers
stay
me
in the
so
fast
much.
lane if there's nobody there. But if I see someone coming up behind me, I'm getting over.
See, and that usually is fine, but there's some people that either don't pay attention, don't see, and then I'll come up on them, and then I'll have to slow down, and then even just me slowing down to their speed, and then they get over, bothers me because
I could have kept all this inertia. And just,
honestly,
get
that
it,
bothers me.
I get it.
It bothers me so much.
Well, a lot of times, because I just did a 9-hour drive for our trip I just had, and
just did
the
a
whole
bigger-
way we're coming back, I'm trying to cruise, especially on the way back. I just want to be home, so we're trying to cruise. There'd be guys that would sit in the fast lane, and it's a ton of traffic because it was Memorial Day, so everybody's headed home. So there's a ton of traffic. So both lanes to the right are going pretty slow. In the fast lane, there's a guy going 65, 70, and there is I'm second in line, and there's just a line of 15, 20 people behind me. I'm like, get out. There's nobody in front of him. I'm like, get out of the way. There's all these people that want to go. And just get in the lane next to us. Go their speed. You're already going their speed.
I don't know what it is because it doesn't take long for a car to get around you. I don't know if they're afraid of losing their spot and getting stuck behind the semi in the right lane.
Damn about anybody
sorry, I'm
else.
thinking of a couple, so I want to bookmark them before I forget them.
I don't know what it is because
No, I think they just don't care about anybody else in the world. I think it's a selfish thing.
yeah, there's nothing. I mean, I say the thing of
They don't even care that you're back there.
I think you're probably right, and I mean, yeah, that infuriates me a little bit. I mean, definitely more if they're going if it's 70 and they're going 70 and you're in the left lane and you're just neck and neck with the guy in the right lane.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There's nothing, and then
Dude.
and then that gets me into an angry point, and then I end up if they ain't getting over, then I'm passing on the right, and I feel like an asshole for doing that.
I don't. I look right at them every time.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my God. I know somebody that has went to the beyond and is road rage and will go around, get back in front, and then brake.
That's a dick
Slow
move.
down.
And we'll slow them down and make them get over. And I'm not there.
And
but
then when they get over, then you fucking hammer it. And
yeah, whenever they get to the right, then you're gone. But they're going to make sure you get over. No, I'm not that bad, but I do
definitely
get
don't
angry.
Stare as I'm going.
Oh, I do the stare all the
Just
time.
looking at him like, you got a problem, man?
Like, what's wrong with you?
yeah, come on, man.
I at least got to see your face.
Yeah.
What kind of demographic are we working
So that's your second.
Yeah.
That's your second. My second is, it's kind of, it's all the freaking different chargers for cell phones. That's what I hate. I hate that every time a new cell phone comes out, there's a different charger. Because I like to have a charger in my car.
Yeah.
I need one for my computer. I need one to charge it at night. I need one at my gym. I need it at all these different places. And every time I get a new cell phone, I have 5, 6 different chargers for all the different places in my house and everywhere I need. And then I get a new phone and boom, new charger. It's like, why can't everything just have the same damn charger? I understand that it's a money thing.
Yeah.
And it's like they change it up so that you have to buy the new one. It's the way they make a bunch of money. But it's just so annoying to me to have to buy a new one.
I would agree. And I didn't like these iPhones. The old headphones became obsolete immediately because they didn't fit into
had
your
to buy an
phone.
adapter,
You
right?
had to get the adapter. And it's like, there's no way Apple is struggling that bad that it has to inconvenience me that now I have to buy a separate adapter, which is
Well, it was
an
to
inch and a
save
half
on
long.
waste.
What?
That was
What's a
Apple's
save
thing.
on waste?
That adds more waste.
It does. But that's what Apple's
Here we go.
You guys didn't know this?
No, educate me because I'm.
I
still
have
gonna-
something that's going to blow your mind after this, though.
So Apple, when they got rid of the port chargers,
Yeah.
it was because they talked about they had all this extra waste all this extra plastic and everything that they put into the packages that they thought that would reduce waste by not having them put so much in the packages. But now everyone's like, well, I have to buy 2 separate packages and buy the adapters, and the adapters have a package for themselves and all this stuff. They're like, it's so much more waste. But Apple made it sound like, well, we're selling all these phones and we don't have to include all this extra plastic in the iPhone package, that it's saving money.
That makes zero sense to me.
Yeah.
Just make your input fit both things, like it always did.
Right. Why'd you take that out?
I don't understand at all how that's a marketing point.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah, that's very odd.
I totally agree.
So I'll make your day. They are Apple, as far as I know, they are being forced to go to Android chargers.
Whoa.
Really?
That's what I understand. I heard the.
Can we Google that?
Invest.
I would Google that. Make sure I'm not full of shit. But I heard as early as the next iPhone will have as USB-C, and that's going to be standard
For everything.
for everything. I think because of waste.
Right, because it probably isn't even a headphone thing anymore. I mean,
USB-C is awful.
everybody's got Apple or iPod, whatever the hell. I don't even know what they're called. I don't have any. I have like the Raycon, whatever. But
Apple executives said that this is Google. Like this is CNET.com.
this is Google.
Apple executives said the company plans to comply with European rules mandating that new phones all use the same common USB-C charging port. Most phones already use USB-C, with Apple being the main outlier. And this is April 8th of 2023. So just a month or so
Yeah, they
ago.
say the iPhone. They're
months
saying the iPhone 15, which
coming
I
out.
guess that's next. I don't know if that's for sure. I'm not an iPhone guy, but
Well, it would be nice if it would just be nice to have.
Yeah.
You know, I get people come to me in the gym. I at the gym I have to have.
Do you have one of those charging stations that's like universal? And
No,
things
I
like
don't. No, I don't. I just have a ton of different chargers at the gym because everybody, like your headphones have
USB.
micro USB and USB-C, and then I have multiple different Beats headphones that I listen to, like Bluetooth ones in the gym for music. They all have a different charger on them. They have an iPhone charger. They have a micro USB. They have USB-C. I'm like, what? Why? Like that pisses me off when I get a new Beats headphone and it has a different charger
Than the last Beats headphone you had?
because all it does is charge it.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
the matter?
But I will say that new devices, if you buy new devices, they're probably going to have USB-C.
Cool.
Like even now, like if you buy something now, it's probably got USB-C.
Cool.
So
I'm trying to fit this mold.
I think everybody's going to that realm, and I think there's
Good charger.
I think there's like
I'm
this
cool
says,
with it.
there's some mandates to force that because of waste, because of having too many different like.
But it's just it's an
I
active
have a
inconvenience.
massive box of chargers that I've kept over the years because through different like MP3 players and then the iPods. And
You still have MP3 players?
I don't have an MP3 player. I have an iPod though. I have like an old iPod.
It's like my Walkman won't fucking connect to anything.
Yeah, I just kept them all because you never know. I've ran into problems where I'm trying to connect something like these cameras. They have a micro USB and they have a mini HDMI.
Yep.
There's a mini HDMI,
Yep.
HDMI, mini HDMI, and then a micro HDMI.
Yep.
Learned that the hard way. I thought it was HDMI and a mini HDMI, and then come to find out there's a micro.
Yep.
And guess what? The USB-C works the same as a HDMI if you get the data cable,
Yep.
if you get the thicker one.
Yep, it does.
So it'll work as like a monitor cable too.
The new USB-Cs, yeah.
So yeah, now we're creeping into shit up. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well,
It's cool.
Well, man, it's all gonna work.
Yeah, it's all gonna
Oh
work.
hell yeah.
It's going to be cool because now actually you see a lot of, because now it's not USBs on chargers. My Oculus. My Oculus has a USB-C on both ends, and the block is a USB-C. That's the only way to charge it.
See, and I kind of like that actually. That kind of rolls into what I was one of my things a little bit, which I guess we can just jump in if we want because
No, we'll sweep around too.
it'll be a quick one.
Mine's generic. People who don't tip.
Who don't tip?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Now, are you a 20% tipper every time?
At least.
Yeah.
I say that now because I feel like at this point in my life, I just think of tipping as like a different scale. Because the tipping kind of is actually based on my experience. And I don't mean like experience like the service and the food. Obviously, that plays a part into it. But like, if my son knocks over his drink, all right, that just benefited the waitress.
They're gonna get more.
Yeah, if my son's crying and Ryan's pissed, that's gonna benefit. That's
You're like,
gonna,
damn it, you cost me $2.
right.
Man.
That's gonna play a part. And obviously, how they handle that too is gonna affect it. But I'm very much so active in like, okay, if my crew is making it more difficult on the staff, then that is going to
They
alleviate
should get
it
compensated for that.
that much more than their service that they're giving me. So, but yeah, like I've been to places like where or somebody's like, well, I'll take care of it. I'll pay. I was like, oh, okay, great. They're treating us. And then I see their tip. I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta leave.
I've peeked over and just to see.
right.
Kind of, if
Have
someone
to.
does that, I kind of peek over, and if it's not good enough, I'll drop a $20.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's the biggest you've ever tipped, percentage-wise?
Ooh, I don't know.
Oh, percentage-wise? Well, percentage-wise is tough because you can leave a $5 tip on a $5 beer or something
Right.
like that, and that's a 100% tip.
Damn, I don't know. That's a great question.
I know I've been doing it like a lot this past year, and this is like sounds so stupid probably, but like, and it's mainly people I know, but I'll leave them just a straight $100 bill, and like we'll go out and we'll just get like a burger and fries, and our bill will be like $30-$40, and I'll leave them a $100 bill.
Yeah, I've never
Damn,
done that.
That's awesome.
I've
That's
never,
cool.
I mean, that's awesome.
Cash. I do it cash too.
Yeah.
Right, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they're going to talk about that for ever.
Right, and that's the main thing too, because I don't know about
Feels
you guys.
great.
I love small town living for that because I want people to remember me. Like if I go into a bar and get lunch, once or twice a month, and like let's say the third month I go in and there's a Miller Lite ready, and
yeah.
that. They're getting that's great.
Yeah.
That's just part of. I mean, that's the game, right?
You
That's
deserve
the
it.
that's
a
the
little
game.
bit more at least.
Yeah, that's the game. With the service starts to recognize you and remembers what you want, that's part of the game. They're actively going above and beyond.
That means a lot, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
huge. Because your dining experience can be great or awful right off the rip. And that is just setting the bar so high right off the bat.
As an extrovert, when I go out, I'm talking like if I go out to like a bar, and if I or not just a bar, but like if I go out to a restaurant, I'm having drinks, and I'm getting something to eat, and especially if we're there as a group hanging out, I want my bartender to be friendly.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, or my waitress to be friendly.
For sure.
I want someone like that's, and I'll tip so much more for someone like that.
I think
Someone that can make jokes, make sure we're getting our drinks.
my dad and I started doing this. Like one of us will pay for the meal and then the other a tip. And that just kind of, that bumps,
what?
that
I
bumps,
you guys
that
are
too.
willing
it bumps
to pay.
that tip up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
It bumps
that
tip up.
I like when I go out to eat and someone's like, "I got the tip though."
Right. Because,
Well, okay.
And you know that,
'Cause
right.
I've paid everyone's dinner before, and they're like, "I'll pay for the tip," and I'm like, "Cool."
That's awesome. Yeah.
You save a ton of money that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the tip
such a
can
silly
be
thing.
jacked up
Yeah, the
so
tip-
that they can feel that they participated in the payment as well.
Yeah, they don't feel as bad leaving
Absolutely.
a higher tip because that's all they're paying.
That's the only reason we do that. Yep. That's
Yeah.
huge for that.
Yeah, it is cool. I think, and everyone benefits from it,
Yep.
right? Because so does the bartender, the waitress, whoever.
My wife's picking me up, so I'm going to keep drinking.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Well, get me one.
What'd you think of the whiskey, John?
I actually didn't mind it. I thought it went down pretty good.
Pretty smooth stuff.
Yeah, it was surprisingly smooth. Like, I guess in this setting, it's kind of good. Like, I usually go with like a Jack and Coke or something like that if I try to do this, and I just never find it that great.
Yeah.
But-
well, on ice, the ice melts a little bit, waters it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Makes it a little easier to drink too.
Yeah, I definitely can't do, like my dad, he'll do scotch just neat.
Your dad's an animal.
He's an animal.
Yeah, he is.
He'll just do 2 fingers and then just warm scotch. I don't know how he
What's
does
the
it.
2 fingers thing?
Just fill the glass
Ask
up.
John's mom.
Fill the glass up to here.
Sorry.
That's sorry, Cindy.
No, I love you, Cindy. I'm sorry.
No, that's all he does. is
Makes
he-
it warm.
No, it's just he fills,
fingers
fills it
deep.
up to that high.
Gotcha.
He fills it that high. Yeah, it's deep. There you go. Thanks, Mitch.
Okay. So John, let's see your number 3.
Well, what I had before was piggybacking off of our USB conversation was whenever you go to plug in a USB and it's always wrong.
Oh, it's always upside
It's
down.
always upside down every single time.
It is.
It's like I'll go upside down, try it again, it won't go in, and then I'll try it. And there's sometimes where I'll do it
yeah.
3 times and it finally goes in. It's like I had it right the first time, but it didn't go in. And I thought it was backwards.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, are you talking like plugging your charger into the phone, or are you
Yeah, like
talking
into the brick.
anytime you plug into anything? Because when I try to plug a USB into my PC, sometimes I'll have it perfect. Like I'll just be trying to like do it when I can't see the top of it, and so I'm just trying to plug it in. And I'm like, okay, I must have it backwards. So I flip it over and it's not. And I'm like, okay, must be another one. And it's not. And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, I'm like, am I in the right port?
Like I don't
Yeah.
understand why the USB is like the universal. Like I think it's switching to USB-C, but why haven't they not made it so it can go in either way?
Yeah, I totally agree.
It's I don't know.
Well,
It
now
just-
they do, right? USB-C.
it sounds like they're going to, but
Well, your phone's USB-C, ain't it?
yeah, this is. But I'm talking about getting the other end into the brick.
Yeah. Well, now it is. Yeah.
Yeah, because mine is not. Mine is still the fatter one, the
The
normal.
worst thing, though, now that they're starting to do both, is when you grab a USB-C charger. Like I'm looking for a cord that maybe I need in my my vehicle that I need to plug into the USB.
Yeah.
I'll grab the USB-C that's on both ends, and I get in my car and I go to plug it in.
Oh, you see
I'm
just
like,
the end?
oh, crap.
You see the end, you're like, oh, this is what I need. And then
Yes, you think it's a USB-C, but it's a double-ended one, and nothing in my car is a double-end or has a USB-C. Yeah. So that's where it's going to start to become a problem next, because I've ran into that problem sometimes.
Yeah, I just hope they stop changing cords
Yeah.
at some point.
For real.
Just help the fucking
For real. It's
user.
We have the
Help
technology.
me.
We have the technology. Let's get it together, you guys.
Yeah. Sorry to piggyback on the last conversation, but yeah, that was on my list.
No, that's good. If we're talking like technology right now, we're gonna stay along it. Are we on 3?
Something.
3 what?
Are we on?
I think
our third
I think you're on your third.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go printers, man. I have such a trouble with printers, dude.
You just hit print. Control P, man.
I'm talking getting them connected. Like the connection for a freaking printer, wired, yes, works a lot better. But they still don't work. That papers are jamming all the time. The scanning, like if you need to scan a piece of paper, it never wants to scan. Like I use an HP printer.
Yeah.
It has a program that you pull it up, you can click scan, and it'll scan it. The damn thing never works. And then I had because they have laser printers and they have ink printers.
Right.
Right. The lasers are cheaper. They last a lot longer. The ink doesn't dry out in them because they're.
I think the
powder.
lasers are more expensive, but there's no ink.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they're more.
Yeah.
But I think the cartridges are cheaper.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then you can print a lot more on them, like the black on it, because it's just a powder inside a cartridge, so it lasts a lot longer. It's great. But damn, do I have some problems with it. Like whenever I bought a new printer that's color ink printer, and I just had stuck both of them next to each other because I needed to print some colored pages. My Wi-Fi settings would not allow the new printer to connect because I wanted them both wireless because of the proximity from the PC to the printer. They wouldn't connect because of the setting on my modem or my Wi-Fi router. So I had to have Fidelity come in and change everything. So now I had to change all the passwords on everything just to make the printer work.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And like you have to have a printer or you have to have a password on your router because your printer thinks that there is an error in the system. So they want you to have, like, I don't want a password at my house. I'm out in BFE. There's nobody stealing my internet. And if you are, go ahead and have it. You're not getting it. It sucks anyway. You're not going to get much off of it. And it's just like, it's so annoying to make these printers work. Like, why can't they just, it's a printer. I'm trying to print basic stuff on it, but it's so much work to get them to work. And half the time, it's like they fall asleep and they're not connected to the internet, and it takes me like 15 minutes to get the thing. I have to like turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. They never want to connect properly. They're such a pain in my butt. I have 4 printers. 4 printers. And the one printer, I bought new ones because I'm like, oh, maybe I got a cheap printer.
Easy.
Nope, it just sucks.
Sorry, Ryan.
Printers are tough.
Didn't mean to interrupt you there.
John
John's
and
topping
Mitch
off
are-
our beer mix.
Yeah, they got a 3-layer beer mix right now. So they're the guys that are listening. But yeah, printers for me, I got a thing against printers.
It sounds like it. The only printer I deal with are the ones at work, and I hate them. So
Honestly,
they suck too.
honestly, ours are fine.
Really?
Ours at work are fine.
I have a question. Do you have to remote in to print? And when I say remote in, do like you guys have like separate logins for people like users at your work to print?
Nope.
Okay.
It's open. Once you add it to your computer, it's fine. Like we don't have like key cards to get on your thing. Like,
We do.
There was at my last job. It was talked about that we were going to have a key card to access your print queue, and once you scanned it, it would print your documents. But now it's not. The only thing we had was printer stuff is like crazy hard to come by right now. Apparently,
What's
like
printer stuff?
like components like hardware. We had a printer go down, like something went out, and they gave us like a 6-month lead time to get the part for the printer.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. So we got this crappy one. I mean, it worked, but it was kind of crappy.
Probably the same one I got.
Probably. But yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only gripe I got is the one we use.
You guys have a nice one.
Oh yeah, it's
Tall,
a
stand-up
Yeah,
one.
it's an office one. It holds multiple reams.
Mine was the most expensive one they have from Walmart. That's the one I got.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sucks.
ours is. I mean, business ones, but they're expensive.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're
I mean, they're
pricey.
nice when they're working, but when they're not, I just want to
They're
rip
thousands
them
of
apart.
dollars.
Oh yeah.
Big
Oh
time.
yeah.
Yeah. We have to scan like I have a separate print queue, and then I'll go and scan my badge, and then it says Mitch, and then I can print my.
That sounds
queue.
so awful.
I think a lot.
It's okay. The only time that makes it suck, and this isn't one of mine, is like because I can still direct print to that printer and not have to remote in, but like you're supposed to remote or scan your badge first and then print your stuff. So like if I'm in the middle of printing off a bunch of stuff and then somebody else is just like, I'm not going to follow the rules, and then they just direct print it. Well, now it's in the middle of all my shit. And then when I go back to my desk and I'm looking at it, I'm like, God damn it. That just makes me mad. That's another
it's in
ick.
the middle of your stuff.
So like you've got a printer, I could just go and print to that printer directly, go and pick it up. But we're not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to print it, like send it to the printer, and then I go scan my badge, and then it opens up my queue, and then I print out of that. Well, if I'm printing stuff out of my queue, somebody else can send something to that printer,
Oh, so it's in
and
the
then it
middle
comes
of
right
their
in the
stuff.
middle, right?
Yeah.
And that pisses me off.
Yeah, I understand that.
That's the worst thing at work. Like
Definitely a
once
first world
when I
problem.
print
But
something,
I love those like confrontations when that happens, because then they come to the printer, and I'm still printing all my stuff, and I just, oh, did you print something? Well, it's in the middle of this fucking mess, so good luck finding it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that at work, like that would be the worst thing because once I print something, like most of the time, I want to have it in front of me.
Right.
I don't want to wait for 30 minutes to build up a queue.
Well, yeah, I
and
mean,
print it off.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have. I mean, you don't have to do that. You could print one thing and then go and do it, but I normally do that because it'll save stuff for multiple days. Like I can print something, like an email or something, or a work project, and then like 3 days later, I'll go and scan in and like, oh, there's that thing I just never got off the printer,
Yeah.
and then I can print it then.
Yeah.
So it's good for that, but that's pretty niche.
That was nice. Sounds like you guys are a lot fancier than mine. I'm just happy if mine prints a piece of paper out. Not jamming. And mine will say it's jammed, like there's a paper jammed in it, and I will dismantle my entire printer. And
Well, that's why.
yeah, you're using a printer. And there'd be
Those
nothing.
aren't USB-C compatible. That's why those are fucked up.
Yeah. Okay, John, 4. Number
shit.
4.
All right, hang on.
I got skipped.
I think a lot of people can
Oh,
relate to
Mitch,
that
go.
printer thing.
Well,
Oh, you're number 3.
you guys probably can't actually. I don't know. Maybe you guys probably don't do this anymore because I'm still a degenerate and play video games. But games that are released and aren't full games anymore.
Yeah.
There's always some battle pass, or like in 3 months there's DLC, or I have to open 17 different EA accounts to play a golf game, or like why can't I just buy your product and play your product? I don't want to sign up my email so that you can sell it to 17 different companies so they can email me about
Yeah.
fucking pills and Vialis and all kinds of silly shit. I don't want to do all that.
No, I get that. It blew my mind whenever they
Is
went.
Vialis even a pill? I just said that. Is it Cialis?
I think it's Cialis. Are you Googling that right now?
Not anymore.
He's got problems.
I don't like that they all went digital. Like you can't like.
Oh, get a hard copy of like a game.
Yeah, I don't like that.
See, I'd
it blew
much.
my mind when or not even that, but you have to buy a game. If you buy an actual game and then you have to download it after you buy it,
That
it's like,
sucks.
what's the point of
Like,
buying the game?
I don't understand.
What's the point of the disc?
And
Because
you
the disc can't hold the game.
but you still
We're in the future, man. But there's so much
So is the
information.
disc just like a QR code that's like a download pass? Or
I don't
what's
know.
the
I think
point
it
of
just you put it in and then it loads up like, oh, here's where you can start downloading your game. The
It's-
games are too big to be put on a CD-ROM anymore.
Yeah, but it is frustrating. Like, why if I'm buying the game in the store, physical copy, why do I have to download it? And then whenever I want to play it, why do I have to put the game back in the console to play the game?
Sure.
I've already downloaded it.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's probably because they don't want us sharing discs, but
Yeah,
it's,
I can see
it
that. I
is a
guess.
pain in the rear. That's why I tend to download just straight off the consoles now. If I
library out of the
yeah, I just much rather
the
would do-
store.
I
Right?
have an all digital Xbox.
Well, that's the thing. I don't console game at all.
I don't own anything with a disc drive.
I thought you meant you didn't own an Xbox. You just had a digital one.
Like, what do you mean?
Whoa, you are future, man.
How would that even work?
I don't know. That's why I was confused.
Just buy a digital Xbox on my smart TV.
Right. That'd be cool.
They probably will make it like that.
That'd be cool.
Oh, I bet.
If I will. Something like that. Something stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, streaming services. Sorry, I thought about another ick or not ick. What are we even talking about?
Throw it in the next one. It's
Worst-
the
worst
worst
things.
things.
Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
But yeah, that would be mine. But I don't game on consoles anymore. I'm all PC, but
Just
it's just freaking annoying.
You don't casual game?
What do you mean?
You don't just game for fun?
Yeah. What do you mean? I'm not competitive. Like used to be. Okay.
You're not doing game battles? You're not doing game battles?
No. I don't know.
Talking like Zelda.
What?
You don't play like Legend of Zelda,
Never played a Zelda game.
Mario.
Mario. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm 30.
So
I'll play Mario. We have a Switch at the
Mario
house.
all day long.
We have a Switch at the house. We like Mario. Like,
I'm gonna buy a Switch.
I guess I play
fun.
competitive-esque games.
I want it because I want to play Legend of Zelda. Just
really?
came out with a new one. Yeah.
They have we have a Switch and we play a couple Mario games like Mario Kart.
Hey, will you look at Ariel? Will you look up the newest Legend of Zelda game?
Oh, it came out. Yeah, it's out.
They came out with
So you do know what it is.
Well, yeah, I play with other gamers. Yeah, I've got buddies that are interested in that. Tears of the Kingdom.
It looks so fun.
Hey, let's ask Jeeves.
How far back are we going?
Well, you had to shout out Google last time we searched up something, so I thought I'd give Jeeves a shout out.
It looks so fun.
Oh, it's great.
Will you?
I'm sure. It's just
Hey,
not.
can you go to
something I play.
YouTube and look up Jacksepticeye's video of it?
I play
Yeah. What do you play, Mitch?
League of Legends.
That's a
It's
competitive game.
very much so. I mean, I play that. I don't know, just random shooters. I'm old school RuneScaping still, John.
That's
I
competitive
still,
too, though.
no, it is
It's a
not.
grind.
Oh, it's a grind.
but it's not competitive.
Yeah, I like it. I still play it because I can play it on my phone. Like if I'm
That's
just
how a lot of people are.
I've gotten further away, and I don't play that. I play the
unbelievable.
more further away from it version.
Which is called what?
Melvor.
Melvor.
I don't know. Like I play like League is probably my main one, but I enjoy League and
So competitive though.
it's very
I
competitive.
can't hop on and play with you.
Why?
I don't know nothing about it.
Just
So?
get Caitlin.
How would you ever get started? Get Caitlin. Oh my god. It's a running joke.
Just get in the bot lane and just tear him up.
Yeah. See. Yeah. That's John's knowledge of that. He always makes fun of me for playing League, but yeah,
you play it.
Fun of me. You can't beat me.
Yeah, we can hear it. Oh, it's playing to that?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Down in the bottom right. No, down in the bottom right corner. Pop it up. There's a music thing.
Whoa.
Click on the
This is gonna be
speaker down at the bottom
spoilers.
right. No, there's yeah. Click on that.
Are we gonna watch the game being finished?
Try the second one that has just a bunch of random numbers and letters in it, I think.
I'll play anything that I can convince 2 to 3 other people to play with me.
See, and that's the thing that I'm not doing. I'm not playing online ever.
it
The
coming
only
to
game I'm
TV?
playing right now is like
Oh, there should be a
PGA
thing that
Tour,
says
like the new
Mixcast or
PGA, like the 2K. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm playing. If I'm playing console, that's it.
Yeah.
And I don't touch my computer.
Which that's a good sit down. Which is wild to me.
Hell yeah!
There it is.
Hell yeah, it's in. Man, he's got the setup.
No,
Yeah, he does.
Let it play for a second. You never played any Zelda games.
No, never got into it.
Never had an interest.
I played the Wind Waker.
Damn, we're
whenever
straight in.
I had the
Okay.
GameCube.
I played Spyro. I didn't.
Top of the
my
morning.
first game console was the PlayStation.
Cheers to
1.
the kingdom.
I had an N64.
I'm excited.
I played Spyro and Driver.
I had actually a Super Nintendo.
And anybody who plays Driver knows that has the hardest introduction.
played Driver
at your house.
Driver?
I played
At-
Driver
at
with
my
you
house.
at your house for
We
sure.
used to get drunk at your house.
Look at you
and
with your
stay up
cute
late
short
playing.
hair.
Allegedly.
Well, you didn't play it.
I've been descending for a while now.
Yeah, it's just a great
These
game.
tunnels
But
are
yeah,
deeper
anymore,
than I
like
thought.
especially online, I'll play anything that
What
multiple
could be
people play.
down
Like
here?
Diablo 4 is coming out soon. I think it's out right now. If you pre
Zelda, Princess of Hyrule.
I'm interested in that,
Woohoo!
See, I want to get back into playing because the reason is it's
Oh
like
man,
Just
you're
like
just
I
getting
don't
straight into
want to stop
playing.
it.
I feel like I don't
And I have all
talk
my
to
hearts.
the people that are still playing. Like I could get on and I could talk to you and I could talk to because I don't end up not talking to you for a couple weeks just because we're
Right.
older
We
now.
got
We
lives.
just
yeah,
got stuff to
for
do.
sure.
But video games, I think, is a good way to keep
Keep in-
connected.
Absolutely.
And that is a thing that I feel like I lack, and I should get back to that.
Which that's something.
And I don't want to just sit there and play for 8 hours a day.
Oh,
I just
no.
wanna,
Who could
get
anymore?
on. I just want to get on,
Yeah.
relax a little bit, and catch up.
Yeah, the kids go to bed. I've got like an hour and a half to kill before I go to bed. I hop on. But half the allure of me getting on my computer is that I know that like 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 of my buddies are in Discord. And
Yeah.
I can just hop in and we can bullshit about our day or
But
whatever.
here's what I'm getting at: the competitiveness of those games that people are playing now. Like even like Call of Duty, PUBG, Fortnite. If you play with those people and you're not as good, they might play with the game. Because as someone that sucks at video games, if I play with them, eventually they're gonna be like, "All right, we gotta get this guy out of here. We're dying
Why?
every match."
It just depends. It depends on who you're playing
is.
with. If you're playing with friends, like if you're playing in a group of friends, they're not going to care.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Not to be that
No,
guy.
they will.
Not to be that. Well, I guess I'd have to. I don't know. I've never heard it come up. Not to be that guy, but
I'm not playing video games with you guys because I can't keep up in the. Because I play like once a month, and I can't just hop on because I don't know what's going on. If I hopped on and we played like GTA, I can just hop in at any time and play. It's not that serious.
Right.
But you can't hop in and play.
Why's it got to be serious?
That's what I'm saying. Because all the games are competitive now. So like everyone,
Any online multiplayer game is going to be competitive.
GTA isn't.
Why
Yeah,
would?
but, I mean, that's kind of true.
It isn't.
That's kind of
There's
true.
lots of games like any sporting game. Well,
That's competitive,
people-
but
yeah,
it's
people
different.
get
It's
competitive.
different.
I don't know. There's lots of games that are just like, see, that's where I fell out of. I started playing competitive video games, and I started to not like video games anymore. I didn't realize I wasn't having fun. I was just such competitive nature that I wanted to get better and better at these video games. And it wasn't until I was watching YouTubers where that's that Jacksepticeye that I was just pulled up. I was watching Typical Gamer.
Yeah.
And he did 1 year. He wanted to do, I think he wanted to do like 50 different video games that year. So like once a week, instead of doing, like, because he was playing like Fortnite or something at the time, or GTA at the time. He's like, once a week I'm going to play a random game just for fun. He's like, it's a challenge I'm going to do for myself. And I started watching him play random video games. I'm like, oh, I forgot that I like things like The Sims and Mario and Legend of Zelda and just random games. And so then I accidentally fell upon Jacksepticeye, and that's all he did. He did like random video games every channel. And that's when I started to like play random video games again myself, like golf with your friends.
Right.
That was like, I played that with one of our friends, Jimmy.
Okay.
Like I played with him all the time. And it was just like, it was more about just the experience of hanging out with him, not so much of like
Right.
winning every single match and sweating.
Well, you could have the same mindset on like League. I think.
You can, but a lot of people don't.
Well, that's fair. I mean,
That's true.
that's the
I
thing.
think that's true.
I don't know. I play League with a lot of with people that we all know personally, but skill levels differ dramatically.
Like
But-
the guys that are on playing League, like they're in it to win it. Like they're hopping on every night because they're trying to win.
Well, you're not trying to lose.
yeah, I mean, we're playing it.
You're not getting on to lose.
You lose,
but,
you lose. I mean, it's just kind of.
but I think there's a difference between just trying to win and caring so much about winning that that's all you want.
Yeah.
Like golf with friends is a good. I mean, that's fun to play because it's a party game. I would put
Yeah.
that in the realm of a party game.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, like I play Mortal Kombat. I mean, that's just I don't know. I just play all kinds of random.
They have
stuff.
competitive things in it, but it's more like, yeah, it's like party game.
Yeah.
Something for fun.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm wondering. Like, you don't play no games just for the fun of it. Just like some type of role playing game or like some action adventure game where you just play it. Hitman.
Oh,
Something like
okay.
that.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, there's single
You don't
player
just
games.
sit down on an Xbox
No.
and play a game
No.
with the story mode.
No, I don't.
know.
I do enjoy those games, but if I'm on my computer and I'm hopping in to play with people or just hopping on to play a game, I personally want to play a multiplayer game with other people that I know.
And that I think that goes along with it because if you can hop in a Discord chat with somebody and be talking with them, but if they're all playing that game and you're playing some single player game,
Right.
they're going to be talking about the game they're playing. So you can't really,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's kind of different. Like
Well, they get so into the game that like
Yeah, and
if you're
that's
just
too.
sitting there trying to talk, they're pissed.
Yeah, and I
Hey,
can't.
I can't. We gotta get you out of here, man. We'll
Right.
talk to you later because we're trying to.
And that's tough too. Like, because I can be on, like, there could be 5 of us, and me and another person are playing Escape from Tarkov, which is a shooting game. A very important part of that game is being able to hear what the hell is happening around me so that I don't
that
die.
one, you don't see anything on anybody. Is that one? Like you don't see indicators on friendlies and you don't see,
No,
like, you have to
yeah.
communicate.
You have to communicate, and like hearing things is a huge part of that. So like, I can't be in Discord talking to you and playing that game, and then 3 other people are dicking around talking about Zelda. You know, what I mean, it'd be hard for us to be competitive in Tarkov when that's happening. But I like single player games, but if I'm just playing, I'll do other things than do a
I
single
just
player
think
game.
people have lost touch with most video games.
I would agree with what you're saying because like most
my
video games are built to be multiplayer now.
Yeah. Well, there was a multiplayer. I was watching Typical Gamer play it. It was a sponsored one, but it was like it was vampires. It was like zombies, but they were
It
vampires.
was like a PUBG-esque like battle royale game with
Nope,
vampires.
not Battle Royale. It was a 4-player.
Oh,
It was a
Like a
4-player.
Left 4 Dead?
Yep, something like that, or like Resident Evil style.
okay.
But they were vampires, and I think you could have like a 4 to 6 player lobby, and it's like levels, and like you have to unlock places in the town. And you're saving people, and it's like this whole story mode. But you get to play with your friends, and like people don't play them games anymore.
well, I think that was the golden age. That was the best time. Whenever you had 3 people over and you could have a couch game, Left 4 Dead, Halo.
Left 4
Well,
Dead
these
and
are
Halo.
You could
these
do
are
that.
like you can play it online,
Zombies.
But
where you don't
those,
have to do split screen.
well, okay, I guess that's true too. I just have a hard time getting people to want to do those types of games. I guess maybe that's
And that's what I'm getting at because everybody wants to play these competitive games.
I guess
that
to an
was-
extent, but like I don't want to get on and just like sweat. I mean, I've just got done with a day of work and got the kids to bed, and
I just
like,
want to relax for a little bit.
and don't get me wrong, league will get me upset. I mean, I'm not just
get your
like
heart racing,
Yeah,
right?
I'm not just but like it's just
Even me, I play Fortnite, and I'm not playing competitive. I'm playing casually, but by the end of the night, my heart's freaking beating.
right. It's a battle royale game.
Well, you
Those are
got
hard
to.
to
You
just-
have to try because everybody else is trying too.
Yeah.
So you have to.
Yeah,
Go
I'll
for it.
purposely go in, like, stick with the bad guns and not sweat just so I stay in the bad lobbies. I will.
sandbagging.
Sandbagging for sure.
That's what it is?
Yeah, that's sandbagging.
Yeah, you're like, I want to keep playing with the 9-year-olds. I don't want to go.
That's exactly what I want to do. Because I only play once a month, and if I win, like I get on my first match, I'll get because you get put in the bad lobbies, and then it's like, yeah, I can get 11 kills my first match, but then my next match I'm going to be with all these sweats, and I can't even get a kill.
Right.
So it's like, I guess it's sandbagging. That's what they call it. Huh?
Sandbagging's whenever you are better than you actually are. What? How would you describe that? You're better than you're leading on. Like you're purposely trying less to be
You're smurfing.
Okay.
Reverse smurfing. You guys have heard that term before.
Nope. Never in my life.
What?
What are you talking about?
Smurfs are little blue guys, from what I understand.
Yeah.
like
are
in-
they green? What are you talking about?
So like in League, I would have like if I was playing with somebody who wasn't very good in League and they wanted to play ranked and I wanted to play with them, I wouldn't be able to play with them because I'm a higher level up here and they won't let me queue with you. So you could have like another account and play with them.
Oh.
And then I'm playing against people who are much less skilled than I am. So then it's a term. It's a gaming term, boys. Smurfing. I'm way better than the lobby that I'm in.
Yeah.
Which games have built-in systems to like counteract.
You'll
that.
watch a sweat really. I've like in Fortnite, I'll watch someone that's plays every single day, and I'll get on for the first time in a month, and they're instantly in my lobby, and they're not even like we're not even basically on the same team anymore. They're off in the middle of the map getting like 15 kills,
Right.
and I'm still on 1 kill, and I'm like, are you even playing with me? Like, they just play with me so they can get in a bot lobby and get a bunch of kills. And they're
All
like,
right,
"I'm just
see you in the
playing."
winner's circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is.
Padding your stats is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Probably making it harder for you.
I'm like, and I'll straight up tell people that play all the time. Like, I get people that mad at me because I don't want to play with them. They'll send me invites, and I'm like, I don't want to play with you because you're too good. Like, I'm like, because I get in their lobby, I can't even play.
Because we're not playing together. You're not playing with that person.
Well, because you play one match, and then you get put in their lobbies, and then their lobbies are so sweaty that like I can't even get a kill. I land, and it's just like instant death.
Like
I'm like, God damn, people.
I like competitive games. It's all I ever played. Halo 3 was that's how I got beer money back.
I
in the day,
enjoy
was
them
playing that
too.
game.
I do enjoy them, but I think it's a lost art of like just video games for fun.
I kind of agree with that. I think I would kind of say the Switch is holding on to that a little bit. I feel like the Switch is
why I
a
wanna
lot
buy
more
it.
single player. But yeah, I think probably around Halo 3 time is when that kind of started to go away.
MW2 and Halo 3.
Yeah, that was about the same year,
Yep.
and that was when it kind of
now
all
Battle
started to
Royales.
switch over. Battle Royales, I just don't like them.
I did for
Ruined it.
like the original Warzone I enjoyed, but I just don't. I don't have the time to be competitive and push for like how good am I in the ranked ladders or whatever it is. I just don't have time to do that. But yeah, back in the day, I mean that kind of instilled it in you because you went from couch games, you went from fighting like Super Smash or whatever, or Left 4 Dead or Halo with a bunch of group of people to like now they don't even like that isn't even an option. I think in some of these newer video games, like a multiplayer, you click multiplayer. That isn't
You're online.
multiplayer to play with your friends in your house. That's online. You're now online. There's no more couch anything. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a different realm of games now. But I thought that was the best.
Well, they are more, which I understand why they are more competitive because the competitive gamers are what's keeping the game alive.
Well, they see this as an outlet now. You didn't have pro games like
Yeah.
back then.
That's a huge
It's
thing
huge.
now.
It's huge. Absolutely massive now.
But like Fortnite, they just created a rank mode. So now like you have your normal match, your public matches, and then you can choose ranked mode, where like you get put in that you can be number 1 or however many of the world. And you play and it's all competitive. You get ranked after every single match, for kills, and for wins.
Wins and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I understand it, because people have been saying like, oh, Fortnite's dying, and just I always look at Fortnite like Halo, because Halo was so big. It was this massive thing that had like a following, like Call of Duty. I think everybody liked Call of Duty, but a lot of people didn't like Halo. It just got a lot of like flack because of like it's like because it's
I don't-
cartoony and it's
I don't know. Halo was
That's how I made gas money back then. People wanted to be ranked high in Halo, and there was a ranked ladder for it was called Lone Wolves. I don't know if you guys remember that. Yeah. That was a free for all mode.
I didn't have Xbox back then or internet.
People would give me their account information. I would get them to level 50 in Lone Wolves, and then they would pay me money, and then I'd give them their account back. And then that's how I got gas money for
Mitch was very good at Halo.
Me and Charlie Gutermuth did that for. I don't know if Charlie ever did that for money, but that was something I did. But I always played video games.
You and Charlie's always dominated doubles.
Halo, I just played it all the time. I had DSL or not DSL, dial-up internet forever. I had an Xbox. I had DSL. I had a regular
DSL right now.
I had a regular.
Oh, man, that's like 20. That's old, man.
I would go to people's houses to play Halo, and I was good at it. I loved it. I played it all the time. I was really good at it. And then I finally had the option. They finally were going to run DSL out past my house. And I was like, oh man. And I had I had an Xbox already, but I had Halo before I had an Xbox. Because I didn't have an Xbox then because there was no point. I can't play online. And I'm not.
You had Halo before you had.
You can't play Halo without an Xbox.
I bought Halo 1 and read the manual because that was back when it had the manual. It had all the enemies in it still.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I'd sit there and look at all of it because I knew I was going to get an Xbox in the next coming weeks. But I had the game before I even had the console.
So you were studying before you got the console?
Studying, I guess. I'd already been playing it forever. Oh yeah, I was amped because I can now play by in my house online, and that was never an option before.
That was huge.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
But I was huge into games back then.
Yeah.
You guys know me.
I mean, Halo 3 and Modern Warfare 2. Oh my Lanta.
Yeah, it was big. That's
That
what
was
you did.
upgrade from dial-up to DSL was insane.
That was a big deal.
Yeah, I remember having dial-up at my house and just trying to load a MySpace page. It would take like an hour and a half.
I had a teacher
forever.
stop when I had the first night I
Not
had
an hour and a half, but 10 minutes.
I don't remember that, like, how long it would have taken. I just remember it took forever. And the whole thing of, like, not being able to answer.
like it trying to load.
Not being able to answer the phone or make a phone call.
I forgot about
you can't make a phone call because it's going through your line. I mean,
If you tried to dial up so many times, it would disconnect a phone call.
Yep.
Because I had done that at my house before. Like, my mom was on the phone for so long.
And I just like, I'm going to get her off.
I just kept trying to connect.
Pat, you're done.
Yeah.
My time. Sorry.
It's just insane how long it take to load a web page.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, and then now, I mean, if something doesn't pop up instantly, I'm like, well, what the fuck?
That's on my list, actually.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, we got so excited.
Any buffering.
Sorry, go ahead, John.
So that's your number 4?
Yeah, we'll put it at that. I put slow internet, so I'll just put, and really what I mean whenever I get irritated by it is buffering videos is really what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Is if a video buffers, which doesn't happen because I've got good internet at work and good internet at home. Yeah. So it doesn't really happen, but if something were to happen, I don't know what it is. It just immediately ticks me off. Like I
agree, man.
It's such a bummer. It's so weird too because like not that long ago we didn't have good internet.
Right. Oh, I still don't have good internet.
And it's like it didn't take long at all for us to be like, what? It's not immediate. Like,
dude, if I upload a 30-second TikTok, I do it every single day, it will shut my house down.
See, I'm curious.
20 minutes.
How do you load these 2-3 hour long? I mean, I bet that takes a while to upload. Upload speed's tough.
I put them on a hard drive.
Yeah.
Take them to the gym.
Yeah.
Upload them at my gym.
Yep.
That sucks.
You got to do it though. You have to, or your whole internet's down all day.
Struggle, man. Yep. Struggle. But all my clips, because I upload to TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts every single day, or almost every single day. It's a process. Yeah.
Is that one upload or is that an upload on every site?
It's an upload on every site. Yeah.
Oof.
So,
oof.
Yeah, it's
big oof.
It can be 20, 30 minutes per 30-second video per site.
Damn.
Yeah. And what sucks even more is like on TikTok and Facebook, you can tag your location in it. You can tag people in it. So when you're trying to upload it, it won't let anything else load. So if I'm trying to tag, I just had a video with a guy named Oakley Corbin just the other day. Yep. I was trying to tag him in it, but the upload was taking all my internet, so he couldn't even load. So I had to wait for it to upload before I could tag him in it. So it was like I had to just leave my phone unlocked, sitting there, till it uploaded, so I could get my internet back, so I could freaking tag him in it and then press post. So annoying, dude.
Yeah.
So annoying. It's the worst, man.
Yeah.
And I would do anything for good internet, and they just won't do it. I did apply for Starlink,
Yeah.
but it's just like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
just a waiting list. You don't know when you're going to get it.
Yep.
Like I said, I don't have to deal with it that much, but when I do, I don't know what it is. It's just immediate
Sucks.
pissed.
Pissed.
I'm just so mad, and for no reason. Like, it's taken me 5 seconds, not one, and I'm mad.
Jimmy, my friend Jimmy, not our friend Jimmy, but my friend Jimmy.
I'm about to pee my pants. I'm sorry.
All right, we can take a piss break.
I'm so sorry.
No, I got to pee too.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I
kind of did
apologize.
too, actually.
All right.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Wait,
as-
Rosebud? Rosebud's known.
It doesn't have near the yeah, but it doesn't have near
It's
the
known.
allure
There was
that
a guy-
Harmon. That's big.
There was a guy I used to work with that would go to. He had a lake house at the Lake of the Ozarks,
Yeah.
and he knew Rosebud very well because he went to Klein's every time.
Right. Well,
And he's like, do you know Rosebud, that little town Rosebud? He's like, it's like knew Rosebud really well because he drove through it to get to the lake.
It's antique shops. It's
There's a-
boutique shops. It is the Hallmarks, like the Hallmark movies that are on these little shows. They're doing that in Rosebud. Nobody knows about Owensville.
They just did a movie in Herman too.
Yeah, they did.
They did. Actually, my buddy, a guy I work with, his wife was an extra in it. Oh yeah.
But you
Oh,
know,
we all weren't on yet.
oh my bad.
Yelling at me.
No, I'm. Hey, whoa.
we are live, but it probably won't go on the podcast.
Yeah.
But Rosebud's where it's at.
I don't know, man.
There's money there, man.
I want to have like a serious conversation when I haven't had like 7 Miller Lights and like really discuss it.
I think
John knows where I stand. I just
The only thing it's a bummer about going that route is your hours are going to be so inconsistent.
Oh, it's gonna
for
be insane.
so long.
Yeah.
Like you won't have a
Live.
steady schedule.
you'll be getting woke up at because you're gonna have to have a nightlife for the bar.
Well, you have to,
scene,
yeah.
And you're gonna be getting woke up at midnight.
Or you're going to be there.
You're gonna be there.
You're going to be there.
Yeah,
But I know
Until you can pay somebody to be there, you're going to be there.
even when you pay someone to be there, you're gonna get a call at midnight because there's a fight that got broke out and
Yep.
somebody broke a bar stool,
Yep.
and the cops had to get called and you had to get informed. Or if you didn't get a call, you're getting woke up saying, "Hey, someone broke the glass out of the back door. We patched it up, but it's gonna need fixed."
Yeah.
And now it's 9 a.m. You got to go into business the next day. You got to figure out how to get this window fixed because you have people coming in for lunch at noon,
Yeah.
and that's the crap you're gonna deal with. Or
I mean, yeah. But why is that a deterrent? That's gonna happen.
no, it's not. You just have to. You have to accept that going in. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You are a oh my God, why can't I think of the term? Landlord.
Yeah.
That happens. That's gonna happen.
you're right.
That's
You're
gonna happen.
You're
That's
right.
part of it.
Yes. Yes.
Now, if glass
a
is
lot of
getting
people
broken
want it
every
more.
month, shit's wrong. Something's not right. And now I have to work all night because I have to figure out why this is happening.
What's happening? Yeah.
Yeah,
The bartenders need to be addressing the problems that are going on.
absolutely.
The dude that keeps coming in and getting in fights every weekend that's breaking the freaking banister
Well,
off.
he ain't coming in no more, you know.
Right, that guy can't
They
come
need to
in.
tell that guy he needs to go.
Yeah, but the only issue I have if I had to open up something like that in Owensville is because I do have a little bit like a sentiment. I don't know how you want to flavor it, but yeah, I feel for some of the other establishments there because I don't really want to steal their business, which I can't have that mindset if I'm going to open a business because I'm in it for me.
Capitalism.
But
Yeah.
I do have feelings for some of the businesses there, and I don't want them to die out. And that's not like I'm being egotistical, like, oh, I'm going to be so successful and they're not going to be able to thrive. But there is that there. I'm not from Gerald Rosebud area, I guess, so maybe I don't understand the allure to Rosebud over Owensville.
When I was going to open a gym, I thought the same thing, Mitch.
My thing
I'm
is
not in business to take from anybody else.
Sure.
I'm in business to give to my community. And it was a lot easier for me to find a gym, and I bought them out. So now I have one less competitor, but now I can serve all those members that are going there better, plus I can serve the members of my community.
my thing is if I go through Owensville, the town I grew up in, and I want lunch, and half the places that are new that weren't there when I lived in Owensville last are not open, and they say they're supposed to be open on their website,
Yeah.
or when I go in and the service is terrible or the food is terrible, I'm disappointed. There needs to be something better than that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'd agree with that for
there
sure.
needs to be something better than that. And I think that it wouldn't be difficult to provide something better than that.
I can tell you exactly why it does not happen. And that is because our community, when someone opens up,
They're too critical?
They're so critical on it.
Yeah.
And they need their sense of importance comes from them bashing on it. Because I know a guy that the new Casey's opened up in Owensville. He ordered pizza. He went in. He was having a bad day, but he went in. The pizza he didn't get they tell him 20, 30 minutes. I think they actually told him 45 minutes, and he was already upset. But he went in, stood in line, and he got all the way to the front of the line. The line closed down. He had to move to the other line. So then he's standing in line. There's a dude in front of him with his shirt off, no shoes. Shouldn't have been in the store anyway.
Right.
Started a problem with him because he was in a bad mood. That guy was on drugs. It was like, you staring at my wife? So now he's in an altercation with this guy in there. They kicked him out of the place. It was 2 hours later when they called him and said, hey, your pizza's ready. He's like, you serious? I ordered that 2 hours ago. And he called corporate, and they're like, we'll look into it. Sorry that happened to you. Didn't offer him no discount, didn't offer him nothing. He didn't do nothing about it. And even if you did, what do you do? It's Casey's.
Right.
It's this massive corporation.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You're at a corporate establishment. What do you expect?
Yeah.
He went to corporate? I wouldn't have done that. I would have cut my losses. I got screwed today. Damn it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a community-owned business, especially a restaurant, someone goes there one time, they don't get the service they want, they're leaving a bad review on Google, leaving a bad review online, and word of mouth.
Yeah, they're telling their friends in a small town.
They're going everywhere, and they're like, screw that place. I had to wait too long for a beer, or my freaking steak was overcooked. And they're bashing it, and they don't want that business to succeed. And they're getting their sense of importance by doing all that.
Okay, that's fine.
And that's the problem.
But next week, where do they go next week?
They don't.
Because they
complain.
can't. Nowhere else is open.
Exactly.
There's
complain.
nowhere else.
Next week, they complain about not having some place
We're
to.
saying the same thing.
Right.
But the problem lies within themselves. They should have been like, okay, well, the business is new.
Right.
It was a young waitress.
People who are like that, though, piss me off. That's my fault.
Bothers me too.
That's my fault.
It bothers
But
me.
those people are out there, and they're the ones causing these businesses to shut down. When you go to when I used to go to Crooked Moon on a Friday night, and it was dead. There's nobody there eating. There's nobody there drinking. There's nobody doing anything there.
You should feel like a king there. You should.
You should, but where's the community at? Where was our community that was supporting this gentleman that started a business that probably
tried
took
to
$500,000 risk to put in a bar, dining, all this cool atmosphere? Nobody's going out to eat. They go out to eat once a month. They're not, you should go there once a week and support the business owner, because you can't eat at somewhere once and buy a steak one time and then leave a lousy tip and complain like, oh, the steak's too expensive. It's $25. $25 is a cheap steak.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a meal.
Yeah.
That's a cheap.
They gotta pay for the mortgage, the electric, the insurance, the workers. Like, even though the waitresses are getting paid hourly and it's a lower wage, like $5 an hour or something. If that,
Right.
they still got to pay them hourly. They can make tips, but everybody's stingy on tips. Like, they have to pay for so much, and the food that they're cooking, and the cook that's back there cooking it.
Right.
So on that $25, how much are they really taking home? It's not $25 profit. It's probably $1.
Couple bucks that maybe, yeah.
Yeah. But
And
everybody's so critical on it. It's like, guys, we ain't got much.
Yeah, we need this.
We ain't got much. I only know one place in Owensville now that I can go outside and sit on the patio and eat. And that's 7th Street Eats. And they've struggled. And you don't like it there, do you?
I'm going to be quiet. I've never been.
Okay.
You want to know why?
I haven't
Times
been
that I've gone and they're supposed to be open, they weren't open.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm not
the guy who's
all
going
down there.
I'm not going to show up on your grand opening and then be pissed when I leave.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not going to go there on your grand opening.
I'm gonna wait a week or
because
two.
I want those people to be done there.
Yeah.
But in the same point though, if somebody goes there on their grand opening and then leaves and tells me terrible, service was so behind, the food was late,
It took an
was
hour.
bad, they never came back to fill up my Dr. Pepper. Yeah, man, they just opened. Like, that's the person who's telling me that, they might as well not even be talking to me, because I'm not going to take any of their remarks to heart.
How many
shouldn't
times
be.
do you go and have a bad experience before you cut it off, though? Because there is a point.
Well,
I think we're saying the same thing here.
oh, absolutely, because
think
we're not
saying-
dicks. We understand, like, I've worked in that before. John as well. We did it together. I mean, there's places that I've given more opportunity because of my previous work experience, and I And I don't want to say anything I'll regret, but
No, when you do that,
I've been more than,
you're in that position, you build more respect for it.
I have been more than lenient on businesses that serve hospitality related stuff such as food and drink than I should have in Owensville. And it's come to the point now where I am done. I do not, and when I say I'm done, I'll still go there, but I'm not expecting anything.
With that in
You
particular
go in that
restaurant
you
or
go
the
there with
town?
that in mind. Like,
Exactly. I'm not going there to have a good time. I'm going there because it's open. Maybe I'm going there because I have some history there, but I don't know.
or maybe the food was good. Like I had a good burger or something like that. But I know the service was bad last time. But I can go in knowing that,
Right.
and not,
Hey, let me ask you this. This is a good one to ask. And we can mute the mics if you want to say a name that you don't want on the podcast.
Sure.
Right? But
I already said their name without saying their name.
I don't think so. I don't know who you're talking about. But I'm gonna give you 3 restaurants that I've really grown to really like. And I'm big. I go out to eat every single week.
Nearby?
Nearby.
Okay.
I'm talking Owensville. Well, okay.
I can't even tell you 3 restaurants in Owensville that are open right now.
I could tell you every single one of them because I love eating out.
I could
But
You know what I mean?
I'll give you the
I
bowling alley.
will say that. Well, I think the bowling alley is great. I think the food there is great. I think there's bad times there, but I think you're gonna have bad times anywhere. But the bowling alley is not one I was gonna put on the list.
Yeah.
I think the bowling alley is a safe place. Like I think it's a safe bet. It's just don't go when they're busy. Don't go when they're busy. Find a time when they're not busy.
I think they've gotten better. I think they struggled for a little while. I think they had a little bit of a bad time where every time I went in there, I was a little disappointed. But the last couple times I've went in there, it's been pretty consistent, pretty good.
So, I would say try out 7th Street Eats.
I would love to.
Try it out. They're much more solid on their times now. Much more solid on their times.
And it could have been different owners last time because it's. I don't know the metrics.
owners.
Okay.
Same owners all the way through.
Say.
But they're starting a new business. Dude, they've been in the roofing business their entire lives. They didn't own a restaurant.
Okay.
So I would say give them another chance because
I don't care if you own a roofing business, concrete business,
Sure,
tampon
whatever.
business. When you say you're supposed to be open, that's when you need to be open.
sure.
I would agree with that.
Sure.
I would agree with that.
They changed names at least 3 times. So
Sure.
I would say give them a chance. Their patio's cool, man.
I respect a lot of people that opened it. I do.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to. I love Owensville. I grew up there.
Yeah.
I want Owensville to be amazing.
I
those
like
are just some of
I
my
like
things.
7th Street. I know multiple people that have had bad experiences. I give them the benefit of the doubt of I know they changed names and because of whichever reason, whatever. I've had a lot of good experiences there, and Jimmy, their daughter Sydney, and there's another waitress there that have been super nice to me every time I go, and I love their patio. And I love the patio experience there. And there's no other patio in Owensville you can go to. Not a one. None.
Yeah, I guess there's not. I guess
No,
there is.
Actually, there's
nothing.
not another patio in our area left. They're the last ones. If they shut down, you will not eat outside anymore. You won't. And so that's why I like it. Everybody has their flaws. So I would say that. Try them out, but find a time that they're open because, yeah, it could be bad.
And I'm not through Owensville a lot anymore. I mean, I'm closer to Jeff City now,
Go to
but
Jeff City all the time.
well, no, not even that. I mean,
You like Spuds.
okay, easy. I do like Spuds.
What?
Okay, well, you
What
said
is Spuds?
Can I get a beer, John?
I don't go to
Or Mitch, whatever.
I don't go to Spuds very often. But yeah, if I'm off like
Oh, you don't?
on a weekday, then I'll
Caitlin
go.
likes it a lot.
I do. I like Spuds. It's good for what it is. It's got great bar food. I know what I'm gonna get when I get there. I'm gonna get waited on well, and I'm gonna have pretty good bar food.
Yeah.
And that's why I go to Spuds. I mean,
Harry, you want a puff?
She says, "Yeah,
yes,
yes, I do." It's only
She's like, want a puff? I heard there was 5 cigars in that pack.
You can have a whole scar. You want a whole scar?
She does.
Okay, so yeah, you gotta pass it back though. I can give you a whole scar if you want it.
I'll throw it there.
Okay. So is that Snowensville?
Never been.
Never been.
Me either.
For other reasons.
Okay. I think I whatever. I'm not gonna talk about it now. I don't know why, but I don't you have your own reasons. But one thing I will say about Dan, the man that runs it, is he catches a lot of flack because he's so driven on his business that I don't know. I think people just look at him a certain particular way, but when you really get to know him, like, he is Snowensville. Like, he is so driven about that place, making that place better, that a lot of people don't understand his intensity for the care of his business. And once I really got to sit down and talk to him, I'm like, this guy really loves it. He said that he doesn't own a piece of attire that doesn't have Snowensville on it. So everything on his left chest here is Snowensville. So he has if he goes to a wedding, if he goes to a funeral, he goes to Walmart, or he goes to work, everything is Snowensville. He does not own anything that doesn't have Snowensville on it. And he said on his 15-year anniversary, which is this year, he's going to have it to where his jacket's going to have Snowensville on it. So when he takes his jacket off, his shirt's going to say Snowensville on it in the same spot. When he takes his shirt off to go swimming, he's going to get a tattoo that says Snowensville on his chest. That's how into Snowensville he is. And I will say that every time I go there, he's there, and he's always talking to all the customers out there. He's like, he'll go there, and he's like, hey, you want to try our popcorn? We got this new flavor. You want to try it out? He'll give you free popcorn. He's asking you how the experience went. He's making sure his workers, like, he doesn't pay his workers like he pays waitresses. He pays them like $14 an hour, and everybody makes an hourly wage. He's like, everybody works together, and we make sure our customers are happy. And he's like, when you're working for me, you're a piece of Snowensville. And he's like, because what happens is if you're a bad waitress and someone leaves here, they're not going to say, oh,
They had a bad waitress.
they had a bad waitress. They're going to say Snowensville sucked.
Right.
But really, the waitress sucked. So he's like, I pay them all the same. They all work together. They all bring the food out. They all clean up after each other. And we all work together because we're all Snowensville.
It's a
And-
neat idea.
Yeah, you're not going to get
Neat
beer
concept,
there.
yeah.
You're not going to get beer there, but your kids are going to like the arcade.
Right.
And you're going to the food's decently priced. You don't tip. He doesn't even, you know how like Subway, I was actually thinking about this as one of my like worse.
Yeah.
How they like at Subway and all these places they put a tip on it now. And it's like an obligation to tip. Like there's some places that I order the food and I haven't got any service yet and they want me to tip. And I'm like, how am I supposed to tip if I don't know what the service is like?
So I'll just throw a little tangent real quick. Whenever I bought these cigars before I came here, I got asked to tip on that.
Yeah.
I just went and grabbed them and took them to the counter, and I got asked to tip.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's becoming very common to being asked to tip. I don't know if
You
it's
want to round up to help the kids or
whatever it
it's,
is.
It's always
worse.
But it was like,
Everything's
you want
worse.
15, 20, 25%. It's like,
Yeah.
all I did was walk in and grab something
you
and
didn't
left.
perform a service.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to be one to be stingy on tips,
Tip is
but
for the service.
Absolutely.
yeah.
It's separate.
service.
That's what I was saying earlier. It's a separate entity from everything else. I'm purchasing these meals. That's a separate, column. And then, the way the waitress handles it and everything else, that's another column. My kids spill a drink. That's a separate column. Everything is its own thing.
Based off of the service.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I totally agree with that. So I would say try Snowensville out, just like if you want. It's cheap.
I don't want to be the guy who's known for bashing Owensville's restaurant
Right.
businesses.
No,
'Cause
I get
I
what you're
absolutely don't. I worked in one for 5 years.
Yeah.
I love Owensville, grew up there, and I want it to thrive.
Yeah.
But that is one of my biggest issues is if you're marketing a certain time frame and blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's just because it sits well or
if you
bad.
own
on
a
my-
restaurant, you should be all in.
Exactly. It maybe just sat bad on my palate. But whenever I go through finally go through Owensville, I'm excited to go there because that's where I lived forever. And I want to try out one of these new restaurants, and I pull into the parking lot, and there's not a car in it. Damn
Well,
it. What happened?
Yeah.
The reason we got started on this conversation is we were talking about a establishment. Well, you guys have mentioned how you guys want to kind of start your own. You especially.
Yeah.
But you guys have talked about it.
We've
for
talked
years.
about this for, I don't know,
years.
at
Every
least
time I drink beer, I tell John, hey, we should open up a bar and
Okay,
grill.
whenever we work together. This started whenever we worked together, and it has been going on
Well,
since.
I'm not blowing smoke at this point because that was like fucking 12 years ago.
No, it's been a minute, and it's still happening. Like, he's serious about it for sure.
And what I was saying about another establishment. And I'm like, you should buy that one. And you're like, well, there's competition. And I'm like, yeah, but the other competition's not there because I don't think they're all in it. And that's and I think we're still saying the same thing, just maybe with a little different perspective on it. But I think we're saying the same thing is that you got to be all in.
Yeah.
And I think that's what this whole conversation is about is, and like you're saying, I don't think you're bashing on any of them, but you're trying to say is like, yeah, if you're going to own a business, you should be all in on it. Like me with the gym, I can't just own a gym and want to reap profits and not put any money back in. I have to provide for my members and my customers.
Well, yeah, part of me being upset is because I want to support that business in Owensville. I want to go there and sit down and drink a few beers and go, wow, it's nice in here. And I want to do that game. I want to do that. I want to support them.
And that's why you need to open your own. Same reason I had to buy my own.
Listen up, John.
Same reason. Well, whatever, man. If John doesn't want to do it, you should do it.
I won't do it with anybody but John.
You wouldn't do it yourself?
I don't think I could. I really don't.
John's like, damn, I'm kind of happy where I'm at right now.
No. Me too. No. I'm happy. I'm very much happy with my career path. I think we're all doing pretty well. Yeah. I think if we talk to our... Ooh, okay. I had an...
What do you got? What do you got?
Well, I forgot what brought it up, but it was something like, I don't know, half of my life ago. We were 15. I don't know. I can't think of it now. It was...
Half of my life ago.
Yeah. 15. Yeah, I was 15 half my life ago.
Yeah, that's it.
But I don't even know where I was going to go with this. But yeah, I think I maybe could do a business by myself. Maybe it's just a safety net feeling, knowing that I have somebody else going in with me, which I know having a partner in with it brings its own trials and tribulations as well, I'm sure.
I would actually say
it'd be more difficult.
It
would be tough to have a friend go into business, I think, or family, probably family especially.
Wouldn't do it with family.
Yeah, I think that would be I think that's just I think you're just asking for a problem.
Yeah.
Maybe the same.
But yeah.
Family you can cuss out. You can literally say F.
Well, I'll cuss at John.
Oh yeah, we've gotten into it too, I'm sure.
At our old job together, we got into.
Oh yeah, we did get into it at our old job.
Oh really? Cool.
Yeah, about quit. It was a fucking day.
It was a day.
It was a day.
Over
though, right?
over something stupid.
Oh
too.
yeah, it's stupid stuff. But I mean, that's just
when you're working with someone that much, you're gonna butt heads eventually.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
But I think it's healthy to do that.
Yeah.
If me and all of us in this room couldn't have been friends this long and not have had a disagreement, I think that's unhealthy.
To not have a disagreement,
It's
then
fake.
it's just fake.
It's
yeah,
gotta
exactly.
be, it's gotta be fake. You have to have disagreements with the people that you hang out with the most.
I think you should do it, Mitch, because I was the same guy. I was going to a gym, and I was making critiques on the gym, like, oh, they should do this, and oh, they should do that. And then I got to the point where I'm like, shut the hell up, dude. You don't own this. If you own this, you can make the changes, and then you can be like, this is what I think should happen, and I should do it. And if it succeeds, good on you, And like, for me, it worked out very well, or at least I think it worked out very well. And I get a lot of people come to me and say they're very happy with what I've done for the community. And I think you would get the exact same feedback, but you got to do it.
I think
You got to jump in and do it.
I think it's knowing, like,
And you would have tons of people support you, man.
at a first thought, I think like the negatives that would
Need
come.
young, energetic.
Oh, it's
people
midlife
doing-
crisis time right now.
Midlife.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die early.
I'm 30, kind of heavy. I like Miller Lite. I don't know, boys. I don't know. I think the things that you think that would come with like having a business partner that you would have disagreements with or problems with the business. I think all of those things that you would think of at first glance are things that I feel strongly that if John was with me in it, wouldn't be as big of an issue.
I think
Because it's like, is he putting in as much effort as I am? Is he into it as much as I am? Those things I don't think we would have an issue with. And this isn't me doing my spiel on your podcast trying to get John to go into business with me. Because we've joked about this for many, many years, everybody. Years. But it's just, I've seen the business in more than one way. And I've seen John's work ethic in more than one way. And I just feel like it would be a good fit to be successful.
yeah, and I think
You
if
could hire someone, though, Mitch,
To do what?
to do John's role. And the thing is,
To not be my business partner, though. I don't.
to not be your business partner. No, you pay someone to be your John. And the thing is that the problem with small town businesses is there's not enough money, hardly for one person to own it.
Right.
Put two people in it, they have to
that's
split
tough.
it.
Good point.
That's tough.
That's where it comes in. And so the thing is that John's a security net because you're confident in John's skills. But the thing is, you can hire someone that is John. You could hire someone that you could build into what you think to be your perfect employee is, and you can hire them, and you could treat them very well. You can pay them well. You can keep them happy. You can get along with them good, but they work for you. And when it comes time to do business, because that happens, your business is growing, hey, we got to change some things up because what we used to do isn't the same what we're doing now. You can tell them that. But when it comes to the business owner and they got their co-owner and they're like, nah, I'm good with this. And it's like, okay, it's hard. So you cannot tell that your co-owner, it's time to change. It's time to, because we need to grow because we need more profits. If they're not in it, you can't do it. But if you have an employee, you can be like, hey,
This is what's happening.
it's time to grow.
Right.
We got to do this because times are changing. And you can have someone that's dude, the girl Alexis that works for me, she's a rock star, man. And you know what? Like, I'm so glad that I'm able to be your boss because I can make that executive call. And at the end of the day, like, I give Alexis I sit down with her all the time. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think we should do here? What do you think we should do here? She'll give me her opinion. Sometimes we're getting a bickerment back and forth. And I'll be like, no, I'm doing it this way. I don't care. And she's like, you're the boss. Like, and she's learned to just because, like, I'm like, this is how it's going to happen. And she's like, you're the boss. You do it how you want.
But you've already had that other person's expected pitfalls, I guess, voiced, before you do that. So at least you know what you're up against if it does start to go south. Whatever that decision would be. Well, you say you're bouncing ideas off of another person.
Yeah.
So at least you have that other person's perspective before you go into that,
Yes.
whatever it is.
Yeah, because I value her opinion.
Sure.
I do.
That's why you're having the
She's there.
conversation.
Yeah,
in the first
exactly.
place.
You wouldn't
there a
ask
lot.
her.
And I also want her to know that she's not just an employee. She is part of the team. We're a team together. We're working together. I own the place. I make executive calls, but we're a team. We work together. I'm not sure I'm her boss, but I want to be more of a leader than a boss.
And she sees part of it that maybe you don't see all of it too. Like
she
she's
does.
there. I mean, she sees a lot of it that maybe you don't. So she's got opinions that probably have some weight to them.
Yeah,
you know.
I'll go in. I'll be like, hey, how's this product selling? People buying it? People like it? Is it, should we push this more? Should I advertise this today? Or should we get rid of this? Or is there any problems going on? Do you hear about anyone saying maybe the place is dirty? Stuff like that. Maybe if I've heard something, I'm like, are you having complaints with something like this? Do I need to change this?
Yeah.
Because she's there on the ground.
Yeah.
On the
she's
ground,
there,
like
yeah.
for military, but she's there every day.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
Yeah. So like to have someone like that, I value someone like that. Yeah. So I think you should do it, Mitch. I think you should just go out and you should do it on your own. And I think you could still get John's help and opinion, everything like that, but you could just thrive on it yourself.
We'll see.
That's a no.
We'll get this house built first and then maybe explore those options. The other problem is I'm Mitch and I'm going to own a bar. Oof, that'd be tough. That'd be a hard sell for my wife, I think.
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors.
As I build the pyramid in your podcast.
There's a lot of factors to consider.
Well, I think a lot of people that own bars.
have self-constraint. They need to have self-constraint.
They
I think they don't have. I don't think they don't have it, and there's a lot of problems in it.
I think they need to be successful.
I agree.
I think for sure. I think you can't.
No, you do. You do.
Yeah, you can't open a bar just because you want to drink.
Oh, fuck no.
I mean,
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I mean, that's a bad road to go down. I mean, I think we could probably make it work.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of it's a whole. I mean, that's a life change for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's a huge
Gotta
change.
quit your job.
That's a safety net gone. Take a risk. Do you want this? How much do you want it? What are you willing to do? I mean, there's a lot to it.
Yeah, you got to be in it.
Do you think you were going to be a success? Okay, blast from the past, boys. 15 years ago, we're getting our permits. Did you see you where you are now, like in life?
I'll
'Cause
tell
I'm
you-
pretty proud of where we are, all three of us.
I didn't have a clue.
At 15 years old, even at 20 years old, I didn't think I would own a house. I didn't think I'd afford a $10,000 vehicle, and I didn't even think owning a business was in my realm of possibility. At 20,
Sure.
yeah. So at 15, no.
15. What was that? Sophomore year? I mean,
Freshman year.
Freshman year.
Yeah.
High school.
Yeah.
I guess life didn't really I don't know. No, that's tough, I guess, to think about.
It was a. I had no idea what I was doing.
At
At
15,
I still
15?
feel like I don't.
I said that I feel the same way. I was like, I mean, I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm doing fine. Like, job secure, everything's good.
Yeah.
But still, I never really got to that point where I'm like, this This is it.
Yeah.
At 15, I just didn't have. I had good people in my life, but I didn't have any confidence at all. At all. I came from a poor family. I hung out with skater kids. I hung out with poor friends. Like, no offense, but none of my friends' families were rich.
Right.
Like none of us were super wealthy. I didn't have like honestly, John, your parents are probably the most successful family around me.
Yeah, they're doing fine. They're doing good.
But like they weren't like yacht rich.
No, they're
weren't,
just
like they didn't own a business. They had good jobs.
they're just hard workers.
They were
hard
hard
worker,
workers.
middle class,
They-
and just made it work.
Smart with their money.
Yeah.
Invested some of it. Knew how to spend it.
And now
When not spend it.
at their age now, like mom's gonna retire next year. They're gonna live on the beach soon. Like they made it work.
They were
yeah.
strategic.
Yeah, they were strategic.
Very
They
yeah.
did the long play for sure.
Sure.
Yeah. And so like at 15, I freaking didn't think any of this was possible. I think subconsciously I always wanted it, but I just like it's not in my possible.
That's a good point. At 20, when I thought I knew everything, don't know shit, man.
Dude.
Still on this
I
shit.
still don't know.
Yeah.
I'm 30. I know more than I do at 20, but I still don't know shit.
I remember being in college and not having enough money to buy food at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Or if I bought food at Taco Bell, I had to check my bank account before I bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, do I have enough for this burrito today? Yeah, I'm serious. I did. There was a time in my life it was like that. So it was
I
rough.
get it.
It was rough. Let's go back to the game. Are we on 5 now?
Oh, God.
Oh shit.
I don't have a fifth, but I
Yeah,
can think of
yeah,
something.
4 or 5. I don't know.
Because we came back from the piss, just rambling. So
Yeah.
I have 2. We must be on our 4.
Oh, I thought I got
we're
one.
on
No, we're on
4.
5. Absolutely on 5.
Are we?
I think so.
No, my last one was.
You said
different.
absolutely and then questioned yourself immediately.
He wishes he didn't bring any.
I've got one more. We're on 5.
No, we're on 4. It's okay, Mitch, if you don't have a fifth.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
John, what's your number 4?
Oh shoot.
Top 5 worst things.
I'm gonna go with the grown up one. Going to the grocery store, getting back home, and then forgetting to pick something up from the grocery store. that sucks.
man.
That
Dave,
sucks.
Do you make a list?
Kelsey does.
Yeah.
I don't.
You guys have a list, so.
She does every single bit of that. She's the planner. If I need something, I just go get it.
Yeah.
I don't
if
make
Kelsey
a
wasn't
list.
around, would you make a list?
No,
Dude, you have to make a list.
no,
have to make a
absolutely
list.
not.
Yeah.
All I would do is walk the aisles.
When you were single before Kelsey, what'd you do for food?
Walk the aisles.
You're like, looks like there's new food in here. Let's just go walk
Look what they've
aisles.
done with the place. Wow.
I would just go through the food section and just be like, yeah, I'll eat that. I'll eat that. I'll eat that. I mean, I had things I knew I needed, but then like beyond that, it was either
Whatever.
eat out or
Never look good.
yeah, it was
Don't go hungry.
no.
You'll fill
Kelsey,
that card up.
no, and I'm pretty frugal, so I'm not one to just go buy everything on the
Right.
on the shelf. But no, I didn't go into the list. I tried a list one time on my phone, and I got like through a couple aisles, realized I didn't check stuff off, and I just gave up. So
What about like if you run out of deodorant? Like you
I stink.
Use
I
your
gu-
wife.
I guess I stink. I guess I
tell
don't.
Kelsey and she
Use
put
your
it on the list for you?
yeah. Use your wife's
No, if I yeah.
until they go back to the store. That's what I do.
Okay, well if
How's Kelsey know to buy you deodorant?
I'll tell her.
When hers says hair on it, that's how my wife knows.
That's funny.
No, we try to stock up pants.
Sorry,
we try to stock
a little
up
too real. Sorry, boys. That's just part of it.
we try to stock up a pantry, but if I absolutely need something, like I'm out, like I just go get it. Like I don't know. I'm
I
different.
make-
Like I don't.
You go get it.
If I have to.
No, I make. Yeah, I have a list too, and like if me and Ariel, yeah, she'll go and she'll pick up some stuff too. But I make a list of my own. And if there's like I noticed like trash bags are low, or no, like I'm like getting low on deodorant, or something like that. Yeah, picking it up. Or like there's things that I do omega 3s and multivitamins. I just go get it myself.
Yeah, I'm just
I'm
not.
like, oh, I'm low on multivitamins. I need to go to the store. I just go grab them.
I don't know what it is about making a list. I hate.
I make it on my phone.
I hate the idea. Either way.
My notes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, I tried it on my phone too, and I said, I just.
My notes section is insane.
Same. I have to go through like once a month to filter that
Delete 'em?
shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hate it.
It honestly, if you
My brain
Have you
doesn't work
tried
like that. That's whenever I made a list and tried to go do that, I was doing notes on my phone,
didn't work out.
and I hate it. I hate it.
It's what saved me.
Dude, I absolutely can't stand it. My brain doesn't work that way.
If I don't write it down right there, I'm ruined. It's gone. I have ADHD though, no doubt in my mind, like bad ADHD. So like, if I don't write it down immediately, it's freaking long gone in the bucket of 20 other thoughts that I've already processed in the past 10 minutes.
Like I'm very forgetful. I mean, it's just my nature, but I don't know. Like that's why I like to walk the aisles is I tend to not, if I see it, I know I need it. Mm-hmm. Like if it's something I actually need.
I've learned, like I always keep 2 of everything. So
That's what we try to do that too.
So like when one runs out, put it on the list. Next time we go to the store, we got a backup.
Yeah.
So we never run out.
That's
the move, I feel like.
That's the move. That's the doomsday prepper move.
Well,
yeah, that's
owning
what
a business,
my life
you have
does.
to have that. Like I have to have that as a business.
Oh yeah, you can't run
toilet
out.
paper,
I broke the
soap.
seal big time, boys. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you gotta go. You're good, man.
I'll be right back.
Oh, that was like 12 minutes.
I know.
Mitch, do you want us to keep on rolling without you?
I'll be right back.
I have a. What the hell?
What happened?
So I've been reading this book. This is kind of weird. So I've been reading this book. It's called The Go-Giver. It's by a guy named Bob Berg. And Drew McCluskey came on the podcast, the one you just listened to the other day. He's the one that wrote the book. Him and a partner wrote it. And I was reading it today. Like that, I've been trying to like read. I always love reading. I wish I could get into it more, but because I have ADHD, it's hard for me to sit down and read it. It's hard for me to like just commit because my brain just goes all over the place.
Wants to do other stuff?
Yeah. And I had mentioned doing 75 hard just the other day as a new challenge, and then I didn't. It sounds stupid, but also at the same time, I didn't do it because I knew I wanted to do podcasts like this, and for the vibe, I didn't want to sit here and not drink. Because I can't more.
Is that the only reason you wouldn't do 75 hard? Like
basically,
there's a lot of stuff that you have to do at 75 hard too.
Don't scare me though, dude. Not drinking is.
I mean, that's a big one for just. I mean, that's a big part of it. But
and it's not that I'm an alcoholic. I could stop drinking in a heartbeat and not drink for a while. Mitch, if you're up and you're getting the beers, I'll take a beer out of the fridge, please.
This is it.
That's all yours. Yeah. Okay.
So, okay, yeah, you guys can switch to those if you're okay with them.
Yeah.
I don't have to fuck up our beer mid.
Oh.
Well, it's
Boo-hoo.
He doesn't want it anyways. He does not like that.
Who hurt you?
You're getting a new table.
This table's good. Don't leave rings or nothing.
I think the next time I come here, I need to bring a catheter or something so that I don't have to
you're
get
good.
a BOP.
You're fine.
Sorry.
You didn't miss much. I was telling John about this book that I'm reading right now. It's called The Go-Giver. And I was just... so basically, I started reading it because of 75 hard. I didn't do it, but Ariel did do it.
75 hard?
Yeah.
Dude, that sounds crazy. Kudos to you.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah.
Day 4 or 5 right
She's day 4.
okay.
Oh, well,
you didn't make it.
I'm doing 75 hard right now, too.
Yeah, I'm on day 1.
I was doing it all week long until the weekend.
Yeah, I'm on about 15 seconds in. Haven't drank.
I was telling John I wanted to do it, but I care more about the podcast than I do about 75 hard. It's not about the diet. I work out all the time. I make lots of good choices. One of the things I want to do is read more, though.
That's part of it too, isn't it?
It is
10 pages a day. Or something. Me and
Yeah.
Cody were talking about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you talking to him about it.
And so I didn't do it because I care more about the podcast, and I knew I was going to have people on that wanted to drink, and I'm not going to ruin a vibe.
Oh, for sure.
Podcast means more to me than that does. I can do everything else in 75 hard, not need the recognition from doing 75 hard, and not drink up until.
Are you doing that on the side still, or you just gonna not do it?
Well, so what I'm saying is, so Ariel, she sat down and she was reading the day, and if she wasn't doing it, I probably wouldn't have read either. I probably would have watched TV or done something else to kill my time. But I came in the house, and it was real quiet. She's reading her book, and I sat down, and I was like, oh, man, this is nice, peaceful. I'm going to read a book, too. Yeah. And I've been reading Go-Giver off of Drew McCluskey's recommendation, so I just grabbed it and sat down and read it. But I've also been making content a bunch. Like, for me, it's like just put content out all the time to help grow my channels and stuff. Well, I took a little short clip, 15-second clip of me reading the Go-Giver, and I tagged the author, Bob. It's Bob Berg, and I can't remember the other gentleman's name. But I tagged both of them in it. just like anyone would do with any type of post that is associated with anybody else. But yeah, Bob Berg just commented on my thing and followed me on my page and then commented on it and said, "Glad you're enjoying it, man." And I just thought that was really cool.
That's sweet.
That's
awesome. That's
like
awesome.
One of the, for me personally, that's one of like the coolest things about making content is not just I love impacting people's lives. That's why I do it, a lot of it, but also some of these people that you really look up to along the way that actually are active on there and reach out to you. MGK did a song with Quinn. I can't remember his last name.
XII or whatever it is.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's a rocker. And
oh, maybe I'm off then.
Yeah, maybe I think you are off. Yeah. I was just gonna go with it.
Yeah, that sounds good, but you're wrong.
But I made a video on YouTube years ago, and I shared it, and he commented on it. He said, "Hey man, I love the video. It was really cool." And I just thought it was so cool to have someone that high a level, comment on my video. It's just like it's cool to get noticed like that.
Yeah.
And then I even shared it on Instagram and tagged both of them in it again, and because I tagged MGK, and it's like, hey, because there's an MGK reaction thing. And Quinn also commented on my Instagram thing, and he's like, yeah, I did watch it. You should listen to it, MGK. And I thought that was really cool. I was like, how cool, and like just stuff like that, like it's just cool along the way. It's cool, like how stuff like that happens in the world.
Yeah, for sure.
Sweet.
I like that part
That's
of it.
sweet. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to number 4. I got my number 4. You should have a number 4. He's like, oh God, I was hoping this was.
We're on like 6, ain't we?
My number 4. We can quit at any time.
No, you're good. I'm just fucking with you. I got one more.
So, as a gym owner, I have one that is a gym-esque kind of thing. I've been working out for 10 years now. I don't understand why or the need to grunt when you work out. It does nothing.
Bro, I grunt when I get out of bed.
I'm talking the grunt that is an attention-seeking grunt. It's not like you're just like a little, like to yourself.
It's a loud,
it's a look at me grunt.
1. 2. Yeah. I'm like, what's going, like, I'll be in my office. And there's like, I got people of all ages working out in the gym, and you got this meathead over there that just wants attention on him. 1, boom, slams their weight down. 2, it's just like, calm down, man. Like, it's not that serious. Like, it's okay. It provides nothing.
You ever like double down? Like, hey, everybody, we got a real fucking show in here
big
tonight.
man over here.
Yeah, whoa, hey, turn your treadmills off.
No,
yeah, I guess you
I'll
can't.
never do that.
You're the business owner. You probably shouldn't do that.
Well, yeah, it probably doesn't look good as a business owner, but also I just care about my members so much. Mm-hmm. So even though that they're doing that, I'm okay with that. It doesn't actually bother me. I'm thinking about the people that come in the gym for the first time that I know is uncomfortable.
Intimidated.
Yeah, they come to me and they're like they've never worked out before. They're like, I really want to work out. I'm out of shape. Even my doctor's saying, hey, I should probably start being active. They're trying to better their lives. And they've been in the gym for 2 weeks now, and I know that gentleman over there is the one that intimidates them.
That drives them away.
It drives them away. And this person's trying to better their life, and I see that, and it's like, dude, you're causing more harm than I know. The guy has no, and I'm not talking about anyone in particular, but that person that is doing that is not trying to intentionally scare anyone off, but it is, and it's just like, you don't have to do that.
They're just that into it that it's coming out that way. Is that what it is?
What's in this pre-workout?
Because it's got to be like they're so into getting something done or lifting whatever it is that they're just letting it out. It's just so much
ego
amped so much. Maybe
it's ego. I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think
I hate to call anyone out.
Is that that's ego lifting?
I think it could.
It's an ego thing.
I think it could probably be maybe both. I'm no expert. Like I'm the person that gets intimidated going to a gym.
Devil's advocate.
I'm the person that gets intimidated going to a gym.
Yeah, a lot of people go to me for lifting advice, clearly, and I would say that that's probably
yeah, they don't.
Lifting burritos.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, lifting my second helping into my mouth.
Yeah, I as a person that is intimidated going to a gym, and I still am to this day. Like I don't know what it is. I just have never gotten comfortable. I don't understand what I'm doing, and that would be something that would deter me for sure.
Right.
I was scared off of like free weights for a while. I went a couple years ago. Me and a buddy of ours, Blade. I don't know if you guys know who Blade Wood is. Yeah, we went and I went and put my shit in the locker, and it was Planet Fitness and Jeff, and then I just did the elliptical for like 45 minutes, and then took a shower and went to work. I
The
did
worst
that.
part of the gym.
See,
Cardio.
That's all I did because I was too scared
Anyone
to
starting the gym
branch
should
out and do
never do
anything
cardio.
else.
See, and that's all I want. That's all I want to do whenever I go in there too. Is like I'm so nervous to go try
was the
something.
same
All I
way.
want to do is hit the.
Well, there's
I want to
nothing
hit
in
the
the
treadmill or the bike or the elliptical. That's whatever it is. I just want to get on a machine where I can just sit there and just do my
Stay
thing.
in my lane because
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what
outside
I'm
of
doing.
that.
I don't want to do something wrong. I don't want to. I don't know. I'm intimidated.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
And those people that are grunting could make such a bigger impact by just making you guys feel more comfortable. Because like most people have enough courage to walk over to a machine and try to use it, and like that person that's grunting, if they're just like, "Hey man, how's it going?" You know, like I haven't seen you here before. Like you new to the area or something, and you're just like, just joined the gym, just trying to get in shape. If that person's like, "Oh, cool, man, it's cool to see you in here." It's it's not easy to show up every day, so big respect for you just starting and getting started. By the way, my name's Ryan. That right there is a much better way to get someone in the gym, make someone feel better than being the person that is like using 5 machines, slamming weight, throwing weights around. They're running people off.
Because inadvertently, the next time that person who's nervous that goes in and sees that person there, that's just like a hidden safety net right then and there.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I know that guy.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I mean? Like, I know him, so
Or like
that's all right.
Or like if I introduce myself and I said that, and now you know my name, right? And maybe you don't even remember it, but next time you go in, you're like, I kind of want to use this machine. Here I am walking around, and I'm like, I remember you. I'm like, what's up, Mitch? Good to see you again.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, you're wanting to use the bench press, and then you walk over to the bench press, and you're kind of standing there, and you're like, how do you use this?
Right.
And then I'm like you feel more comfortable coming up to me because I've already introduced
You
myself.
broke the ice.
Right. Yeah.
And so now it's like, oh yeah, man, I'll show you what to do. And you're like, just throw 5 pounds on, I'll spot you real quick. And I do that. That's like one of my number one things. I try to make sure I learn everybody's name in the gym, and I make sure I talk to them, especially the quiet ones.
Greeting
sure
people
that's
by
a big
name
deal.
is
That's
so
huge.
big.
That's a big skill because I cannot remember names.
Greeting people by name is huge.
It's something I hyper focus on.
Yeah.
I have such a hard time with it. It's such a
Where'd
bummer
you get
too.
that from, Mitch?
I don't know, man. I took pride in knowing everybody that we went to school with. So that was something that was cool, just getting to know everybody by first and last name that we graduated with.
Yeah.
But after that, I interned at the Capitol for a while, and that was something that one of the representatives I was under was like, you remember everybody's name. You can forget the next 3 sentences, but know their name.
Yeah.
Because then the next time you greet them by their name, I mean, that's going to resonate.
You know why it's important to people?
I have no clue.
Because their name is individual to each person.
So
Right.
it just shows interest, or shows, I don't know, I guess something in that
Well,
regard.
so when you whenever you meet, you only met someone one time, and you go to meet them again, it's a sense of importance to them, because their name is so special to them.
Right.
And when you meet someone again, if you're like, "Hey, man, I've seen you before, but what's your name again? I don't remember your name." It's kind of demeaning to someone to be like, "I don't remember your name." And especially if you do it 3 times or 4 times, because I've had that happen. They're like, "I know you, but what's your name again?" It's like, dude,
I should know you.
10
You should
times
know me
now.
by now.
Right, exactly. And yeah, so someone's name is very important to them. So that's what I would recommend reading, that book right there, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a huge book, and they talk about it in there. It's been a number 1 seller for a very long time, and they talk about it in there.
That's something that
That's where I put emphasis on importance of learning people's names.
I think it's big.
I think I struggle with that. I knowingly struggle with it for sure.
Yeah.
And
It's hard.
And it's
Sure.
so hard.
Because the name gets skimmed over.
Yeah.
You're like, "Hey, I'm Mitch." Yada yada.
Greetings
and you
are
just
quick because you're
talk.
trying to get to that next segment of information.
You're going to what you're there to talk about.
Yeah.
You're not going there to remember their name. You're going there to whatever you guys are talking about.
Brass tacks.
That's what you're there for.
Yeah.
So that's what you remember, and you don't remember
Yeah, the name.
the name,
Just
which is
skim over it.
which is a problem. And I'm fully aware that I am
Sometimes
missing that.
Sometimes I'll let it skim over. Something I've learned to do is someone introduces themselves, and say you're in a greeting setting where, okay, so I just went to a business networking group the other day on Thursday, and everybody introduced themselves. There was a guy by the name of Tyler there, and everybody was talking. He introduced himself, and then the conversation just kept on going as everybody talked. He told me his first name, which I made sure I remembered really easy, and Tyler's an easy name, so cool.
Yeah.
easy. As we were going back through later on in the night, I was like, hey, man, what was your name again? I didn't catch the last name. And he's like, oh, Thompson. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, well, it's nice to meet you, man. I was like, I didn't get it earlier, so I just wanted to make sure I got the last name so I could remember it. You know, and like I'll do things like that. Or maybe if I forget it later on, I'll be like, hey, can I get your name again? I forgot it. We were kind of skimming through real quick, but I want to try to remember it.
I do that. I do that a lot in like meetings. Like if somebody will have a point that they'll like say, and then like if it's the first time I've met them, or like in, you know, obviously the first time I met them, it's the first time I've had a meeting with them. Later on down the road, I'm like, well, yeah, just to hint on like what Tiffany said. That Tiffany now knows that I had buy-in on what she said earlier, and that just kind of that rolls with
that goes a long way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Opposed to just saying what was said earlier.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
If somebody said earlier, what Tiffany said, because then that gives her credibility on what I'm about to say, because it's part her ownership now, and then just everybody else. I don't know. It just kind of gives her. She's now on my team probably more so because I remember what she said earlier and building on that.
I think if you start paying attention, I think you notice a lot of people that put importance on names. Well, like if you're like, if you introduce yourself like, hey, I'm Mitch, they'll be like, oh, Mitch, nice to meet you. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mitch.
Right, you're saying that to reassure you heard him and to tell yourself, Mitch is his name. Yeah.
So I've noticed a lot of people do that too. The ones that remember names. So I've started to pay attention to that. So yeah, that's my number 4. You got one, Mitch? You said you had one left.
Yeah, we're going.
Can we start going down this way? I'm trying to see, Mitch.
He does not like this.
I'm just trying to still
It's
see
my
Mitch.
fucking house now, right? No, we won't go down. We're gonna build up. No, we can definitely do that. I apologize, because it's starting to get unstable.
All right, well,
Now it's ruined. Just throw it
that's
away.
why he didn't like that.
Yep, throw it away.
Oh, that's good.
It's okay. We're getting a new.
Is that
table.
when we? No, okay. We just peeled back up, huh? Like the
Yeah,
pyramid.
Ryan, the pyramid never quits. No, what was gonna be my next? Oh, anytime I go to a retail store and I have to either give them my email or my phone number. Why? I went to JCPenney just to buy a tie for that wedding that I was going to in
Do you want
Tennessee.
our card?
Yeah. Do you have an account with us? No. Would you like to set one up? No. Okay, what's your phone number? It's like, God damn it. Why do you need my phone number? I'm just buying a tie.
Yeah.
I hate that so much.
Yeah, they want your email.
Yeah,
you
so
know,
they can
emails.
sell it to somebody else so that I get a bunch of calls about something I don't own.
They'll
and
just send you emails for
ridiculous.
promotions, stuff
Right.
like that.
That's a big thing for me. I just hate that.
I agree. I hate that too. You know what I do? I'll give them my email with one number off.
Ooh, I like that.
That's good.
So like my I could probably say my Wilson4764 is my email. I'll give them Wilson4763.
And then they have to do the mental like gymnastics of when it failed to send or whatever. And they have to.
Or there's a guy out there with my same one email off. Like, God damn it! I just go to JCPenney.
Crap.
I
didn't even buy a tie. What the hell?
I don't need any more Kohl's cash.
Oh, Kohl's Cash. Fuck Kohl's Cash. I hate that more than
Why?
anything.
Why?
Ooh, I hate it because I don't live there. I guess is why.
Yeah, it's great when
It's
you
like-
live in town.
Okay, sorry.
don't have
So I guess
Kohl's
big retail stores.
We got a Kohl's in Washington.
If I go there and spend $40 and they give me a receipt like, oh, looks like you saved $190 shopping with us today. It's like, no, I didn't. I spent $40.
Yeah.
Your markup's just that crazy on the back end that makes me feel good about myself.
So you're telling me this was a $75 pair of jeans?
Wow. Well, yeah, exactly. Or 140. It's just,
Yeah.
okay, it looks like just they're trying to entice me to come back. You saved $100. It's like, I spent $40. I didn't save $100. I don't know.
That's definitely a sales.
I hate that too.
That's a for sure sales tactic.
That's
for sure.
It's so crazy.
Because that's a big thing that
Sorry, I got animated. I hate that though.
that
so
might be your
much.
number one.
Yeah, if we were going in number 1 to 5, that was it.
Well, back in the day, you remember whenever you could, like, you had to return something if you didn't have a receipt. They're just like, "I'll give you Kohl's cash. It's
like,
you
oh,
can spend it here." I'm like, "Oh, great."
yeah,
I was really hoping I could buy gas on the way home. I'm gonna buy a new pair of socks.
I'm gonna buy that Taco Bell burrito.
Yeah. It's just one of the. But now they can look up your cards.
What's that? What'd you say?
Like anywhere you go now, if you pay with a card, they can look up your card. It's like on file. You don't need receipts.
They save your card info?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Just scary too.
Yes, it is.
Scary too. I've never had someone. Have you guys ever been hacked before?
yes.
Really?
Well, I mean,
we got a friend that just got freaking gypped for $750.
in a sense. So I've had my credit card taken a couple times. I mean, if that's what we're
Someone
talking
trying to
about.
run
Yeah, they
physically taken, or someone trying to
no,
run?
like they tried to run it in Florida or something like
If
that.
someone ran $100 on my credit card, I would never know. Don't
Same.
do it. The guy, the
Same.
freaking Chinese guy right now that's
No,
listening, you
that's-
don't you
Like,
dare.
wow, I
do
spent
it.
a lot more on gas than I thought.
No,
Paid.
that's why you use a credit card. That's one of the biggest perks about using a credit card is it's not your money.
Right.
So if them in Florida or wherever they are at, they get your credit card number and they spend money, Capital One will come up, or whoever, they'll come up to you and say, "Did you make this purchase?" Because it's not in your area, and you say, "No, I never left the state this month or this week, whatever it is." They can say, "Okay, well, we'll take care of that, and we'll send you a new card. We'll cancel your card. Here you go." I'm not out that money. If it was a debit card,
You're out that money.
I'm
Your
out that
money.
money. It's my money.
Yeah.
So that I've had that happen a couple times where my card has been charged, but they just say, "Okay, you weren't there. Clearly, you weren't there. We'll cancel that card. We'll reimburse."
I was just in Gatlinburg the other day. My credit card company didn't say crap.
They kind of don't anymore. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like
When I tried to buy a TV, my first transaction with my credit card was a 75-inch TV. They shut me down immediately.
really
Yeah. They're like, okay, you're getting hacked.
this guy can't afford that.
Oh, okay.
We'll send you a new card, sir.
I forget there was one time we went to it was either Mexico or it was on our honeymoon for the Dominican, and I called the company and I was
See,
like,
he's joining us. Oh,
yeah.
wait, no, that was
I
this.
called him. I was like, "Do I need to report that I'm going to be out of the country? Blah blah blah. I'm probably going to use my card, etc." They're like, "No, you're fine. Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, then how do you know
Yeah.
if it wasn't me that spent the money?"
Yeah.
Like I thought that was weird.
We have a friend that we all know that just got hacked, and there was someone down in Arkansas just buying 50 pounds of
50 sack pounds.
50-pound sacks of rice.
That's a lot of fucking rice.
That's a lot.
Yeah, they were stocking up on rice.
I didn't hear that. That sucks.
Yeah.
How'd they get that resolved?
You should go to
It
Asia.
was on a debit card too, and the bank's paying.
Ooh, rip.
Bank's paying them back.
Oh, good.
they are?
Good for them.
Apparently. No
kidding.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
'cause they had ways to prove it. So
Yeah.
the bank said they're going to take the loss.
Yeah.
Which apparently banks do that all the time.
Good.
I didn't think they did. I thought if it was linked to your debit card and like it was your account, like you were just like,
I bet it's
"Yeah,
a much
well,
harder
that's-
dispute.
It's got to be because that
Yeah.
money's gone. Like
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm sure it's gone with the credit card company too. But
Yeah.
It's-
right. It's just who's paying you back, credit card company or the bank?
yeah, I thought it was a lot harder to get back if it was your bank.
I would imagine.
I would think so.
No.
I would imagine.
Your personal money instead of just, yeah.
Yeah, it's not my money.
Did you go 4? You're on your 4.
I just did it.
I'm going to go pee. You guys chat?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's fine.
Sure.
Top 5 worst things.
All right,
Pissing during the podcast.
All right, I'll go too actually
Okay, well,
because we didn't go when
I
you
guess
went.
I'll sing.
We didn't go when you went. You just talk to yourself for a minute, Mitch.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're gonna leave it.
Oh, man. Yeah, you deserve a pee break just as much as these guys. Actually, would you happen to know the address out here? I need to send it to my wife at some point.
3524
3524
Highway T,
Highway T.
Rosebud, Missouri.
Thank you.
Yeah. He's comedian.
He's just Riz.
Yeah.
But
Who's that?
On the Riz
we're
show.
talking about the Riz show.
Oh.
I'm gonna drink one of these beers. Is that all right, Ryan?
Yeah, man. Have as many as you want. Ariel just want to pee too, huh?
Yeah. I said you deserve it.
Actually, I'll grab one.
I'm so ready for this house to be built, guys.
There is no way that this beer mint's gonna work.
No.
You turn your tab sideways still.
Yeah, I do, and I'll do it until I die, John. All right.
Like,
It's just hard to
that's
see
how I
you,
play
Mitch.
the game.
Yeah.
I just bump my can in.
When I'm like having to talk, especially when it's tall, like my right eye vision
Sorry.
was
Yeah, you're right. That
was my problem.
That was kind of silly. I apologize.
not that it wasn't a problem. It was just
It's a hindrance.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. You good, Ariel?
For what it's worth, thanks, boys. Had a good time.
That was fun.
Hanging out.
It's a good time.
I get to see you guys as much.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a koozie for this thing.
Unbelievable.
It's a skinny can.
Skinny can.
I love how I'm not even using a koozie, my own koozie.
Well, that's because you get a new table. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. Okay, John, you going to do your number 5?
Yeah. What do I pick for my last one? You know what?
Airplane peanuts, huh? I mean, just
Yeah, they're just.
I got one that's for the boys only.
Those are good. so I don't know
what Jerry
I don't know what
Seinfeld
you're
was talking
talking about
about.
because I love airplane peanuts. Those are fantastic. Or the Chex Mix. If you get the good flights, you get Chex Mix. Oh,
I haven't been on a plane in a while.
Southwest, you get the Chex Mix.
yeah, it's so
Little
good.
baggies, though.
Get those rye chips in there. Oh hell yeah!
I don't like rye chips.
You're wrong.
I'm the cracker.
You're just wrong.
I like I like the cracker out of it.
What do you mean? The cracker?
Yeah, like the
The little stick thing?
Ryan immediately looked to me like, "Yeah, Mitch will back me up on food."
That's the
what
like
the
that-
fuck?
that's the worst part of it.
The pretzel's the worst part, and then the rye chips.
No, you're on your own. Quit looking at me.
So I think it goes rye chip, Chex piece, like the checkerboard, whatever the hell that Chex I think is what it is.
Quit looking at me. I don't know what you guys are
I'm
about.
not even part of this podcast anymore.
Then it goes pretzel. Then it goes that chip thing that you're
Cracker
talking.
thing?
Yeah,
Really?
that's
I like
worse.
Crackers.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just not it's the worst in the bunch. I'm gonna go.
Number 5.
Actually, a little bit different. I'm gonna go sports a little bit, and I'm gonna say 2 things. I'm gonna say slicing a drive or ringing a 10-pin in bowling. I'm gonna say either one of those because I think they're similar in what they make you feel.
Can you explain what those two are?
So whenever anybody that golfs is probably gonna slice their drive.
Yeah, especially when they're
Which
fresh.
means what?
Well, if you're a right-handed player, you're off the tee box when you hit your driver. It's just gonna immediately just go hard right, which normally is an indication that you grew up probably playing baseball, because normally that's the first thing that happens when you transition from baseball to golf. There's so many other factors, but that's the main one. And then, sorry, go ahead with the bowling analogy.
And the bowling, ringing a 10-pin is there's a million ways to do it, but if you play bowling, let's picture this as a bowling. If you hit the pocket, which is right here, then you can feel like you've hit almost perfect, and everything will fall flat except the 10-pin, which is the back right pin, will just stand there, and you feel like you did what you needed to do, but it won't. It doesn't move. Just stands there, and it's frustrating.
The pinfall just wasn't in your favor.
It just wasn't in your favor, and there's reasons for that. Like there's reasons. Like I fully understand. Like I did a lot. Worked at the bowling house for 5 years. I've watched a lot of bowling, bowled a lot myself. There's a lot of reasons to go into it, but it is still so frustrating whenever that happens. But golf is slicing a drive is. God, it sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks because it ruins your whole day. Like if you're slicing your drive all day, you don't even want to hit that club,
Sure.
and it's a bummer. It's a bummer.
Sure, because it's a hard thing to fix.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to fix, and it's a hard
On the
thing to
course.
get out of. It sets you up for failure on every hole you hit it on,
It's hard to recover.
and it's a hard thing to. It kind of is a hard thing to fix too, like especially if you're new. Like
Yeah.
it's just natural to
You
kind
fix it
of
by going in driving range.
say what.
You just fix it by going in driving range.
That's, I think, the best way.
I would say that's the best way, but it takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
And a lot of, even if you go to the driving range, it's not like it's going to be fixed immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, it's gonna take practice.
It's going to take practice, and even
what
when
you
you
do.
practice, you'll kind of figure it out, and then you'll get on the course, and it'll
Is there
happen
guys
again.
that bring their own clubs to Top Golf?
I do. Absolutely.
I don't. Which we've been talking about, Kelsey and I have been talking about it going back to Top Golf again, but I've never brought my clubs there.
Because you go for fun.
For Top Golf, yeah, and I just don't want to be that guy to show up with my clubs on my back and then be slicing a drive into the fence.
I absolutely bring my clubs.
So
It's a training tool. You're at a driving range.
So-
Now, am I taking it serious? No. I'm there for the buckets of beer and the conversation. But at the same time, I golf a lot. That's probably the thing I do the most outside of work and hanging out with family and everything else.
Golf is
So I want to hone that craft as much as I can. So yeah, I'll bring my golf club.
So while you're there, you're partially have a koozie cup.
Thanks, man.
You're partially practicing while you're having fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the same thing goes for bowling, though. I mean, when I bowled and worked at the bowling alley with John, if I was going to go do Cosmic, I would bring my bowling ball and my bowling shoes and all that. Now, nowadays, I still own bowling balls and bowling shoes, but if I went to go bowling, I wouldn't bring it because I don't do that regularly.
Sure.
You know,
I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. I don't think you're in the wrong for doing that.
No.
Yeah, I feel weird doing it at Top Golf.
I don't know.
I feel like I'm like
I think it depends on the situation.
I would feel more weird, yeah. Like if you're going with like 6 other people, then I would probably be like, yeah, you're just there to dick around and have a good time and communicate. But if it's just you and your old lady going, I mean, I feel like
that's
that'd be
different.
fun.
That's different. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're probably going to the one over in Lynn. You're
Lynn.
not actually going to Top Golf.
No, I've been to the one in Lynn a few times now, and I can't endorse it enough. It's amazing. They're doing it big out there. I love it. But yeah, I've been to actual Top Golf like in Chesterfield and brought my clubs as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, anybody who's not aware, they definitely, not to give them a plug, not that I work there, but yeah, the Lynn Golf Club is doing it big. They've got an amazing driving range, and it's got the tracer just like you would. It's Top Golf just on smaller scale.
It's a lot smaller.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's cool.
That was a pretty cool thing when I've heard that was coming in.
I love
just
it.
never go that way.
And living so close, it's just a blessing for me because
How
golf
late
is.
are they open on the weekends?
Ooh, that's a great question. I'm not sure. I know that like you pay by the bucket, which is different from Top Golf. You just rent a bay, no matter what time it is, I think, or what day of the week it is. But out there, you pay for a bucket of balls, and then you just go to a bay. And then after a certain time in the evening, that's when they transition to then renting bays for hours or whatever you want to do.
Okay. Yeah, that's different.
But yeah, it's great.
When you go, is there a lot of kids?
No,
That's what I'm worried about.
also worried about that. We were talking about memberships earlier. If I were to get a membership, it will probably be when they're done doing all the renovations out in Lynn, and that's when I'd get my membership, I think. The only problem with that is you know, I'm in my 30s, and I like to drink and golf and converse with buddies, so I don't want to go to a golf course, go into golf, and then it's just full of underage, you know, college students.
Yeah.
Right.
But on the same
Not
token,
there to actually-
exactly. But on the same token, I can't really bitch about that because they're the one that funded the establishment too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an ebb and flow, love and hate thing. So I don't really know how I feel about it. I think I'll probably pay for the first few times just to see what the atmosphere's like, and then decide if I want to be a member there or not.
What's a membership cost?
Not sure yet. I don't think they've even come out with it yet because they're still building the clubhouse.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that would definitely.
I would
be
hope they would hold it to a higher standard.
Yeah, I would probably be a member in Bell if they had carts that they rented or had there for public use.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
got a
don't-
pool too. I heard.
Yeah, they have a pool. They don't have public carts. I think they have one, but it's it's random if it's going to be in commission or not. But a lot of our
one there.
huh?
Could you buy one and keep one there?
Yes, you could. That's how I go. I go and then a lot of our buddies are from Bell and they have carts that they use, so I just ride with them.
Cool.
Yeah, memberships can get pricey.
Yeah.
In our local area, it's pretty reasonable.
I think around 400 or 500. You're probably safe.
For our area, but if you get to a country club, I mean, it's
Why is Owensville not as good as everywhere else?
Owensville. I mean, I don't want to bash on Owensville, but
I
I'm gonna
will.
bash on Owensville. Owensville golf course is pretty not good.
I will. I'll bash on them a lot. I'm not a fan of their
Because
course.
they don't take care of it.
Not a fan of the membership, or not the membership, excuse me, the people that run it, or at least that used to run it. Last couple times I've been there have been only for tournaments because I refuse to play there for public play.
Yep.
And they've been good, but they've left a bad taste in my mouth there.
Yep. Exactly.
I golf there every day. Not to cut you off, John. I'm sorry.
you're fine.
I golfed there all throughout high school. Was on the team. Was there every day. I was there after practice was over, and I had a good rapport with a lot of the people all the maintenance people that worked there. Even to the point where the guy was like, "Hey, when you leave, if you don't mind, put all the carts in here and lock it up, and put the key by the door, and they have like a little lockbox." Sure, and I'd do that, and I did that for 3-4 years, all through high school, and then after high school's over, I'm still out there golfing all the time, and then they follow me around the greens on the course, like I'm gonna tear shit up, and then it was just bad. It was just bad. It's just terrible. I mean, they should remember me, and they know that I shouldn't be. I'm not the one out there doing that, and it's a public course anyways, so.
Yeah, I mean, the course conditions, I mean, I'm not even that upset about the course conditions. I mean, it's not the greatest course, but you don't expect it to be.
Right.
I mean, honestly, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, whenever I lived in Owensville, I was like a couple blocks away. So I had a membership that year, and it was awesome because I could just drive up there. I'd walk 9 holes. I'd go home, and I did that a couple times a week. Like, that was fun. But there was times where I'd get like, I don't know, I get flack from the people that were working there. That was, I thought, unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
I just thought unnecessary. I'm not turning about it. It was just me, and I'm like,
I like Washington.
Why are you checking me out while I'm on hole 6?
It's like they have
walking by myself.
Yeah, they have a pretentious attitude about it, and it's a public course. And
I would say, playing devil's advocate, I'd say they've been burned so many times.
And that's probably fair.
They
And
almost
honestly,
have to now.
that probably is fair, but I think there's got to be a limit.
I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. I'm just saying that's probably, if I had to guess, that's probably why.
Sure.
It just comes across as, it just rubs you the wrong way.
Their prices are pretty extravagant for what the course is. And I'm not, anything I have bad to say about the Owensville Golf Course is not for the conditions there, like you said. I'm not going to talk shit on their fairways. I'm not going to talk shit on their tee boxes, their greens, none of that. I could care less.
I thought the course, the last time I played, I thought it was in
good shape,
good condition. I thought it was fine.
It's just the
Overall,
attitude.
it has to be.
It's just the attitude of the management. I think the last time I was there, I took my oldest, who's 3, and we went there, and I got a cart. And I was like, hey, I've got my kid with me. He doesn't golf, obviously, but I've got a little bitty, toddler putter. When I get onto a green, he comes out and he dicks around with me for a little bit, and then we get back in the cart. And she gave me like a 5-minute spiel about how he shouldn't be on the green tearing the course up and all that stuff. And it's like, I get that already. Like, that's part of why I'm there. I get it. Like, if somebody general public shows up, and it's not that you should judge everybody that comes to your establishment, but if you can obviously see that they don't regularly golf and maybe they don't understand their way around a course, then maybe do that to them. But the only reason I brought up my son was there with me is because I didn't know if I needed to pay for him to be in the cart with me or not. That's the only reason I brought it up.
I will say that in my gym, when I first opened up, I was allowing parents to bring their kids in, and I would just give them a short spiel of, hey,
Safety.
Yeah. I'm okay with you bringing your kid in. They don't have to pay, but they have to be with you. And it was me just trying to I wanted to get it to where kids at a younger age were in a gym and they could see that, hey, this is a good place. This isn't, everybody belongs in a gym. It's not just for bodybuilders, like not just the meathead Arnold Schwarzenegger guys that are freaking taking steroids. It's for everybody. Like, working out is good for anybody in this world. And that's what I was trying to do. And I was like, but the kids got to be with you the whole time. Like, you have to be supervising them the entire time. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, okay, it makes sense. Well, then it got to the point where guys and girls bringing their kids in, and they would go run on the treadmill, and their kids out running around in the gym doing stuff they shouldn't be doing, or vice versa. They're out in the gym working out, and their kids hopping on the treadmill getting flung off the backside of it. And
a playground.
Yeah.
It says in a playground. And it got to the point, and it's not one person in particular, but it got to the point where there was kids that were interfering with people that were paying for a membership, that were interfering with them. There was kids not actually getting hurt, but doing things that were potentially could have, like, if it turned out this way, it could have hurt them. And it was kind of one of those things where I read an article online about there was a gym like in like North Carolina that they allowed kids to come in there, and somebody had swung a 45-pound Olympic bar, which is all that's in a gym, swung it, hit a kid in the head, ended up causing brain damage, and the kid ended up dying. And after that happens, you'll never open the gym again.
Falls on the gym owner.
Yeah. It's the gym owner's fault for that happening, and that's always the gym that the kid died in.
Yep.
And so, like, it was just like, it was consistently. It wasn't just one person. It was multiple people that the kids were causing problems, so now no kids are allowed in my gym. they can sit in the lobby on a bench while their parents are working out, but they have to be there. They have to play on a tablet or something. They can't be walking around, running around. And
That's
people
where the
got
risk
upset with
reward
me.
comes into play. I mean, but they need to understand that the risk reward for you.
Yeah,
That's the
it's not
smartest thing
worth
to
it.
do.
Yeah,
It's just
it
not.
wasn't
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
And I wonder if there's stuff like that like parents were just bringing their kids out, literally tearing the green up.
Well, yeah, I get
I'm
that.
sure
yeah.
there's part of it. There's
Oh,
probably
there was a gentleman that came in the other day. His kid was like 12 years old. I allow 13 and 14 and 15-year-olds to come in with their parents. You have to be 16 to come in by yourself. 13 you can start coming in with a parent. But you still have to work out with the parent. This kid was like 12 then. Yeah, I think he was 12 years old. So he's almost there. He looked like he was like 14, 15 years
Older.
old. I would have never known. Nobody would have ever known. And the guy was a state patrol. I knew the guy. He's a great guy. And he's like, I just want to train my son or get my son in shape for the summer. He's playing baseball. I want to keep him in shape. And I'm like, I want to, man, but I got a policy I got to follow, man.
It's no
Yeah.
disrespect to
Yeah.
you.
I was like, man, I was like, I almost let it happen. I'm like, I can't. I'm sorry.
Well, kudos to you for not breaking.
honestly,
That's
I think that's a
Tough.
big deal.
It's tough because you want to see them in there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you don't wanna
those
hurt-
two would have been great people. But
Yeah, you
I
know they're
told-
good people, but you don't want to run anybody off, but
Yeah.
you still have your reasons for
Yeah, I
doing
told him, I
that.
was like, man, everybody else ruined it already.
Yeah,
Sorry.
absolutely.
Sucks. It's tough. Did we do 5?
Fuck, I hope.
I started. I did mine.
Turn the whole podcast into
Yeah,
this.
Mitch better find one quick.
I can't. There's no way.
I got one for the boys. It's just like one of the boys things.
All right.
Only guys will understand.
All right.
We'll see.
What's your number 5? You got one?
That was it.
I don't know. I
had to have been five.
already did mine.
Oh, yours was
I did the golf one.
Okay.
So
Mine was like it's only guys will understand. No girls will ever understand this. But back in the day when you're in school, like middle school, and you get the random boner and get called, and then you're like, yeah, or like the bell would ring right when you had a boner, and you got to hide it with like a.
oh yeah, I got books.
Wow, Mitch is really studious today.
Yeah. That was.
Yeah, I'm not hanging my books on my side. I'm putting them up front, and I'm walking around.
Close to my heart.
Yeah.
That was one I was just like throwing it for the fun of it at the end because I'm like, some boys got to understand
The
That's
impromptu
like,
boner.
What the hell was happening? Like,
Hormones.
I mean, Jesus, they were just out of nowhere.
It's crazy hormones and stuff.
Tuck it into the waistband.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
Yeah, what you had to do.
Tuck it up.
I actually went and got my blood work done the other day. You guys ever got your blood work done?
No, but I've heard you talk about it on this thing, and it sounds interesting because I have a
life insurance.
I have a
Full
suspicion
panel, though?
I have a suspicion that I'm low T.
Yeah.
I have a suspicion I am.
Oh, low testosterone.
Yeah.
I would bet so, and not. I would just think that like because of the foods we're eating and the lifestyles that we've lived, I would say all of us are actually low, because the place I've been going, which is a TRT specialist, they said guys start feeling low at 500, but like back in the day, apparently people were at like 800 to 1,000 all the time. But because of the high preservative foods and the lifestyle we're living and the lack of sunlight we're getting, like the lack of vitamin D, like we're all low.
Yeah, I'm sure it's my diet and my
You should-
lifestyle, but
There's
I'm-
one in O'Fallon, John. You should go and check it out.
See, and I agree with you there. I should, but
You can find out more than just T.
Lot.
I was low in B12. I didn't know that, but it's an easy fix.
is that a healthcare kind of thing? Is that covered under that?
Yeah, a lot of your health cares will pay for it.
Okay.
If you go to a local doctor's office, it's like $1,200. So,
See, and that's what I was scared about. I was like, I don't want to
But if
pay
you
out
go
of
to a-
pocket this much.
and the local doctor's office in nursing school, they don't teach them about testosterone. Like there's not like you're not studying testosterone in school. And so we have a friend that we all hang out with. He went and had his blood work done. He was at like 320, and the doctor told him, you're probably all right. It's not that bad. My MD told me guys at 500, anything less than 500, start feeling low. Start feeling like loss of energy, depression, all kind like muscle growth. They're having trouble growing muscle, all that kind of stuff. But his doctor, he went to a normal physician, and his doctor said, "Oh, you're not
No
that
big
bad."
deal.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. And so, like that kind of stuff matters.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure.
you're paying. I paid. It's $125 to get a full blood panel done.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Like,
At a
came out and did,
specialist.
I had life insurance that I did, and they came out to my house and did a full blood panel there.
That's cool.
It's a long time ago. I don't remember any of the results. I had one done a couple years ago for something else. They did that, but I don't remember what any of my scores were.
You probably weren't paying attention either.
No, well, yeah, 5 years ago, I was just like, oh, life insurance, I probably need it.
Yeah, I'm a kid.
Yeah, exactly. And then, here a couple of years ago, I had my mind on other stuff is why it was going on. But, I don't remember what any of those scores were for. Or what they
Like
were,
when you're
rather.
trying to have a kid, you still have to worry about it?
No, not to get into it. I had a cancer scare,
Okay.
and I had a blood panel done. I just don't remember what the results were of that. Or like the numbers on testosterone and all that jazz. I don't know.
Well, I had mine done. I was at 232. I was at 232 for my
Really?
testosterone. And then you have like your free T.
And that does a mental thing? Not to interrupt you, I'm sorry. But you said that plays a part like in your depression levels and stuff?
Like if you're tired every day, like you're waking up and it's hard to get out of bed, or if you have low energy throughout the day, it can affect it can give you depression. It can affect like muscle growth. Like if you're not like your muscles aren't developing like the way they were, or it's harder to grow muscles anymore, harder to get in shape.
Which I feel like those symptoms would be hard to attribute to testosterone because that's like the major thing of a bunch of stuff. It's like, oh, I'm tired. I need more sleep, or I need to drink more water.
Exactly,
or
yeah.
I need
Well,
to
that's
do
something
this.
that's something they talk about when you go in.
Right.
Like you take a questionnaire, but it also affects like sex drive. But yeah, like that's like one of the first things before they're just like, hey, let's give you a needle and some testosterone. Let's pump you up with 1,000 tests.
We'll fix this right now.
Yeah, you'll be good.
Yeah, no.
You're gonna need some history books to conceal that boner, son.
Yeah, no, they talk about like working out helps, like daily exercise helps, like certain amount of like just going like actual, not just vitamin D, like gummies or a pill, like going outside and getting like early in the morning, getting like half an hour of sun exposure to your as much skin as possible is really good for it. Less preservative food, like the Pop-Tarts and the cereals you eat for breakfast are not good
It's
for
not
you.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these lifestyle things that we're doing and living right now are causing it. And like statistically, men are low on testosterone. And there's lots of things it's like, okay, we can do this. And also there is natural testosterone boosters. There's things like ashwagandha and like natural plants that can help it. But first things first is they're like, okay, let's start with like, let's make sure you're drinking enough water every day.
Right.
Let's make sure you're eating a little bit better every day.
Yeah.
Macaroni and cheese, Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Just not doing it.
Not doing it. That's not going to help you out. And whenever you start to see your numbers, that's whenever you start to be like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna make a lifestyle change for this, and then all of a sudden you go and get your blood work checked, and you're like, oh, it's gone up. So then, a lot of times it's like you realize that the Oreos for dinner is just
Yeah, I'm sure that's part of it, but I fully expect that I'm
Low.
heftily low.
You never
because
know.
I just don't have enough energy. I
just never know, man.
There's nothing I can do that can give me energy,
yeah.
and I feel like that's a. I mean, it's been going on long enough now that I'm like,
I bet if you dialed your diet in, you could.
I bet you're right. I'm not trying to say that it's nothing to do with me specifically, but I don't eat that great either.
Yeah. Right.
And
a lot of
I'm not that active. I'm not as active as I should be. I don't go to the gym every day. I don't go to the gym at all, really.
Yeah. How much
So,
vitamin D? How much sunlight, direct sunlight, do you get every day?
I work in an office, so I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
And we go for walks every once in a while, but beyond that, like
Yeah.
I just don't.
Right. There's lots of things that you could do.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. I don't want to just go straight to pills or shots or
No,
something like
yeah.
that.
I hate it. I hate those.
Yeah,
They-
I would
they want
much
you.
rather fix it alternatively.
Well, I did. I paid for 3 months of TRT. I haven't gotten anything yet.
What is it? Is that testosterone replacement therapy?
Yeah.
I know it sounded like I knew that, but I was just guessing.
I
With
think
context
you knew
clues.
that.
I think I've heard it before, is why I did that, but I was guessing.
Yeah. No, I haven't got it yet, but yeah, it's a straight up shot.
They should inject you with testosterone.
You have to inject yourself. It's weekly.
Thigh, ass. What are we talking?
I think in the buttocks.
in the buttocks.
Oh, we can't curse on
Who
this.
says
Oh,
that?
It's a little late. It's a little late for that.
In the tuchus, right in the tuchus.
Yeah, no, it's like it's a shot in the muscle. Is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you have to also take, because there's a lot of guys that go to the gym that are just bumping up their testosterone just for muscle growth.
Right.
Like because it's considered like a steroid.
Yeah.
But at some point it's a health thing, and at some point it's.
Oh yeah, if it'll help with depression and all that jazz, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, when you're having actual problems, like
Yeah.
you need it, like you just need it.
Right.
And that my thing was when I went in, I had no problems at all. Like you take a questionnaire, they're like, is your sex drive low? Are you depressed? Do you have these problems? Yada yada yada. And I'm like, I'm good on everything. I got energy. I got everything. Like, but I never got tested ever in my life. And owning a gym, I have a lot of people come to me with questions, and it's like, I don't know how to answer them because I've never talked to anyone. And there was actually one gentleman that came to my gym that a lot of people, not a lot of people, but it's common to have a thicker blood. And when you have a thicker blood, you have to get blood drawn every so often for the flow in your body, your blood flow in your body. And you don't know that unless you get tested. There's a gentleman that came to my gym. He randomly got tested because he worked at a gym. And they're like, hey, if you don't give, all you got to do is give blood once a year. But if you don't start giving blood once a year, in like 5 years, you're going to start having problems.
It's gonna be health risks.
Damn.
It's going to be health risks.
That's different.
And he's like, I give blood once a year and I feel great ever since.
Huh.
Yeah, and it's little things like that you don't know about, and it's on there. Like that's like something that you look for. It's like in the full blood panel.
Do you guys give blood?
I do.
I haven't in a while, actually.
They do.
I haven't. I've done it a couple times, but I haven't in a while. And actually, it's weird because every time I've done it, I've like stopped producing 3/4 of the way through.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have a rare blood type or anything?
No, I think I'm like AB positive.
I do.
AB
But-
is not common.
AB negative is what mine is.
I think
I'm one of
positive
the- I
is the
think-
number one.
The rarest is AB negative.
I think I'm.
Oh, really? So you have the rarest.
I think so.
Cool.
I think I'm one of the.
No, it ain't. It's not cool.
Oh, in
'cause
case
nobody
you ever get a
gives
problem.
it. Yeah, but I need blood.
It's cool if you're giving it though,
Oh, for sure.
because it could be the same blood that saves you.
Oh, I'm just A positive. I'm just normal.
Tried to be an elitist.
Oh, A positive is not. O positive is. What's
O-
the number?
O
will you look up
negative.
The number one.
O negative.
Make sure I'm not full of shit. Actually, I think
O negative is your big one.
O negative is
That's
number
your
one?
that's your rare one.
They're universal, so like I can give to anybody.
anybody. Yeah, you're the
Yeah.
universal
But
donor
I can only receive
from O negative. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Is AB negative? Not to boss anybody around. I think that's the rarest. I hope I.
No, O negative.
Get up, Ariel.
No, you're wrong.
I can't fucking wait to be right.
No, you're so wrong. But no, I haven't given blood in a while.
AB negative.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I think me and Coach Lay were the only two that I knew of that had it in high school. But yeah, I give all the time.
You have that?
1% of donors have it.
Dang.
Real good.
That's according to Give or what is that?
SGs, I think.
Blood.com. Blood.
Oh, this is being.
It's Ash Jeeves.
Remember when that was a texting service?
SGs, yeah.
Was it? Oh no, it was Cha Cha.
Cha
Cha
cha.
cha.
That was
it.
cool. That was a big deal back in the day.
That was the AI of
Yeah, that was AI. Now you can just
2008.
have them answer any life question you have.
Yeah. Now you got Chat GPT.
Yeah, exactly. You just type in a problem and they'll just answer it for you. It's weird.
That is. Yeah.
But-
It is. Have you tried AI stuff?
I have not.
Me neither.
Have not touched.
Nothing. I got it on my phone.
It's an app.
Through Snapchat. Oh, wait, you don't have Snapchat 'cause you're an elitist. I forgot.
Yeah. I'm not a child.
He's not a child.
Oh, yeah, he's not a child.
He's an adult.
Yeah. It's just so dumb. Even when I had it, I turned Snapchat notifications off.
I don't think I've updated Snapchat since that's come out because I don't have it still.
You should just delete the app,
That's what you said,
and you should just tell your friends.
that they're
be
children.
constant text.
Yeah.
Like,
It didn't-
I have no idea. I have no reason to use it except for texting my wife.
Somebody-
snapping my wife. I'll say.
Somebody sent me a TikTok through Snapchat so that I could see it. Because I don't.
Somebody did what?
Somebody sent me a TikTok that they made in Snapchat. Like they saved it to their library, I guess. And then they sent it to me in Snapchat so that I could view it as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any
you
of
don't
the
have
other
TikTok.
stuff. Yeah.
What's your beef with TikTok?
I don't know anything about it.
I couldn't build the algorithm. Like I downloaded it, I tried it for about an hour, and I couldn't get it to get me videos that I wanted to see. It was all cringe. It was terrible. So I just
TikTok.
Yeah, well,
That's what's great about it.
I don't want to see it, so I deleted it. So I do reels. So I'll watch reels for too long.
I get caught up doing that like on Facebook.
Yeah,
and
exactly. Because
YouTube.
it remembers. I feel like it remembers what you watch,
Yeah.
more so than likes or dislikes.
Majority of mine are like golf and stuff.
Yeah, so I get a lot of golf stuff. I get a lot of. I didn't give it time. I fully understand that, but I get food videos, I get golf videos, I get just comedy like stand up stuff.
Yeah.
I get a lot of stuff like that.
Yep.
And it's kind of nice because it's every video that I get. Not every video, some pet videos,
It's not like repeats or what?
but it's not repeats. And almost every video I get is halfway interesting.
right.
Some are not great, and I skip them, but for the most part, they're pretty good.
That's just nice too. It's like
Which is a bummer.
something new.
Which is actually big. It's a kind of a bummer because I end up just sitting there fucking on reels for 2 hours.
When you could just go watch a long form and actually.
Yeah, I just end up going through reels for 2 hours. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Ariel, do you know that chick,
Yeah.
Pearl Cooley.
Pearl? Yeah.
Whoa.
Will you look her? Do you guys know that girl?
No clue, but it was just crazy that she knew and you didn't like tell her anything and she knew.
Yeah, she's funny. You should look her up, and you should try to find the one where she's in the
Third shout out of the podcast.
look up the one where she's in the dog food thing.
She's in the dog food thing?
Yeah, I don't know how to.
She's a hound dog.
There she is. Eggnog. What? Oh, food. I can't read.
You got to press enter.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on Google now. It's a little different.
Nah, that's not it.
Ryan, is this going to make me sad?
No, it's funny.
Okay.
Chick's hilarious. She's blowing up on TikTok. Just look her. Just try to go to TikTok. Just type in TikTok and go to TikTok. If we gotta get out of here, you guys, we can.
I don't want to be the guy, but I have to get out
gotta-
of here pretty soon.
Is Miranda
My wife's
texting you?
like, hey, are you done? Are you
All right, well, we're gonna watch this video then.
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Yeah. What's her name? Pearl Cooley?
I don't know her last.
She got deleted right there. She's down there.
She got deleted. Too much dog food.
Pearl Cooley 84.
Just type in Pearl Cooley.
I did.
No, I mean just
One
type in
word.
Pearl.
Pearl crabs.
It might be that person. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you do, SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
That's fucking Mr. Krabs' daughter, bro. Pearl. Oh, you're too cool for SpongeBob and
You
TikTok?
don't watch SpongeBob?
Yeah,
Grow up,
I hear you.
Ryan.
I hear you guys. It's gonna be down lower.
Like her original one.
Oh my gosh. What is
So
it?
many.
Look at all these views.
She's
You need to start eating dog food or whatever you're about to show us.
No, she does like some just like absolutely off the wall stuff. You know what I'm talking about though, right, Ariel?
Yeah.
Is this one of the gals who like does a prank on somebody who doesn't want to be pranked and then they like,
Yeah, it's not. Those are not
life's
fun.
over.
Those are not fun.
Down.
The people that prank people that don't want to be pranked is the
So-
worst kind of people
so
that
bad.
are out there.
I hate it.
I don't even know how you see.
Like all they do is just prank some old lady for views, and it just
Yeah.
makes me mad.
What's the one where like they go in and they're like, hey, they like get like an iPhone out of the case and like they're gonna go buy it.
Oh, yeah.
And then they give it to people like, oh, you want it?
You want an iPhone,
And then they
and then
go-
they leave the store and they get fucking like
Like they're
patted
stealing an
down.
iPhone.
Oh yeah, that's
That's so bad.
I don't know if this is actually the girl, but she's going up. That is not her. That's not the. You're like all the one.
Oh my god.
You can't tell by her face.
Look at all these views.
No, it's the blonde hair. That blonde hair girl, not the one she was playing.
So you're pretty. Oh, I guess you are a TikToker, Ryan, because you obviously do it for your promotions.
Listen,
and stuff.
you're a Snapchatter, so I don't want to hear.
I'm not. I don't. I didn't even know what streaks were. Like you can get,
You know, I
kill,
think
you can get
that- I
kill
think-
streaks in Snapchat.
I think this is more childish than Snapchat.
Yeah, this seems like kids would use this.
That's your childish opinion, though.
Yeah. How many streaks do you have on TikTok? Fucking loser.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let me watch it.
That's it.
Click
How
on
did
this
you
one.
find it?
Excuse me? Oh, sorry. Can you help me? Yeah, sure.
No, I don't think this is.
Can you just hold
no,
my
she's
phone so I
in,
can
no,
make
no,
a
go
quick
back, go back,
video?
go back.
Sure. Thank you so much.
See, that just what? That's just stupid. Why are you watching that?
Hungry Howdy.
Why are you watching that?
Excuse me? Yeah. Could you help me?
Yeah, are you stuck in there?
No. Can you hold my phone so I can make a video real quick?
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Exactly. My response.
I just
Not
pushed.
gonna cause damage to any of this, are you?
No, not at all. I already pushed record and it's ready to go. Yo, what up, dog? Karen, I'm on a hound dog. No, I'm not. No. Excuse me.
That's funny to you?
And we're the kids.
That's funny to you?
Oh, that's ridiculous.
See, that's why I deleted TikTok, because of videos just like that.
That's it. That's why I
You
won't.
guys are
get
staying on Snapchat for a
So
streak?
I don't use Snapchat for anything but to.
You keep using the streak as your main
But
weapon.
to
And
message-
that's
That's why
not
he's
even
on
something
it.
I knew what it was.
Okay, but to message my wife, I'm not watching videos on the thing. I'm just messaging my wife in the morning to say good morning.
I feel bad for the Google browser that you actually had to use it that long to find that. That was awful.
Yeah,
I don't care. You guys
hyped-
are the minority.
you hyped that up
You guys
so
are-
much.
All that just so China knew your IP. That's crazy.
All right, Mitch got to get out of here. And we've probably been on here. This is probably a 3-hour podcast.
Something like
It's
that.
been a minute.
So thank you guys so much for coming on. It was a blast.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
glad
fun.
we did it. I had a lot of fun. If you guys are still listening to the podcast, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share it with your friends. We're at 443 right now. We're trying to get it up there. Yeah. Peace.
Yeah, peace.